definitely sticking out to me. I mean, Complexity, like we've been talking about, looking good with Sparty, but I tell you what, when I was looking at those scrim results, Bittersweet also looking quite good themselves. So them maybe looking to potentially upset top 6 team here. And we're going to get a little bit of a reset in game 3 of the FaZe and Proton series. But yeah, that lower bracket looking quite spicy. I'm not sure where Reversal Perfy fall in the bracket, but they're going to be a tough competitor for whoever they match up against next.
Now, Eli, after HCS Arlington, the season opener, it looked like we weren't going to see very many team changes, but we had a whole hurricane of roster mania come through. Well, who do you think is the biggest advantage winner of that so far? Granted, we still have plenty of Halo left, but what are your thoughts on roster mania as a whole, and who you think is going to win out on that roster mania? What's your pick?
I mean, so far it looks like Precision, right? I mean, they just secured themselves a spot in winners finals, guaranteed top 3 this tournament. You and I have talked about how fantastic of a player Precision is for a long time now, just thinking that he's bound for greatness, and we're finally seeing, I guess, the fruits of his efforts. And I just feel like he was that pick. You know, it's kind of shocking to a lot of members of the community, but to you and I, it kind of made sense, right?
We've been talking up Precision for years, even when he was a top 12 quote-unquote player, finishing in the top 12 at least in some of those LAN events. We still knew Precision was next up, and I think that time is now. Time now to switch gears to another series, Complexity versus Bittersweet, especially as it relates to that conversation around roster mania. This is one of the main teams involved in it, and Bittersweet, another team that made some big changes, adding Envor to the mix, and I love that. I think Envor, one of the iciest players in HCS. However, in this one, I don't know if he has enough time or ice to come back. But let's be honest, or excuse me, let's take a look at the top right of your screen. Bittersweet are up 2-0 in this series. So Complexity, you could argue they got to have this round 1, and it looks like they did.
You're exactly right. I mean, they have to turn the tide here. Bittersweet, definitely, when I look across the board, like you said, the icy plays from Envor, I mean, this to me is a momentum-based squad. If these guys are on point and on fire, they're going to be very difficult to deal with. Breaking Shot, another one of those insanely individually talented players. I mean, you could say that about every single member of Bittersweet, but yeah, I really do feel like they're momentum-based, right? And currently in the series, they have the momentum. Yes, they lost that round, so maybe Complexity takes some of it back, but if this roster can stay confident despite losing that round, they're going to continue to be difficult for Complexity.
I'm going to go ahead and stand LVT Halo once again. Love the color coordination. Complexity in their home blues and Bittersweet in their away road pink jerseys, as is their org's main logo colors. Love to see that. Makes it really easy to keep up with the action as we hop on board here with Piggy, looking to work his way through the back of gold. He's got an oddball carrier here. That's Mortally over by the Doritos side of the map. But Piggy, after opening the door, gets stuck in the face, and it looks like Huss takes down 2. Now 3 go down for Bittersweet. Breaking Shot has no hope. All he could do there is just hope to stay alive. He does not. Everybody goes down for Bittersweet, and Complexity will have another good start to this round.
This is looking good. I do think Complexity are very comfortable and confident on this map and game mode in particular.
Happy affiliate anniversary. Hey, thank you.
FaZe pretty consistently at this game type in scrims. I looked at like the last 3 times. Now this is before Sparty joins the team, but we've all seen what Sparty can do with the shock rifle, so it's no surprise that he's also comfortable on this game type. But
I didn't realize it was still the affiliate anniversary.
Certainly plays to Complexity's favor. I'd be curious to see what game 4 and 5 could look like if we get there.
I want to thank all the community volunteers for spending their time here with us today. The observers are on point, and we have a lot of them here to make sure that we catch every bit of the action. 28-7 now, as Complexity have a lead in this round and this game up 1-0, looking to mount that reverse sweep comeback, and it starts with a game 3 win. Eli, we've said this a lot, coining the phrase, I would even argue at HCS Arlington, the reverse sweep trampoline game type is oddball. Complexity looking to bounce back.
Exactly right. I mean, the game is long enough to where if you're at a disadvantage throughout this game, it can kind of cast some doubt in the back of your mind about your ability to close out the series. Maybe you start to wonder,
game
okay,
some R6 just getting twitch drops here.
Up?
Hey, I feel that.
You know, are they going to continue riding their momentum now? You know, there's a lot of
the games are going
question marks. So Bittersweet just have to remain confident. That's why I mentioned it before. The confidence.
And I hope you enjoy the stream as well,
the series a big deal. Even if you lose this game, you have to still feel like you've got a good chance to close it out when you're already up by 2.
Like 1080p.
Crispy long range shots there from Descendant. Now locked in a 1v1 battle in the pig pen with Piggy.
I think somebody's just
Piggy
like
pushes up,
or something,
now
probably.
drops down, tries to take down Precision's former duo Huss, and Huss wins that outright. Eli, can we talk about Huss real quick? How impressive is Huss's ability to maintain the level of play we've seen from him recently, despite losing his previous duo for the last year in Precision? Huss, he seems to be taking the next step as a player too.
I think you're exactly right. I mean, Huss and Precision, definitely a duo for a long time. However, I don't think Huss needs anybody but himself. I mean, this guy knows how to create winning conditions for his team at all times. A lot of people don't realize he's also
he kind of said the thing.
Secondary in-game leader with Rhino. You know, it's kind of a three-headed dragon, if you will. I don't know what the phrase is.
Three-headed
between
monster.
Huss, Ryan, and Coach Ashes to make play calls and keep this team in the mix. But yeah, Huss a great leader. He's also just got good vibes. He knows how to help each other. He knows how to communicate in a way that is easily received by his teammates, and that type of communication is so important in Halo.
Great vibes from Huss, and really this whole Complexity organization. We had a chance to hang out with them a couple of months ago at the ForceCon Air Force Armed Forces Championship.
Back here causing trouble.
Complexity have a lead again in this round, a little bit more of a slight lead than it was previously, 48-36. We hop on board here with Envor, looking to make sure that his numbers don't dwindle down as 3 go down for Bittersweet, but he's able to trade out. That keeps pressure on. That allows Ryan to not rotate the oddball through to the long haul. It looks like Ryan at the fulcrum didn't know whether they wanted to take it back to gold or rotate it to C instead. Bittersweet have the oddball, and they're now in that exact same spot. Where do you want to take it?
Honestly, holding the ball long haul is really not that bad if you think about it. There's only a few ways in here. If you got coverage on both sides, who's going to ever kill your oddball player? Players often kind of desperate and try to force the play and can punish them for it. I do like this decision, though, to rotate it to C after it feels like they got some space, but Huss with a very clutch double kill is going to stop the play ball opportunity, and all of a sudden Complexity are the ones that earn that C hold. You have to wonder, should they have just held the ball at long haul for longer? I'm not sure.
A good point. It's one to be discussed in the VOD review now. Is the results of it are Complexity have the oddball.
I guess
back,
Complexity.
That could be a.
I already like
this
Complexity
could be a lead
team.
for Bittersweet. You could argue.
I also,
I mean, set up the back of C. And speaking of rotations, Eli, here we go from C to the lockdown location
Hoping
of
for
A
some
with
good
just
Halo.
30 seconds left. Complexity maybe thinking that this lockdown side of the
I
map
liked this
could
Complexity
earn them
team before.
the final 30 seconds they need.
Now they've
it
swapped
series.
Precision for Sparty, so.
I believe this rotation was based on spawns. I think that maybe they saw that Bittersweet were likely to spawn in
Ryan
gold
and Sparty back together again. I might be a
Complexity
fan.
Let's just rotate it in the complete opposite way. As Mortally hits the no-scope headshot. Didn't need it to be a
Descendant
headshot,
is Carmea.
but just to make sure he's dead.
He just changed his name.
Gets the headshot there, and look at this. He's continuing to roll. Very high sensitivity, fast-paced gameplay from both Mortally and Breaking Shot. When they get a hold of these shock rifle and snipers, you gotta pay attention.
I love Mortally. Another one of those budding, great Halo players, a potential top 8 guy that we'd love to see in the mix. He's always been on the brink of it, but is London his chance to break through? He's breaking through now, a double kill, breaking the hearts of Complexity as he helps earn a team triple, if you will. As Descendant's the last one alive, and he pushes in all by himself. 1v4 is not going to be the equation you want to play with. Is Bittersweet are on the verge of tying up this round, and if they could do this, they're still looking at
is not active.
Sweep,
yeah, I don't think it's
anybody
active
would
at
have
the moment.
predicted when we looked at the bracket to start the day.
So smart the
Are you
way
talking about
he just played with that camo. He
shot?
shot from bat ledge, but as he takes cover behind the bat ledge, was able to get his camo back and then rotates, predicts the route from Sparty, turns it into a triple kill somehow, and Piggy guaranteeing the round 2 victory. And now Complexity have to be sweating. I mean, they won round 1, so they do still have life in this game, but down 2-0 in the series, it is Complexity with their backs against the wall, and Bittersweet look to close this out here.
I agree, Eli. You know, we didn't just get to see all of that round 1, but based on the eye test of what we have seen, you could argue that the highest level of play in this match so far was from Bittersweet there in round 2, especially to close things out when Complexity had the chance to close it out instead and send us to a game 4.
We gotta
still talking about this game 3 instead. Envor with the chase grenade onto Sparty takes him out
we gotta
quickly.
update. You know, I could probably
no, doesn't connect. Instead, Ryan gets the
the
slay,
spread
and that's
shit,
going
I
to
could
allow
probably just go
Complexity to potentially
activate it,
break
'cause it
through.
says
If not for
it's just not
Morley
activated.
cleaning up in the tower. Does he have a triple? Descendant, G sliding in. It's him in the face with a shock rifle, but Piggy cleans him up shortly after and mitigating
Yeah, I'm
the
not really
damage.
sure why I
That's
did that.
another thing I've seen from Bittersweet. That's been impressive
Everybody
so far
but
from what we
Optic.
have seen from them.
I think Optic played in the
We talked
first day
about
of
that
this,
play
but they
from
weren't able to
Descendant,
play in
though.
this
Literally just
part of it.
G
I
sliding
think
and
they-
shock
they
rifling players
forfeited.
midair. Like, this man literally has no fear of anything, to the point that I think it frustrates Ryan Noob sometimes. Like, they try to slow him down, but then he gets a triple kill and he doesn't learn his lesson. Like, maybe you shouldn't do that, but Descendant saying, hey, I don't play by the rules. If I'm good enough, I can turn any situation into my favor.
There it is, sliding out aggressively with low shields. Still stays alive. He did have teammate help, though, so that's great timing. And great shots once again. Takes down breaking shot. Piggy. All right, there we go. You see a little bit of the patience there from Descendant. He didn't like what he saw there, and that's rare because usually even if he's down in a situation based on positioning or shields, he still takes the gunfight. Now Descendant taken to the top of tower. He gets some great shots, cross map onto breaking shot, and he's just being a damaging bruiser right now, but finally goes down, and there's Envor. Look at that. The icy player that we mentioned earlier, icing up to take down a Descendant who looked like he was about to roll.
What
Looked
was
like
that?
Sparty was about to roll into gold with control of the oddball, but he takes him down too. Great plays there from Envor.
Absolutely massive shots from Envor. If he doesn't get the 5 perfect shots in that moment, Sparty has enough time to round the corner. He could still be getting ball time, but instead, Ryan Noob has to pick it up and rotate it out. Not going to be able to hold on to it for much longer, though. It actually gives it to Descendant momentarily, but it's Mortally with the camo, and he looks to shut this down quick.
Camo eyes on Mortally as he's been spotted.
Damn.
And Descendant wastes no time to take down the camo. Trades out, but I think that's a trade win condition you could argue for Descendant as he neutralizes that power up. Us on the other side powering up with a double kill of his own. 2 down on the side of Bittersweet, all 4 up for Complexity. What can they do here with this numbers advantage, needing again this round to avoid the sweep, which sounds again crazy to say out loud.
I think they are confident in this game mode. Like I said, they are so good at choosing rotations. I think the counter coming in from Bittersweet is just the unexpected nature of some of their pushes. There's players that are just showing up when Complexity don't expect it, just like this, as Piggy gets the double kill. And now he's going to pay attention to where his teammates are spawning and rotate the ball in that direction. Looks like spawners are coming in A.
What's up,
And
Ease?
now he's going to rotate it in that direction.
Love that
What are
play
you
there
talking
from
about?
Piggy. Not concerned with earning another medal, that triple kill potentially with Sparty on the stacks. Instead, he realized best play here for his team is to take that oddball over to the Needles gold side of the map as they take the lead, 39 and rolling to 29. Bittersweet ever since that opening moments that we got to see from Complexity. It's been all bittersweet.
And Complexity just kind of failed that push. It looked like 2 of them died a little
yeah, I
bit
did
early.
Ease.
Rhino left by himself. He gets traded out by Envor, which just means a ton of
Oh, right,
extra
it's Sparty on
time
the same team.
for Bittersweet.
Yeah, like
Breaking
I
Shot
said
getting a kill
the
in
other day,
kill
but I
feed
think
is
this is
exactly
round
what
3,
you wanna see
right?
if you're on Bittersweet. That tells you that Complexity have to play with a weakened push, or they're going to give up their push and wait longer. But no, they recognize they don't have time. Rhino, I think,
Round
uses
2
the
and Halo Infinite?
insta-explode there for 1 kill, trades out
me.
Mortally, and that's a huge play from Ryanoob to regain Complexity control of the oddball and the camo when they needed it most.
Oh, talk about right time, right place to earn the 3 down does Complexity as they earn the camo as well. And now you could bait a backsmack in. Huss works his way over to gold, maybe breaking shot or that's Mortally pushes in through the gold side and potentially earn that backsmack. But no, with numbers dwindling here for Complexity, it's going to be even harder to do what I just mentioned. And they're falling like flies. Sparty, the last member alive, and breaking shot with that nice toss-up a la CTF midship from 2006 gets oddball control back for Bittersweet.
Sparty tries to rotate, but he's met by 2 players. Mortally's going to take the ball here so he can drop it and fight if the team needs help. The plan is clearly to make space on the C side. And look at this. They're able to keep running from the push.
Oh my
Envor going
God.
to try to get it to C and potentially throw it off the map if his teammate keeps dying. But Sparty was the last player alive once again. He gets a kill here. But if he gets shut down, this oddball player is going to hold it, and they might well just win the round.
This is going to be close
Now
to...
Envor with
No, they're
his
going to have
big
to play
lead,
it.
Not sweating, gaining this extra time. He's going to walk himself off the map, accumulate a couple more seconds of milk at that, and flip
This
the
is
map
looking
on
tough
its
for
head.
Complexity,
So too
bro.
does that oddball as it heads back to the reset point.
It's 2
down
dead
for
as well.
Bittersweet, 2 down for Complexity. An even gunfight potentially here, but no, Bittersweet get their numbers back a little sooner. Piggy able to stay alive. It looks like he was trying to grab the oddball, and now it's dead. Do pigs fly? Yes, with the use of the grapple hook at that. They go down shortly after, get slaughtered,
What
and
the fuck
turn to
was
bacon.
it?
Love that call from you, Hunter. But I mean, I can analyze the gameplay, but I can't come up with the witty puns all the time. Like, come on, man. Anyways, this is like
you,
a
Eli.
very good. That's true. We got our own spots here. But wow, Piggy with the little ghost jump there.
Damn.
Oh my God, the reach how on Descendant. Descendant did not expect that. Piggy's showing off the movement tech, not known as a movement player per se, but you cannot overlook this guy.
That's fucked.
Extremely talented in his own right, and every time this ball gets played off the map, Complexity get closer to losing the rounds. It's gonna burn some time off the clock. 3 go dead for Complexity. Breaking shot gets the camo, and it's been all bittersweet. This round, Complexity have done a good job to keep within even half of the score, but just seems like every time we're going to a member of Bittersweet screen, they're grabbing camo, they're getting a double kill. They're just making plays that are making the difference here.
And this is what you afford yourself when you capture this big of a lead this late in the game. 60 seconds left in regulation, and now Bittersweet, they're not stressed and pressed to grab the oddball. That's all on Complexity. And Sparty in particular, as he takes that oddball up to the bat ledge, looking to get a little vantage point here, trying to discover where this push is coming from. He senses left, hasn't spotted anybody just yet. Now gets a shot in the back and knows where the push is coming from. It's Piggy, but he gets taken down to low shield, so he's going to work his way back to the gold side of the map. But again, Eli, because of the time and the deficit here for Complexity, it's on them to chase.
Exactly right. 3 dead for Complexity now. 40 seconds on the clock. They got some milk time here, but it's not enough.
30 seconds game clock.
Down the pipe side. Knows that Complexity are likely to rotate in this direction. Going to deny access to the gold pipes. Envor trying to stay alive, and the longer this fight goes on, the better it is for Bittersweet. They might just ride this out into a timeout victory here.
I felt like that ever since about the 1.5-minute mark, where Bittersweet, recognizing their lead, was Envor, who took a little stroll, took a little dip into the back of Whirlpool and recharge there into the drink, goes splish splash, and so too to the hopes and dreams for Complexity, it looks like, in this tournament, as if they're not able to hold on to this ball continuously for the next 30 seconds, they go home with a sweep in top 12.
This does not look good. They've got to drop the ball to fight, but he can't drop it for very long.
Yeah, I
kind of
know what you mean.
Knows only 3 seconds on the clock.
They don't really sound similar, but they kind of talk the same.
If they can hold off the push, but look at the push from Bittersweet. This first kill is massive. Breaking shot forces the kill, and they were not able to close it out. Bittersweet
and Complexity gets 3 out.
Removing Complexity from the tournament.
Yeah, they both have that kind of like monotone.
Gonna have to go back to the drawing board as we go back to this.
I say
series,
low energy,
game
but I don't
3,
mean low energy as in like.
Phase though with a lead 1-0, and they're up.
I don't mean that as like a
roast.
roast.
So in round 2, looking to close things out.
I mean, they're just like, I don't know, they're kind of like just monotone and
we were
like chill.
talking about in that previous matchup.
I don't really know how to describe it.
Exactly right. Proton won game 1, narrowly lost game 2, and it seems like FaZe have woken
I gotta
up.
order
They
me
look
some
to
food,
close
bruh.
out game 3 oddball. It's a big one to
Proton
win.
or 1-1.
This is not what you want to see if you're the rest of the tournament. When FaZe get pushed to the brink of elimination, they evolve into a different beast, and we haven't seen this entire game, but with the way Proton's been playing, for them to have this much of a lead and that securing of round 1, gotta know they're playing good now.
Or go down. Impressive team wipe here from Proton, and can they do what Complexity couldn't? As they take that oddball.
5 seconds game clock.
It's at the point in the match where it's one final push for FaZe. Frosty takes down 1, trades out 3 versus 3, but really 2 versus 3 when you consider Proton's situation. Truck though with the remote detonation gives them a chance with just 5 seconds left between these two teams.
My God.
74 to 70.
2 seconds.
1 second left on the clock, and it's gonna bleed away as FaZe are able to take game 3. An impressive end game sequence though. Only 2 players left alive in the lobby when all things were said and done.
Did we just watch a replay? I feel like that was the exact same ending in both games there, as both teams are trying to just play the ball in the back of C. We're jumping into yet another match. The action never stops at LVT Halo.
Damn, it's fucking
Space Station versus
Red Zone League Pass in this shit, bro.
Shout out to the Observer. We got lots of observers working with
Rebellion
us today.
SSG.
Palace is one of them. Shout out to Laz. But here we go. Legend gonna try to win this fight against Soul Snipe. Both players opting to back out of that situation. And right now, this is actually game 1 between these two teams. This is the other winner semifinals match, by the way. So winner of this will face off against Sentinels in the winners finals.
big opportunity. I know this is online Halo, right? We're not on land yet, but this is a big opportunity in the sense that seeing is believing. And if Rebellion are able to break through into the big three, they're going to have to take down one of the big three, and who better to do it against than right now the #1 team in the world, SSG. Rebellion keeping it close here at the start, down 10-20, but SSG in possession of the oddball and the map. It looks like that lead should continue to grow.
Space Station have been making it known that they are the team to beat, winning the first LAN of the season. They were winning a majority of the online tournaments before and after that as well. So can they bleed though? It seems like something has happened ever since Legend joined the roster. They have certainly leveled up, but a few teams have played close with them, most notably Optic. It seems like Optic so far have been maybe the only team to really make Space Station bleed and work for a win. But I think that Rebellion, when they're on fire, can absolutely be another name on that list to make Space Station sweat a bit.
No question about it. But for now, it's a triple up on the lead as SSG take it and take back the oddball on the side of PD. It's Eco with it for now. Bound goes down, but 3 go down for Rebellion. So you'll take that trade out. It's a +1 net outcome for SSG and a plus 10 plus seconds, it looks like now for them with the oddball control.
That's a lot of numbers.
If Rebellion can't break through, it feels like this first round is getting away from them a little bit here, Eli. They got one chance, maybe 2 at most, it feels like, to break through based on how efficient SSG has been with the oddball. But 2 go down. Now Rebellion have the numbers edge. Cycle has to stay alive here.
It's a good break, though.
Eco to think about moving this oddball somewhere else.
But that's a big
Stellar,
kill.
with the bait on Eco, you can see how long they've been
It's a great
teammates
play by
for. It
Stellar.
looked like they were part of the same body or something. Great bait and switch there. Keeps SSG in the lead and a chance after getting wiped to regain that map control.
Stellar just wasting no time off of his respawn to get back in the mix. You have to on this map. It's so small. There's so much access from every single spawn point to the action. And now Stellar with the Stalker rifle knows these players should be spawning on this side, and he's going to try to hold them here at A so his ball player can just comfortably rack up more time behind him. Look at this, just controlling the whole map. Goes to the dead center, fighting 3. Gets 2.5 kills, gets that last player to 1 shot. And I mean, the
just fighting
damage
a war,
output is
dude.
unbelievable from Legend and Stellar so far this game.
Base Station get wiped, but again, Stellar mitigating the damage, is able to take down plenty, and that's going to allow SSG off spawn to prevent Rebellion from gaining that chunk gain that we saw previously from SSG. 50 seconds of uncontested time before Rebellion were able to pick it back up, and now it's on Rebellion to match that proficiency and efficiency with the oddball.
Soul Snipe though had to drop down here to finish that kill, but after the fight is in a terrible position. Now Eco and the rest of Space Station trying to lead the charge to force this oddball player to play it out. Cycle though getting lots of kills in the kill feed. He's 12 kills already to his name, definitely keeping his team in the mix. Great shots out of Mental as well, but Legend is there to clean it up for now.
Depressed. Going to stay alive on the Cafe side. That's a point of control here for Rebellion, but Soul Snipe goes down as well, and Bound's going to take that oddball right back. 75 and rolling now to stagnant 45 for Rebellion. Suppressed with the spawn, I believe on the PD side, or maybe even Tires. Gets a chance at the back of a few opponents, but SSG do a great job to rotate that oddball over to the Cafe side. Suppressed still close to it. Soul Snipe goes down, and if Stellar can just stay alive here in the mid-map, should be good for SSG. 2 down on their side, though. Rebellion, based on the eye test, are starting to mount a comeback. They're starting to gain that numbers edge. What can they do with it?
They've been definitely getting kills, but it has not led to much oddball time. They've been stuck at 45 for quite a while.
We got the food order.
Space Station just trying to control the space
time
around
to
it.
lock
Finally,
in.
ball goes in the hands of Rebellion, but the pressure's already on. Against SSG, you were always facing pressure. There is no time to breathe. The first spawner will be running in your face and trying to outgun you. These guys are extremely confident, and for good reason. Some of the best slayers that we've ever seen in Halo. So sometimes just a single player can hold off 2 members of your team by themselves. And that's what we keep seeing out of Space Station. But Rebellion right now doing a good job to milk a little bit of time. They're going to have to drop it to fight for this camo, though.
Like Soul Snipe was eyeing a rotation to the seaside of the map, but they're going to have to clear it first. Legend with the back of Suppressed. I love this pinch here from him, but Rebellion do a great job to answer it. That was about as good of a push and a pinch you could imagine from Space Station. They executed on it, but Rebellion execute better. Now they have the oddball, and they're only down by a handful of time. They could come back in this one, not necessarily easily, but they're right there in it.
Look at this. Majority of the push of Space Station coming in from the B side. Bound recognized that he was by himself. Eco recognized it as well and crosses to help him out. Legend gets all the way into the back of the setup. I feel like this is what he does so well. Just finds a way to penetrate the defense, gets all the way behind, flanks the players that are looking forward at his teammates. That's how he's able to rack up so much ball time and kills throughout every oddball match.
Feels like the sweatiest of the games that we've seen so far. And
play that
in
ball.
Just 1 hour it's been. Oh, time flies when you're having fun watching
maybe
Halo.
be round.
This has been the most competitive, it feels like. Rebellion versus Space Station makes sense. Two of our top teams in the HCS battling here for a spot in the winners final against Sentinels. As 2 go down for SSG. Rebellion with a chance
Not
here.
quite yet.
It's Bound coming up with a little bit of a flank play, but now he's working back to his teammates, and he's just going to wait here for Stellar and the rest to push through on the front of C. Now Bound makes his move.
Starts to do some damage as his teammates show up. He's going to walk forward, knowing that his teammates are almost here, and
Nice
they
fucking
are. Look at the
shots. That should be
timing.
round.
Perfect timing.
As soon as he pushes through the back, as Eco's pushing through Ivy, and now they just need the 1 second to close it out, and very well executed from Space Station, but Rebellion made them earn that one.
It wasn't long ago Bound was a rookie in the HCS,
Ooh, audio.
but the timing here exemplifies
That was
his
gross.
veteran leadership and playstyle that we're starting to witness as his Halo career grows before our very eyes. Love that play there from Bound. Really could have pressed and stressed. He had Rebellion mounting a ferocious comeback, it looked like, but instead waited for Stellar and the rest of the crew to come through. Now it's Suppressed in round number 2, picking up 2. As SSG, though, are able to mitigate that by
we didn't see
working
him.
the oddball here to PD, but they're going to leave that oddball on the ground. Don't have the numbers edged quite yet. Suppressed with another slay with the Stalker, but now Tires almost becomes like a power position on the map. Who's going to be able to pick up that power weapon?
Legend over here just contesting the oddball. Knows this player is still in PD, able to shut him down. That shotgun's going to trade hands. Bound going to be able to play bodyguard with it. Not only has the camo, but also the shotgun. Deadliest combination you can have on this map for sure. Stellar getting a kill, and this looks like the recipe for a Space Station to rack up a lot of early ball time.
It was the early goings of round 1 for SSG where they had that 30
Big kill by
seconds of
Suppressed to trade
uncontested
that,
time
though.
or so. It felt like 30-second plus lead for them, maybe even in the 50s or 60s, as I recall. They're looking to build it right back, but let's remember it was Rebellion in the mid and end game that put up a much better fight. But again, Eli, we talk about this a lot. You can't win it early, but you can lose it. Is this lead growing too much for Rebellion to come back? Doesn't look like for now. 2v2, Rebellion have the oddball, but Mental's gonna have to make sure he takes down Bound. They both trade out. 1v1, Eco versus Suppressed for control of the map and that oddball. Who's gonna get the better spawns? It looks like for now, Eco's earned better spawns for SSG. I imagine the rest of Rebellion are at the back of Suppressed, but with that spawn situation on the cafe from SSG, they're able to filter into PD and the A side and regain control.
So impressive from SSG.
Good flank by
I mean,
Legend,
these
bro.
guys not
Legend
only
gets
have
2.
some of the best shooters in the entire league, but they also have proven they are the most objective, efficient team.
It's not looking good
I mean,
for
they're winning
Rebellion.
Yes.
flag games in 2 minutes sometimes. I mean, they're shutting teams out
SSG is
in
just working
CTF
so well
on a
together,
regular
bro.
basis very quickly. They are speed running these matches, but
3 dead for both
you
teams,
look
though.
at the kills, and Space Station are winning by slays, but really not by much. But they are significantly ahead in oddball time because they know how to manipulate the map in ways that play to their favor. And they're always leaving the ball. Even if they lose the fight, they're leaving the ball in a spot that they can contest. Once they come off spawn, they're all very fast on the map as well, which makes it so they always have access to applying pressure. Time and time again, Rebellion are getting kills, but how many seconds of oddball time do they have? 0.
Yeah, in this one, it's not as much of a fight back, of a counter back for Rebellion as we did see that in round 1. Ultimately, SSG won it, and it looks like they might just 100-0 it at this point. Haven't given up a single second of that oddball time, and they haven't given up an inch of space here on streets. Granted, there's not much to play with, but SSG has owned it in totality. 72-0 here as they look to close out game 1.
Whoa.
I mean, just look at the
I don't even know
stats,
who
man.
stuck him.
Legend 23 and 18, 15 assists, and the most.
They do get a
on-ball
point.
time. I mean, he is an absolute unit on the map. Not only that, but just his presence alone. He's G-sliding all across the map.
Eli
somehow hits these clutch shots on suppressed. I mean, he might be the best player in the game. I'm just saying.
You bring up a great conversation. 72-1 now. Rebellion do get on the board, but not by much. Legend, usually, you know, hey, grab oddball. It's because you're the worst. you're having the worst performance, or you're going into that match and you know you're the fourth best on the squad. That's where I usually sit when I play.
Hey, what's
with
up,
you,
Tealside?
This is interesting because it seems like
How you doing today?
SSG really tries to work the oddball
What's
to
good?
their quote-unquote potentially best player. I think maybe even one of the best top 3 players in the whole world. This is unlike what we usually see in Halo, again, where that OBJ player usually not known to be able to slay out, but Legend is quite literally doing it all now.
To his boy.
A helping hand is like FedEx or Postmates, drops off that shotgun to Bound with the use of the camo. Another heads-up play here from Legend. What can't he do wrong?
I mean, he's a perfect teammate.
GG.
Like, he's always in the right place at the
What
right
a fucking
time.
dominant game
Somehow
from
just sees
SSG, bro.
openings that other players don't. He's not scared of anything either.
Rebellion
This
just
guy
couldn't do
He has
anything.
all the confidence in the world for good reason. I mean, look at this. Just flying in their face says, yeah, you're not going to touch my oddball player. I'm going to hold you in place.
You're not going to touch my
off your spawn.
player.
And what an impressive performance by both him and Stellar. Eco as well with massive rotations. And how did I not even say Bound's name during all that? I mean, this roster is just full of so much superstar potential. It's hard to imagine them losing
GG,
right now.
man. G fucking
On the
G.
other
I'll
side
hit the Pine
of the
Park for that.
bracket, we have an update for you guys. FaZe are able to win 3 in a row against Proton. Game 1, Proton won that CTF by a score of 4-3, but FaZe win games 2, 3, and 4 for the little mini reverse sweep as they'll move on in the lower bracket. Eli,
Hydrate, that's
these
right.
guys set up for a very long day of Halo, but if anyone can do it and work their way back from the start of the lower bracket here in round 1, if you will, on a Thursday, it's FaZe.
Yo, Tealside, I hope you're doing well,
You're
bro.
exactly right. I mean,
You chilling
like I
today?
said, they do kind of transform when their back is against the wall. And they do secure themselves a spot in top 8. Would have been for sure their lowest placement ever, I think, if they finished in the top 12.
Excuse me.
Yeah, showing that they are not ready to lose. And I think their next opponent is going to have a
Here we
tough
go
time
with this
them as
NCAA
well.
ass beat again.
I think that still deciding roster is the
Every
team
time,
that Collect
bro.
is playing for. Another player that got affected by roster mania, but the action is just getting started here.
Yeah, keep in mind that Proton roster, you might think, oh, Gilkey, Sab, King Nick, and Spectre. No, that's a new roster. It's the business roster, actually. So that former Native
How
Red
do you say it like that,
team,
bro?
now with
That's a new
Flash Shot
roster.
instead of
It's
Soul
the
Snipe.
business
Have a
roster.
good start to the day with that win, but aren't able to ultimately upset FaZe as we take you to game 2 here. 3-1 off the start, now 4-2 as SSG continue with the lead here in game 2. It looks like they got the camo to work with as well. Yes, it's Eco.
Looked like they also knew the spawns were coming in from long haul. These two players that spawned in A likely to push straight into gold. Maybe cut the map to create the pinch
Oh my
here.
god.
Now they get 4 dead and only lose once. The lead has now
They're
grown
already
to
getting
5
swarmed.
in the early goings here. Not sure what happened with the shock rifle. Okay, it's in the hands of Bound, and he's gonna hit the no-scope deadly catch reversal.
Yeah, all right, bro.
Make that 3 medals with 1 shot as Bound looks to extend this lead even further.
Bound looking like a crab fisherman on the high seas of Alaska as he takes down one with use of the deadliest catch. You like, don't laugh. makes me laugh. Bound, nothing funny about his gameplay. Super serious as Rebellion. They need to get super serious. They need to bounce back. Already down
These two
6-12
brothers are
in this one.
unserious.
SSG out of nowhere have doubled up on the lead.
What? Ah!
Take a
Ah!
quick look at a
Oh my god,
game
Cloud9's
5
beating Native. Bro,
situation.
why does this
Cloud9
Native
and
team suck?
Gaming, and it looks like Cloud9 just need 1 kill to close
Why
it
does
out.
every version of this Native team
Overshield's
suck?
up, but both
Oh my
teams
god,
kinda
wait.
scared to grab it. But look at this. Sam gets the first kill. This is the
No fucking
new
chance.
Cloud9, by the way. Sab's the Spectre.
No
Tusk,
fucking
Insectify.
chance.
Someone asked me what I thought about this matchup, and I said it could
Nah,
go
if
either
you
way,
choke
and
this, if you're Cloud9, if
A5
you
does
choke
not
this, you're
surprise me.
blacklisted, bro.
45, 49, Cloud9 have the 4-kill lead, and Native Gaming will
my
need to
God.
play perfect Halo. And before
Oh
I
my
can
god,
even say the word
Native
Halo,
might be blacklisted.
they're down and out. A game 5 though, so
Is that
Native Gaming,
losers?
keep it close, make it competitive, but ultimately Cloud9 take it, and that's impressive.
What does
especially when
Native
you consider,
place?
going back to Sunday, Reversal Perfy able to 3-1 Cloud9. That's how they got into that matchup with Native Gaming, and they're now going on a little bit of a lower bracket run as they take down Native, and we'll jump back into this matchup. Rebellion versus SSG.
Is Native top 8 or top 12?
Right now for SSG, and when we last left you, SSG had doubled up on Rebellion, but now they're making it close once again, win on 4.
Wow, impressive kill from Cycle there. You'd have to argue, though, maybe he could have just waited for a teammate so he doesn't trade out in that moment, but
Lane
you
Jane,
gotta
no
earn
bust down,
every
bro.
single kill you get against Space Station. You see Bound just holding this player in place for long enough for Legend to come up and get the melee kill. And this has been close now. I mean, it looks like...
I'm just
since we
checked. I
left,
want to know what
so we
Native
took a look
plays.
at that
I'm
game
sorry.
5.
I can't focus.
Rebellion have maybe rallied a little bit, but Space
I'm looking to
Station's
shut
still
up.
firmly in control.
Legend here. Low ground, low shields. But with the shock, you can hear that hope in my voice. You think he's got a chance. He does. But Suppressed does a great job to take him down and take back possession of a shock rifle that has plenty of opportunity left in it. Suppressed wasting no time to take down Bound.
I'm pretty sure
And
Native gets top 12.
now if Rebellion can get Suppressed going with this shock, almost I'd like to see them play around him here. Really try to work in a situation where players will peek around a corner. Suppressed with perfect centering can take an easy headshot. Looks like that is what Rebellion's trying to set up. No, now Suppress is getting aggressive with it. Flies out, and this is a little bit of why I was talking about what I'd like to see from Rebellion. And we don't see that. Instead, SSG take what
Okay, also, this game looked like a fucking blowout, and it's only
a
5-kill game.
back into their hands.
Suppress getting a little impatient there. I mean, you could tell that he wants to find a target to shoot at. He knows what he's capable of with the shock rifle, but like you said, you've got to play between your teammates. You got to make sure that you stay alive. You're the most important player on the map. And I mean, the mistake was really him just walking forward 10 feet. I mean, but it's a small mistake, but at the same time, you are going to be punished for every mistake you make against a team like Space Station.
Absolutely. If there's any teams that you just can't afford to make mistakes against, it's those big 3, which have stuck, believe it or not. Ironically, I'd say all the team changes, the sandbox changes, the starting weapon changes. It's SSG who has the most to gain and has gained the most from those changes, as FaZe, the defending champs, still have that target on their back, but I think it's safe to say right now, Eli, SSG's the #1 team in the world, but with only 1 member left in this lobby for now, it's Legend. They're not going to have the numbers to push up on Soul Snipe. Soul Snipe's going to get a chance to get his shields back, grab that plasma pistol. The fortunate squad spawns for SSG, have them right back in it. We're tied, though, 34-all.
Legends.
This would actually be a...
Looks like Bound is already in there, though, so don't
Rebellion.
Won't be surprised if he pushes in
coming out as flat as they did.
Almost gets the 3-shot melee, but Soul Snipe just a little bit too fast.
I would not be mad at
one.
1-1 in the series.
Eco's going to trade out, and we're seeing another extremely close in-game. Look at the movement from Legend. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to see in Halo Infinite. The mid-fight curb slide to win the chow. I don't know. It's just, you throw your opponent off guard. You're basically asking them the question, is your sensitivity high enough, first of all? And is your reaction time fast enough to hit the shot while I do this movement? And Legend,
oh my God, they lost
on top on that one.
All right, here we go. Rebellion have the lead, looking to notch up this series at 1.
What's up, Smooth Criminal?
40 to 38
going, brother?
for now. As
what are we doing today?
Cycle now has that shock in his hands. There's that centering lined up on the Bound. Not a headshot, but enough to take him down. 42 to 38. It looks like now as Cycle continues on. Low shields. He's going to regain those. Regain positioning with Mental here, and I like this split again. Mental goes right, Cycle goes left, looking to pull out a potential headshot on the centering. He does. Cycle with possession of the shock. That makes it a little bit more precarious for SSG to try to take the space on the map if they want to, but
I think he got stuck.
Cycle walks into a bear trap. That's Eco, and now he's got the shock. It really
Working
feels
from
like
home,
talk about
jumping
this a
on the
lot
stream.
Recharge,
Life
but
is
it
good.
really feels like right now the
Life
shock
is good,
is the
man.
difference.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, Smooth Criminal.
You cannot afford to drop it. I mean, just holding it for yourself, obviously you want to use it to get kills, but to not give it to the other team is such a big deal, especially at this level where every single player is going to be very good with it.
Was it you that was stuck at home? You were telling me?
Arguably the last guy on the team that you think is going to pick up the shock, but we have seen him hit incredible
Ain't you
snipes
recovering from something?
many times as well. So it does finally deplete the ammo. Rebellion with a 1-kill lead. Now we're into the chess battle. Who will win the fight?
That being said, I hope
this is going to be very much a chess match, and Eco finds a way into the pipes, and as does Stellar. And now if his teammates can get kills on the other side, they will completely flip the situation in their favor.
This is the chess match.
46,
Not
46.
checkers, 46, 47.
46, 47.
SSG have regained the lead. as they do a great job to dismantle
Don't fumble
the
now,
hold at
Rebellion.
gold. Now you see Stellar and Eco with full
this is a good
control
push.
of it. If not for the 3 members, and that's
This is a good
spacing
push
at
right
the
here.
coffin corner. Watch out for the grenades. Those will take down 3.
Oh my
If
God.
they're not careful. Just the
Oh
damage
my
alone,
God.
the
Oh, Legend gets all of
See
them!
that grenade take down the shields of all 3. And Rebellion will lose by 3. It came down to that final push, but SSG too good, too strong, and up 2-0.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
foot
I
surgery.
love
That's
the
what I
proactive
thought.
thought process
I didn't want to be
from
incorrect, though.
Rebellion, but is that tiny hallway the place to make your push?
Around
I
a
mean,
little knee scooter these days. About to throw some
Legend
rims
just
on this bitch.
found his way
Yeah.
through the other side of the
I like
pipe
that.
somehow, by the way. He was behind them when he got that double kill.
Well, I'm
So
sure it's.
they
I'm
kind
sure
of
that's
just
a little
put
bit ass,
themselves
but
in
like
a
I said, I hope
position
it's
where
all
they have no
good.
escape
Hope the
options and
recovery's
they're
going
very likely to be
smoothly.
grenaded.
Hope you're
And if they're
chilling.
able to run through those players before those players can throw any grenades somehow, maybe it works out, but in the end, SSG come out on top.
And that was evenly set up to Eli. No team really had the edge going into that final push. 2 on the gold side for each team, 2 on the
My food will
A
be here in
tower
about 5
side for
minutes.
each team, and SSG
We're so up.
just too good with not only just the shots and the accuracy and the damage, but the timing, the hive mindset where
The
it
2
goes
weeks now we
beyond
back on my feet.
communication and you're
Hey,
just
that's what I like to hear.
you're like it's like you're one body, one soul. That's what I'm seeing here from SSG. And how impressive is this? This looks like one of the teams
See,
that didn't make a roster change.
this is
going
like-
into this season based on the
This song
chemistry and the
sounds very
communication
Halo.
and the execution.
This
we're
might
seeing.
even
They
be
do
off the
have a
fucking
new
Infinite
member.
soundtrack.
It's
For all I
Legend.
know.
But my gosh,
And the
SSG,
last shit
if they continue
just
to grow
sound
and
like
get better, I worry about what that
some
might
menu
look like
music
for the
from
rest of
the
the Halo
motherfucking
community as we
NCAA.
kick off a Game 3 King of the Hill on live fire.
Enemy team took the hill.
I have to agree with you. These guys look incredibly strong. I mean, not too long ago, SSG shut out FaZe in scrims 12-0. And yeah,
nuts.
it's scrims.
Ugh,
FaZe
brother.
doesn't take scrims as seriously. But
I didn't know that
we're
shit.
talking about the same FaZe that went 94-6 in scrims before the World Championship. So, I mean, there's clearly some magic happening over here at Space Station. And so far, they have
name
been
is-
an
might be Legend.
unrelenting force ever since they formed.
Oh, mental!
Scrims aren't the whole cake, but they're
I'm gonna
at least
throw
the
up.
icing, right?
That was
you
so
can definitely
gross.
get some direction from scrims. There is something to scrims for sure. As
Ain't nobody
SSG
even
have
said
looked
shit
good
about it.
online, in tournaments, and on land as well. Land, air, and sea at this point. SSG just dominating, forming a whole military. It looks like between their 4 members of the squad.
What?
An international affair again with Legend coming over from EU, but for now it's Cycle looking to shut it down.
What
with
are
the
we
snipe.
talking about?
It's a couple of good shots, but Stellar picks it right back up. He goes down after though, and SSG have only 1 player left on the map. Mental now in the hill, and Rebellion looked good in game 2. And they start off with a lead though, because it got a little out of hand at the start, right? It was 12
be
to
a big
6,
first
and it got a
hill.
little out of hand there in game 1 as well. Can they take a lead and make SSG chase instead? Looks like they might just.
Looks like it. Suppress just got a double kill. Look at this. Love the
Good hill,
play from
and they're
Suppress
already
as well.
on
No
rotation.
hesitation, rotating immediately to the tower. Wants to claim this space for his team before SSG shows up. Legend with a cheeky little spot to
Ooh.
stand on the
It was a sweaty
side
ass
of the
fight.
dummy ramp there to just have his head poking out. Get some good damage, but he ultimately gets taken down. And now with Bound and Stellar last 2 alive, and they've
Go
got
1
one
and
lane
5.
to work with, they wisely disengage, understanding this
Bound 1 and
position's
4.
not great to push from. Legend, though, with a good spawn on the turbine side, is going to make him and Bound feel free to push.
Suppressed, spots out the flank from Stellar and takes him down. Now with some mid-range shots onto the
Oh.
Legend with the sidekick, but those shots are not mid. They're fantastic as he cleans up with the use of the bandit killing.
That's how you
spree
can
here
tell
for
this brother puts
Suppressed.
hours
And
in,
Now
bro.
we're starting to see the Suppressed that was, in my eyes, the most improved player from Season
Whoa,
1
whoa,
to Season
whoa.
2. Now looking to have that same level of play here in Season 3. Suppressed, one of my favorite players. Keep an eye on, but
Whoa.
it's Soul Snipe instead.
Reach
with the
out for
triple.
these.
Known for flanking the opposition with the wall. She overkill. No, does not land it. Would have been such a
Disappointed
sick way
like
to
it's
do it,
game
too,
7,
portal
bro.
out.
I'm
No.
disappointed.
Instead, Rebellion will take the numbers edge though, and potentially even build on a 2-0
made the smart
lead
play, bro.
in
I'm
this
pissed.
one. This is the best they've looked so far.
Eco 1 and 7.
That was almost a
Getting
magical
absolutely slammed
overkill,
at the
like
start
you
of this
said.
game.
I mean,
Bound 1 and
that could have
6.
been
Also
very
cannot
cool
find anything.
regardless. The triple kill and taking that last
Mental's
player out of
just
the
killing
fight
everyone.
was enough to keep Rebellion in control. They look very comfortable in this game type. They are now 1.5 kills in the lead. Wisely get out of it to make sure they win this fight. I actually really like this positioning from Suppressed. Normally not a great place to be, but when you know the other team is trying to push through net side, You've got an extra angle
Oh
to
my
fight
god,
that player.
dude.
Suppressed with another big slay.
Eco dies
Takes down
again.
Eco with the body. Press also bodyable until he gets back his shields and gets back in the hill. We're seeing, it seems like not only the individual level of play rising here for Rebellion, but the
Down
teamwork
dies again,
and
bro. These
cohesion
brothers
is
cannot
as
buy
well.
one.
Push coming in from the nest side by 3 is SSG. That makes it a little bit easier, it looks like, for Rebellion to pick out, and they pick them off one by one. Legend, the last player alive. They know where he is. He'll go down shortly after, if not for a miraculous getaway there.
Oh,
G-slide into the strong
it
side,
never makes
and
sense.
Legend is going to survive, but with 1 second
It's
needed
always
left for
nonsensical.
Rebellion, will it be enough to stop them from taking a 2-0 lead?
If your teammate is the one who's
ultimately be
plus
the
20
difference
and you're
maker
the
if
one
they
at the
can
bottom of the
lock
leaderboard, he
this
gonna talk
down,
shit.
but
If your
tell
teammate's
you
the one
what,
who's
man, looking at
neg
the
20 at the
kills
bottom of
in
the
this
leaderboard
game,
and you're plus 10
Stellar
at the
stat
top,
line doesn't
he finna
look
talk shit still.
unusual.
Oh!
Oh my god.
All right,
Bound.
Bound's back.
Bound hitting
Bound's
some
on the
shots.
board.
He said, I just needed the sniper rifle to get some kills, Eli. Why don't you shut up before you finish your statement? Because he's gonna catch up in a big way. I was
You
about
know,
to
bro, it
call
don't make
him and
sense.
Eco out for
Motherfuckers just
low
haters.
kills so far this game, and he just gets 3 of the most impressive we've seen so far.
LeBron James got the snipe, got the snipe tower control, and ooh, did he
Nah,
just?
bro.
No, that was his teammate. Okay, there we go. I get a little crazy every time I see somebody peek through the snipe tower.
It's a
knowing
flag
the
on the
cost
play
left
for
what
that
we saw
shit.
Renegade do with it. Killing spree, another no scope there for Bound. But 3 go down for SSG. All 4. We're getting hyped up about the gameplay from Bound, but Rebellion are
Eco
sticking
also
to
1
it.
and
2-0 lead now
11.
as the hill
This brother
rotates
cannot
and
buy
flips
one.
to the other side, Legend and SSG with those spawns. But oh, I love this from
Somebody
Cycle.
help
He's gonna
Kevin
prevent
Eco
a
Smith.
squad spawn all at the back of A. Actually forces those camo spawns instead.
Oh my
Bullets
god!
on the camo side. Cycle
Someone
with
help
great
him!
positioning and great shots, dismantling this hill all by himself. Takes down 2 and might just take the hill for himself. He's the only member alive for Rebellion.
All right, that
now
was
he
faded.
finally goes down.
Yeah, I mean, Cycle makes a great play. Feels obligated to go for that camo. Like you said, last player alive on the map, but the spawns come in from Space Station at that tower side. So they're easily able to contest that. So despite what looked like a good push from Rebellion, Space Station now getting the most out of their spawn point. Do get the camo. Stellar's going to find his way in.
Eco
finishes
dies
a kill,
again. Eco is
gets
1 and
traded out.
13.
And now it's just Legend and Bound left. Can they win the 2v2 against Mental and Cycle?
This series is starting to heat up a little bit. King of the Hill on live fire is delivering so far for Rebellion.
Oh,
Seems like
100%
one of their
smooth criminal,
stronger
because you
teams.
know he's getting hoed, bro. How many
Map
times has he gotten people
combinations
one shot?
As Mental looks to clean up on a weak
How many
player.
times
That's
has he gotten
Legend.
his
He
kill
goes down.
stolen?
Bound cleans up with a double.
Eco got another
Map.
one!
Eco with the fist. Bound with the triple kill. And
Eco,
now
2 and
full
13.
Possession of the hill.
Doubles
Just
his
like
kill
that in
total.
one fell swoop. SSG are right back in it and seem to have their best possession of the map and this hill yet in this game.
I'm telling you, you know exactly the kind of map he having, bro.
And I mean, the standout on the score line is definitely Eco right now. I don't want to call him out too much. It's very easy to get unlucky and get into a disastrous cycle of spawns, but for him to come online and get out of that sequence, it's going to be massive and make all the difference for Space Station, as it looks like he has escaped it for now. And they are able to secure this hill, keep it within 1.
All right.
But they're going to have to
2-1.
rotate. I like this positioning from Legend. He's going to
My food should
keep
be
this
here.
space
Ready,
as long
ready,
as he
shortly.
can. Actually decides to move forward, but maybe thinks better of it.
Yeah,
Starts to
still on the
back
way.
up when he sees the fight is not going in their favor. If he stays alive, he could potentially get Space Station that spawns on the dummy side.
Oh, we
And
fucking up
Legend and
jumps.
Stellar could not have been better set up for that rotation to the Mudside Hill, and now they're getting some dummy spawns close to it as well. That's all a continuation because of the fact that Legend was able to stay alive, but once he goes down, that's the domino that breaks the control on that backside of Snipe Tower, and that's an important position to hold, not only on live fire in general, but especially with the hill just below on Mud. Just as it looked like SSG were able to get that previous hill in the rotation to next, you do get a little bit of time, and we're actually going to get right back in it. That's a little surprising. Despite losing numbers, SSG are able to get
Only 50
just a
seconds
little
game
centimeter
clock.
of hill time. Both teams are now going to have to fight for more map control before they get back in the
Two
hill, but
dead
it looks
for
like
SSG,
SSG
3
will in
dead
fact
for
take
Rebellion.
it. Mental trades
This is a
out,
great
but he's
live
the
for
last player
Mental.
alive. How
It's a
close
really good live.
will these spawns be? They're pretty close there on the dummy side, which is just what we just saw here from SSG. This fourth hill looks
Mental's
very
making great
difficult to
plays right
control.
now.
Mental has been so patient this entire time. The way
Beautiful.
that he's positioned himself on this tower,
Whoa.
just refusing to give it up. Space Station have known that he's there the whole time, but they've been unable to do anything about it, and his patience is paying off in spades. They now get 3 or 4 dead. Surprised that none of them are in the hill, though. They do need a player in the hill to get the most out of such a win. Cycle's getting 2 kills, almost 3. They get 3.
Where
Can he
is it,
turn
bro?
it into an overkill? I'm not sure, but they still are not in the hill. We've talked
Yo,
about the objective efficiency. I guess they're playing the clock here.
Maru? I hope I
Yeah,
said
they
that
are
shit
playing the
right. I'm
clock
so
here,
sorry
so
if I fucked that
forgive
up,
me
but
for
thank
that,
you so
but
much for the prime.
It does feel like they could have probably
Welcome.
just
Much paid.
gotten a 3rd point
as
here if
always.
they stood in the hill.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
bro.
it seems like ever since they hit a minute on the clock, they realized the clock
know if I
is their
said that
5th
right.
teammate. The risk is their reward. As you're
Thank you
right,
very
Eli,
much
and
for the prime.
I thought the same
appreciate
thing. They're letting
the
SSG get right
generosity.
back into it.
Thank you for the
But
follow
all
as well.
for naught as Rebellion
Just with
take
the
their first
prime
win
and
of
the
the
follow.
series.
That's
Start
real
that
right
road.
there. It's real
Reverse
shit.
comeback.
And I was so enveloped
Okay.
in the action and every fight
Who won
that
SSG?
I lost track of the clock there, but it's absolutely the
Rebellion
right play.
not
If you
dead
just
yet,
continue
bro.
to kill them,
That
and
was
you've got the
a
lead, that
very
is a
impressive
path to
endgame
victory.
sequence
So
by Mental.
Oh,
very
was a lot of
good
good stuff,
for
man.
Shopify, but they've got one of Space Station's best game types up next.
Yeah,
But
I think
tell
it probably
you what,
ends
I mean,
here.
if anybody can shut down Space Station, Shopify is in that conversation.
I think
it
SSG
was
beats him
just
on this map.
a week ago,
Probably like
or
3-1.
I don't know. I'm losing track of time at this point in my life, but
I
feels like just
guess.
days ago, hours ago, we saw
My
Legend
prediction.
and SSG win a
Also 6 and 19
2-minute
for
match
Eco.
on
That is a
Pit,
tough fucking map
where
right there.
Legend invented what looked like a new G-slide technique where you can wall
That is
slide.
tough.
Excuse me, you can wall jump down the long haul, hit the slide, the G-slide to give you that extra boost. And if you get a chance, go back and watch that VOD, because Legend was some of the fastest runs we've ever seen on Empyrean CTF. I had a little audible ooh when I saw the series layout in a Game 4 here for SSG. It's going to be very tough for Rebellion to send it to a Game 5, especially with what we've seen recently from SSG. And keep an eye on Legend. This is a developing story, I guess, if you will, for SSG. They're really trying to prioritize the OBJ in his hands. Will they continue with that strategy? Will we continue to see more blazing speed flag runs from Legend? About to find out.
I tell you what, man, I think Legend watched our cast of his flag run, because when I called him the Flying Frenchman, right? Because I get this guy on my team in matchmaking a few days later, and this guy doesn't even go for kills. He just decides he's going to be the NASCAR speed racer of Empyrean. And he's just flying around the map like a psychopath, grabbing flags, launching them. Like, I feel like he's just limit testing himself to, like, over when he plays matchmaking. He doesn't care if he wins or loses. He's just seeing, can he be
Hey, that's
the
good
Dale
gas,
Earnhardt
Tealside.
Jr. of
That's
of
good gas
Halo,
right
and
there.
just
Yeah, if I was in this
launch
lobby,
himself
somebody
around
would
the
be
map
getting
repeatedly.
3-0.
I mean,
That's for
that's
fucking
all he
sure.
was doing, just going for flag runs time and time again, and he was insane.
Somebody's getting 3-0'd. I'm not saying who.
Rebellion win the opening break in terms of numbers, but Bound, with the use of that overshield, is able to bring it back to more of a 50-50, as he's able to take
channel
rockets
points.
as well.
Who
Take one to the
wins?
face, still maintain a little bit of that OS.
I'm going
Now
SSG
it's
3-1.
Eco
Map
maintaining
and series prediction.
sniper possession, but Cycle takes him down
Nice
quickly.
shot.
Mental with the quick scope, it looked like, onto Bound, takes him down. You still got Legend
I was
working his
gonna
way
say, do you
through,
not
but
see
Legend
him?
does the smart thing, looks to get back, but I don't know if he has much space on the map to escape to. He does not. And now the spawns come through. Split, I believe it will be, because of the presence here from Rebellion. Yes, they are split spawns. Can Rebellion take advantage of what looks like an opening break win for them? Mental with another headshot. Momentum starting to roll here for for Rebellion. SSG with 3 down.
Very impressive start. This game type is
They
so
can't find
much
Bound, though.
about the power weapon control and mental.
They
putting
can't find Bound.
so much value in this sniper, able to just hit that headshot. He's got extra snipes, by the way, so he has the double stack snipe.
Oh, he
Gonna
does.
Really maintain a sniper. Bound is
Whoa.
gonna shut him
What?
down, though,
Where the fuck
with
did
the
he
use
come
of the
from?
Plasma pistol, almost just hunting him down.
Brother just soared in out of
essentially, making
nowhere,
sure
and he's
he
still
takes Mental
alive.
off the map. That's such a high value added kill for him
What
to get
the
in that
shit?
moment. That means the sniper might be trading hands into SSG's favor, which makes a huge difference on this map.
Really thought
He
that
went
flag
6
would've
and
had a chance
19,
to maybe
Smooth
swing
Criminal,
through the
and
long
for the
haul.
record,
Instead, it
I could
doesn't even
definitely
get to
beat
the
that.
wall sheet. As
I could
Legend
definitely
continues
do
on
worse
with
than
his
6
life.
and 19.
Rebellion have more slays in this one, but
Let's not
more
get
often
it
than
fucked
not,
up.
It feels like Legend and SSG have the pressure on Rebellion's side of the map. That's especially
I could at least manage
when you
6
just
and
take a
20.
look at the AD ratio real quick for everybody. I believe Rebellion has that edge, but it's
At
SSG with the
least.
flag out.
Once again, SSG just hunt down the sniper player. You can tell they're really prioritizing that. They know that that is one of Shopify's win
Okay.
conditions.
Okay.
It's also one of their win conditions. If this man on your screen, Stellar, has it, he's been known to hit some of the most insane snipes that the HCS has ever seen. So far, unable to get a ton of value out of it, but only a few shots left to work with. Just one, actually. And Cycle's going to have to use it to play defense instead of offense.
All right, 2 pulls for each team, but neither of them get really further than the 20% mark, if you will, or 20-yard line, if you will, as Soul Snipe pushes on through the green hall with half of an OS left to work with. Eco spots it and immediately dips back and gets 2 grenades down. Wow, and if not for that OS, Soul Snipe would have went down. What could this fork in the road mean for Rebellion? Soul Snipe with an extra life, an extra opportunity at pulling this one.
If they do not get a flag cap out of this, I feel like it's over, Hunter. You just got everything. You got a clean 4 dead, and you can't make the most out of it. Space Station playing off spawn perfectly. And what looks to be a perfect situation for Rebellion to turn into a flag cap gets shut down before it even starts.
That's twice now that SSG have been wiped off the floor and somehow come up off the mat, off split spawns on the first instance too, Eli, and are able to play perfect defensive Halo. Oh, impressive, especially when you consider how good their offense is, and you're just waiting, it feels like, at this point. When are they going to get going? Bound could be the one to get them going with the use of that snipe. It's a snipe down versus pistola battle, it feels like, between Bound and Cycle across both the snipe towers. Bound gets the body shot onto Cycle, but Cycle maintains his
bodies
life
on each other,
and should have a second chance to take down Bound. But I love how Bound has repositioned himself, as too does Cycle here, and will they both meet again?
Love the throwback. I mean, it really, the same exact thing came to my mind before you said it, Hunter. The top snipe to top snipe battle that we saw so many times back in Halo 3. We're seeing it again in Halo Infinite. Cycle right now gonna be the one to stay alive with this snipe, but he has to retreat. Once again, the defensive effort from Space Station just pushing these players out of their base time and time again. If they continue to play like this, I can't see an avenue for Rebellion to get a flag cap.
Mental trying to stay alive. Ooh, he unsheathed it for the double kill. Stays alive with half shields, excuse me, half HP, no shields. And now has just a quarter to work with. Mental doing a little dance over here on the sword side. And now he's going to have the shotgun to work with. What a nice surprise for staying alive. Your reward, the shotgun to work with. But can he get close on a map that really plays to more mid-range and even long-range?
All right, y'all, my food is here. I got to go grab it real quick.
Yeah, I think he's going to opt to just stay in that side of the map because he can just deny access to it. And that's an important part of the map to have control of. You have access to shoot spawners. If your team is pushing through on the opposite side, they are going to be spawning in the courtyard right in front of you. Oftentimes, they will try to just push through. Look at these great shots from Suppressed, by the way. Soul Snipe's still alive. They know this player's one shot. And now another flag run opportunity, but can they actually make it happen this time?
Legend, last player alive. And a flag is out for Rebellion. Eli, this is the 3rd time that Space Station have had all 4 dead. Surely Rebellion are going to be able to score it here. I don't know if anybody for SSG has a chance, and this might be in the comms. Let's play for next.
Bound gets a melee. He gets a grenade kill before he got that kill, but I think it's too far, though. That flag should go in, and it does. And Rebellion go up 1-0. This new sniper coming up going to be so important, though. Can Bound steal the Rebellion sniper? No, he gets shut down. That means Suppressed is going to have the sniper. Eco, I think, the one that's going to pick up the Space Station sniper, at least for now. And look at this. He's going to try to shut down Suppressed, but this is looking very good for Rebellion.
Rebellion against an SSG squad that last week had already won this match 3-0, right? With a speed run a la Legend. We haven't seen, that was a keys to the match or a win condition for Rebellion. Don't let Legend pull the flag and get a clean run. He doesn't even need to have a clean look at it. He's going to
I'm definitely full challenge 49-49.
Back deep into the base of Rebellion. You can see the desire in his eyes almost to pull it, but he's not going to have a chance to. Cycle takes him down. Soul Snipe goes down though, so Stellar's going to stay alive on this side of the map, but Mental cleans him up shortly after. And at the halfway mark, a little bit less than that actually, Rebellion have a 1-0 lead. Now here's the question. Do you play, how much more defensively do you play this, right? Because if you start to play not to lose, well, I usually argue you do lose. So how much defensive
I'm definitely challenged 49-49, bro. That's me.
It's a battle between offense and defense that they're going to have to determine strategically.
Rebellion got a cap while I was gone. Was it sick? What did I miss?
And you're also right about the fact that usually when teams play too defensively, Space Station takes full advantage of it with their sheer aggression. But so far, Rebellion doing a phenomenal job of holding Space Station back. They get 4 dead, and at a perfect time to do
Another
so. These
tough
rockets
fucking
are
game
up.
for Eco, bro. 5 and 15.
Early. Gonna use those grenades. in
Great
open
kill,
space,
though.
But did that rocket come out? I don't know if it did, or it almost looked like Eco shot the rocket out of the air.
Yeah, smooth criminal.
Not sure what happened, but it is cycled. It's gonna pick him back up and use it to kill
shit.
Eco. But Legend got the OS, and he's in the other team's
fat-ass
base. This is
burrito.
what he's known for. Even when his team is losing the fight, sometimes able to get a double kill and run the flag.
And you could
Got the
tell
chips with the
they're
queso.
so
I didn't get
worried
the
about
guac
Legend
today,
pulling
but
flag.
I did get the queso
Stellar's able
and the
to take
green
a
salsa.
distractionary headshot. And how you're right, like how the hell does Legend get all the way back into the flag what feels like 10 seconds later? That's how long the respawn is. Stellar goes down with that
we're
snipe.
still
A little bit
up.
of repulsor to work with as well. Eco on the other side trying to prevent a pull here from Rebellion. This one's a little bit mixy. We're in the end game.
This is looking good for Rebellion to convert this into a game 5, but the game is never over till it's over. It is 3 dead for Space Station, and Stellar is 1 shot, has to back up. And so far the defense has been very strong from Rebellion. Only 1 snipe shot left to work with for suppressed. Stellar's going to see the glint of the scope and wisely reposition. But I tell you what, there is another set of snipers spawning at the 3-minute mark. It's going to be very interesting to see if Space Station can get control of both. That could be a big deal as they get 3 dead, and Mr. NASCAR himself has the flag.
This is the only instance where I would demand 99 stay on the flag runner's POV because it's Legend with it. He
Yeah,
hits
I
the
will
first
say, bro,
of 2 or 3 G slides here, goes for the wall jump, executes a little bit 50-60%, and now this is the important one right here. He's able to throw it in the flag stop because of that last G slide.
I will
So
say,
there's
bro,
3 that he has
Legend
to execute
runs
on, and
flags
he
in
goes
this game
for 3
faster
for 3.
than probably
But it might
anybody
not
I've
just be
seen.
enough.
But,
4
bro,
down
they're gonna
for
get a goal line
SSG,
stop. That's
and
4 dead.
Rebellion are
Holy
gonna
shit.
counter here, despite Legend, and again, it goes back to that wall ride.
Oh my
Only
God.
50-60% juice off of it. Doesn't get the 100% like we saw last week, and now Rebellion are turning it into a counter cap.
Oh my God, he literally did the exact
what a
same thing
sequence
that
from
we
Rebellion.
saw, but it's
Hang on, they don't
not
have it capped yet,
enough.
though.
Gets taken
That's
down
2 dead for SSG.
with
They're probably gonna get
just
this.
one sliver of opportunity. Rebellion steal it from him, and they've got the SSG flag all the way home.
That's
and
2-0
this
Rebellion.
game looks like it could
With
be
2 minutes
over
on the
if
clock.
not for a perfect push from Space Station right here and back-to-back flag runs.
This is the Rebellion roster.
It was good, Kenny.
Everybody felt like in the offseason could be the team most likely
going, bro?
to break through finally into that big 3. It's been a stronghold on it for all 3 years, or all up to the previous 2, now going into season 3. You know what I'm saying? And no one's been able to break through. We've had some moments where, right, Sentinels gets into the grand finals, but nobody's really shown that they can break through into the big 3. I think Rebellion is still that squad to do it.
Doing all right.
As
I'm
they're
glad to
showing
hear it.
here why. On a reverse
Good to
sweep
see you in the
potential,
chat,
no
my
less.
brother.
On SSG's best game type, you could argue as well.
Good to
Map
see you.
combination. And it's Rebellion instead.
You been
with
watching
the
any of
2-0 lead,
the
90
Pro
seconds
Series,
left.
Open Series today?
I don't think SSG has enough time, especially with 2 down.
Also, Kenny, how about
This
the
is
Braves?
so interesting as well, because I feel like Rebellion
Did he
very
stay on the map?
easily
Oh,
one
there
of
he
the
goes. I
best
was gonna say.
Slayer teams in the league as well. The only team to take a Slayer off of Rebellion at Arlington was FaZe. So keep
7
that
and
in
1.
mind. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
bro.
almost untouchable
Even
in Slayer.
though,
So for
even
Rebellion
though a lot
to
of our
force
boys
a
aren't
game
playing
5 here,
great
Oh,
individually
Cycle's
right
for that
now.
Slayer.
massive for them.
Cycle's
Yeah.
getting ready. He's envisioning what that game 5 will look like. I can start to feel it. You can start to believe it here for
Braves are doing
Rebellion.
great.
And it's especially
Yeah, well,
impressive
except
when
for
you consider,
Travis. That's
again,
a good
we're
point.
looking at the #1 team in the world right now for FaZe and Optic.
Said this
have
brother
something
has
to
no
say about
home
it, but right
runs.
now,
He's been
it's
hitting all
Rebellion who have the
right.
opportunity
And
to
all of
say
a sudden he
something
hits
about it.
19,000
They're screaming
nukes.
loud and proud. 2-0. And if it holds and
He
sticks
hits
here, they
7
have
home runs
all
and 4
of
at-bats.
the momentum heading into game 5.
And we're going
that
to game
will do it.
5.
Did that game actually end a little early? It looks like, yeah, 30 seconds left on the clock. SSG says GG, go next. And that's where we'll head. A game 5 back on live fire, where that sprung the reverse sweep comeback here for Shopify.
No, but also,
so
like,
you're
yeah,
really
who could have
starting
seen
to
that
build
coming,
a
bro?
case,
Darno
despite
going
this being the
nuclear.
1 versus the 4 seed
Crazy
or the
shit.
4 seed.
This is also crazy shit, bro.
This could go
If
either way,
Rebellion
Hunter.
manages
I
to
mean, I
pull
feel
this
like
off,
right now, Rebellion looks
that's some
damn
icy
good,
shit,
though.
bro.
I mean, that game,
I
they
cannot
were
lie. I know it's
icing up
online
time and time
cheese.
again, even and kind of in a resilient fashion as well, right? Like we saw them fumble 2 flag runs. It felt like.
Yeah, Darno was actively actively ruining.
They ultimately do get 2 of them home. They stop
Jordan's day,
the flag
bro.
run from Legend to get that counter cap. There was times during this game that it looked like Space Station could make it happen, but time and time again, it just felt like Rebellion were winning the engagements. I mean, they gave themselves more opportunities to cap, which by nature, they capped more flags.
I don't have the powers in chat to start a poll, not a mod, but I do have the ability to ask you guys just by typing in REB or SSG. Who do you guys think is going to take this game 5? I feel like we've never had a closer one, and I know that sounds kind of faded. We've watched a lot of Halo. This is SSG versus Rebellion, but this series feels so close. Two game swings for each side where both look
100%, Kenny.
a little bit icier.
I talked about it on my
have a little
podcast
bit more of the edge. So
the other day,
I think in
or
this
I guess
one,
yesterday.
it's so hard to tell. It's 50-50.
It's like
so I'm gonna ask
it's
the
a great
chat,
time to be a Braves
SSG
fan right now, bro.
for Rebellion. Who you got?
That's definitely not lost on me,
Chat's looking to
especially
be
with
about
all the shit
50-50,
years that we
maybe
had.
slightly
Like,
in favor of SSG so far, but
it's definitely like an embarrassment of riches
yeah,
right now. The
it's a
fact
tough
that
one,
like
man.
a lot of
It's
our
really
boys
gonna come
cannot
down to
even
whoever
really be playing that great individually.
holds the sniper more.
Specifically,
I
I'm
really
talking
feel
about,
like
you
that's
know, it's
gonna
been
be
kind of
it
a slow
because
start
both
for
these
like
teams
Olsen,
jam-packed with
Ozzy was
insane
hurt,
snipers. They're hitting their shots
you know,
right now.
Murphy's
I think if Stellar gets a
hurt,
hold of it,
fucking
could completely take over the
Strider's
game.
out.
But at the same time, these teams also respect
we have
each
gotten
other
some
so
pretty
much
good,
when it comes to
some pretty nuclear
snipers,
performances
that they're going to be
Darno and
applying
Ozuna.
maximum
And also
pressure.
Harris
If they
has
know
been
the other
playing
team
great.
has a sniper,
Had the
they're going to
walk-off
send
yesterday.
multiple bodies after that player. But if that player just ices
But I guess
up
that's
and hits the
just a
shots,
testament
he
to how
could
deep
turn
the
that
team
into a
is,
double or triple
how
kill,
good of
right?
a,
So
how good of
it's
a
going
roster
to
it
be
is all around.
so interesting. This is going to be very much a chess match. I kind of expect the gameplay to slow down, especially if the score is tight early.
You talking about the
I entirely agree with you too, Eli. Like a
2 home
like a
runs in one
quarterback
inning?
in the pocket. What's the best way
Or
to
was it 2
disrupt the
grand
Tom
slams in
Brady's
one
and
inning?
Peyton Mannings of the world? Get a little pressure
He
in their
also,
face, and
bro,
we got the Tom Brady's and Peyton
Darno
Mannings of
also
sniping. You could
narrowly
argue in this
missed.
lobby. Stellar, especially.
He
in
had
many
4 or
eyes,
5
the
home
best
runs
sniper in the league.
in like
Get in his
in like
face,
3
get some
games.
shots on him. You de-scope him as much as you can, and you might not see
it was
that
close.
same level of sniping
It was
proficiency
close,
that
bro.
we're used to seeing.
Double
from
grand
Stellar.
slam,
As we
1 inning
take
off the
a
same
look
pitcher.
at the bracket, more developing here on the lower side, and here you can see
Okay, so
Sentinels
this is to
laying
see
in
who
wait,
plays
and we
Sen.
talked about how they got time to take a lunch break, get a smoothie. They got a chance now even probably to take a nap after their series was done quickly 3-0 in what felt like 10-15 minutes. This one's going the distance. Game 5, live fire TS. Here we go.
This opening going to be absolutely monumental for one team or the other. If it trades out and it's even, it could.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty
create
shit
the
inning.
conditions for a
I don't think it's the worst
drawn-out
inning
game,
in
but
history.
I think if
But
one team
that's a pretty not good inning.
wins the sniper and then also wins the fight for camo, they're going to play very aggressive and could
I mean, I don't know. It might
potentially
be the worst
build a
inning in
massive
history.
lead.
It can't be
So
though, surely.
this opening break going to be so consequential to the pace of this game, in my opinion. Will one team?
Well, I
get
mean,
an
it
early
depends.
lead, or
If
will it go
it's
back and
like-
forth? We'll have to see.
If it's the first
dictates
inning and
that
you're the
pace.
starter
That's gonna be
and
the
like
key.
I don't
Who
know,
is
maybe the team's got some injuries,
proactive
maybe the
of the
bullpen's
bunch?
a little
'Cause once you
depleted.
start to react in a game 5, it's
Maybe
too
you
little,
gotta
too
wear
late.
that
Here we
inning.
go.
You know what I'm
Stellar
saying?
At the top of Snipe gets his first shots out, ringing across the map through mid. The battle for that sniper, and Mental, he's equally as good with it. You can see him eyeing it, but after the positioning from Stellar,
Never
they're
know
gonna
what
go
the situation
putts
is.
instead to try to take him down. Stellar was still looking through mid. A 3 go down for Rebellion. SSG do a good job to hold the line here. Up 1 at the start.
So interesting. Neither team
Whoa!
went straight for sniper. They decided that it was.
Oh, that was his
they
own guy.
compete. And
Okay, bro, I thought he was
choosing
about to
play
ninja
run.
somebody
It's
out the
still sitting
QT.
on its spawn point, by the way. Stellar has the camo, and now he's going to work his way to the sniper bound. Finally grabs it and dies instantly. So maybe
Huge!
they were onto something. But look at the rotation from Legend. He's not able to clean those kills up though. Stellar's still alive with the camo, but for how long? This one's going back and forth.
Oh man, what an
my
electric
God.
opening start here. Now Rebellion have
has
the
been
lead,
crazy.
and Mental has the snipe. That's the Peyton Manning to Stellar's Tom Brady. What can Mental do with it so often, especially on Pit last year? I remember
Crazy.
seeing Mental pop off with the snipe in a peculiar spot with it for now on the nest side of the map, and I like that because
Did he mean Eli
SSG
Manning?
probably assumes he's at the snipe tower, works his way to it, but that's bait. That's a fake. As he works through mid, he's bullying his way through, and he gets a shot down that looks like it's enough
You saying
to
he's
earn
hard
an
countering
assist.
him?
Mental now with the cleanup body shot on the eco, and we talked about the sniper control. So far, the edge goes to Rebellion, so too does the lead. But Mental goes down to
bruh.
Legend. Now Legend can take it, but Cycle takes him down
4-kill lead
instead.
for Rebellion.
Game 5 is back and forth, but it's Rebellion with the 4-kill lead.
Legend looks angry. This man's already 6-3, and he's been making crazy plays throughout. I mean, that
Oh my
curbside
god.
to reposition while completely one shot, gets his shields back, and he's back in the mix here. He gets the sniper. and this man is on fire. I feel like if SSG start to come back in this game, it's on the back of this man on your screen.
Oh, you can see Legend working his way towards the QT, but his next priority is instead taking down Mental, who looked to potentially clean him up. Instead, Legend gets the cleanup and now has the QT, but the animation screws him over. Suppress takes him down, and now Rebellion have another chance to gain control of the snipe. Eli, they're up 5 off the start.
I feel like the opening from Space Station, they went for something unorthodox, but it's not paid off at all. Rebellion making them pay for it.
Oh my god.
Suppressed, absolutely popping off so far. Can Eco be the next victim? He throws 2 frags that bounce off of his visor instead of switching to his sticky grenades, but ultimately gets taken down. Mental now gonna try to shut this player down, and Soul Snipe still with the sniper. The snipe has not been very consequential, but with the camo, you have to imagine he should be able to make some plays this time.
This is the combo Stellar was going for. Instead, it's in the hands of Soul Snipe. And you're right, Eli. It took so long to grab the snipe off the start. There's another one coming up soon. Soul Snipe lands the assist. He shoots the electricity box instead, but still finds a way to find the slay.
He somehow lives.
As Rebellion have maintained this lead. They're
oh my god.
Possessions,
Stellar 0-6.
Potentially double digits. What have Rebellion done to absolutely dismantle this SSG roster? This is the best we've seen Rebellion look so far.
I mean, they've shut down Stellar. Stellar's not on the board yet, and he's usually their standout Slayer, right? But Legend's there, but where's Stellar? You need both to come out strong against a team like this, and Stellar keeps getting shut down. Okay, he's finally on the board. No goose egg today. Legend has the new sniper.
Legend trying to do it
4
all,
bullets
though.
left to work with. It's going to put the first one to work with a very nice body shot on cycle, but it's going to wisely back out. Let his teammate finish that kill. No reason for him to risk his life when your teammate's right there next to you.
Legend with 3 shots in his snipe takes a shoulder smack from Soul.
Wow, Soul Snipe gets them both.
Doesn't trade out despite sticking a player close range. I thought for sure the explosive ordnance would be enough. The radius would be enough to take down Soul Snipe, but instead a 2 trade is a 2-0. Now we're getting a 3. Legend lines up the shot, but with that able to make it a little bit more difficult for Soul Snipe. Now he's got the QT to work with. A full one at that. A few shots left in the snipe. 1 to be exact.
I like this rotation. Goes through the key door. He's got teammates Abe, Plat, and Small Window. Going key door just ensures that whoever they're fighting does not have any escape options left. Kind of the pincer strategy from Rebellion here to just make sure they can maintain this lead, forcing Space Station to earn this comeback, but they're not gonna even make it possible. The more they shut down, and Soul Snipe
Legend
gonna do max damage before QTing. Legend's ready for it though. I feel like Legend is just always behind them when I don't expect it, and that's probably what the other team experiences as well. Like, how did he even get there? But he's in a perfect spot to now suddenly flip
still 6 kill lead for Rebellion,
it's
but
not so bad now.
SSG gets a couple of kills on the board.
6 kill deficit.
Soul Snipe gets away with camo though.
3 Pearson went down for Rebellion, so not only does that bring SSG back a little bit closer, but they're able to take some map control. But Soul Snipe takes the camo. He was the last player alive, I believe, and he waits for everybody to spawn back up, then takes his shots at the right time, right place. What felt like
these brothers are moving.
Potential lead flip for SSG has now gone entirely in Rebellion's favor. It's back to a 9-kill lead out of nowhere.
Rebellion have just kept the pressure on. They're taking so much
runs
map
out at an
space
unfortunate time, but he still gets the trade.
Almost doesn't matter how good Space Station are playing.
Suppress gets another one.
Rebellion
now SSG has to scramble. They have to run.
Ever get a kill?
Legend gets
still
1.
Left 1 shot for the next player to finish them off. The output of damage is just too high, and Rebellion are only 5 kills from causing the
kill lead for Rebellion. Oh my god!
You do not want to go to a game 5 against Rebellion because dare I say they're the best Slayer team in the world, and they showed that at Arlington. I'm just talking about the facts, the results, no opinions here, no bias. Or biasm, I don't know what that even is. We're not biased here, just biased for game 5. That's exactly what we got here, but it wasn't quite as close as we thought. Now it's still a game. Rebellion still a need 2 now. Was 3 previously, but I'm sorry, Eli. As good as SSG is, the #1 team in the world, I can't build a case for this comeback. It's over. Rebellion are going to take game 5 and send SSG to the lower bracket.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
We were
I heard
about how SSG,
I was listening to that shit on the flank the other night.
How phenomenal they looked in those first 2 games.
Not a single motherfucker out of the
recharge. Looking dominant
14,000
did not even look like Shopify had a chance in Streets
what the word bias was.
wake up and they ice up on Live Fire King.
Could not
They
believe that
shut
shit.
down the team that looks to be the best at CTF right now in CTF. And then they go back to their playground, which is Team
What a reverse
Slayer,
sweep by
and
Rebellion, bro.
close it out.
I'm
What
eating
an
my
impressive series from
motherfucking
Shopify
Chipotle,
Rebellion.
baby.
This is not a good week to be in the Big Three club. Previously, for 2 years, it was, but Optic, well, they forforfeited. So, Red X on their screen, they didn't. We
So
didn't get to see
now,
them play
do we
this
have
week, but
Rebellion Sentinels?
SSG and FaZe Eli are already
And
in
SSG
the lower
is also
bracket,
not
guys.
out.
We have been casting for 2 hours straight.
SSG is
We're gonna get a
in
quick
losers.
break before we load up the winners finals. Thank you guys
Yeah,
so
we're
much
going to
for
winners
tuning in.
finals.
If you guys have been enjoying the show, please consider subscribing.
Yeah, please.
And,
I
we'll be
can't
right
do it,
back
bro.
with some more Halo.
It's just the most brain dead
Hi.
shit, bro.
Wow.
What's up, homies?
Incredible.
Wow.
I'm just kind of shocked right there, Aliak, that all of that just happened. 3 in a row, right? Reverse sweep. Unbelievable presence from Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, that was incredible. I'm still in shock just thinking about how it's kind of like Upset City here today. We had a bittersweet takedown complexity in lower brackets, and now we have an even more impressive upset Rebellion, who is number 4 in the seed and had top 4 in the last tournament, changing everything, sending Space Station down to lower bracket to probably face off FaZe down there, and now we have a Rebellion versus Sentinels winners final here.
Yeah, if you would have told me the team that got 4th place and
I
16th
would
place
love me
at Arlington were going to
a
compete for
FaZe
top 3.
Space Station
You
match.
know what? I wouldn't have believed you. But
Yeah,
here we go.
definitely. Can't
that's
ever
where we're
cheer
at,
against
right?
Lixel,
Grand
bro. That's the
finals
goat
is on
right
the
there.
line for both these teams.
It's an incredible day. Look at the bracket here right now. We have Cloud9 versus Bittersweet. Bittersweet was a team that eliminated Complexity, and then we have FaZe Clan versus Still Deciding. I'm not sure if this game is ongoing right now. I think they were just waiting for something, but this is what the lower bracket is looking like right now. And one of these two teams is going to be dropping down here after winners finals. And honestly, if you look at that winners finals, Sentinels, they picked up Precision as their 4th player for this tournament. And we were talking about how Precision is such an impressive player, and he's just been killing it. And it's I think
yeah,
it has
Optic's
been
not
a little
playing
bit
today.
shocking for a lot of people.
I think they
to
played
see
in the
switch from
first day of
Spartan
this
to
and then maybe
Precision,
couldn't
Precision
play in
being
this
such a
day,
newer
so they
player
forfeited their
in
spot.
the scene. But I mean, looking at his stats, he's
But I'm
looking
not altogether
really
sure.
strong.
Now he started off the stream with a bang, right? Remember that overkill he got about 2 minutes into the stream? Well, he's been phenomenal today, and here we go, a little bit more action to bring you guys from across the tournament. Cloud9 and Bittersweet are competing at the moment. We're in game number 3, a little CTF action, and this game just started. And I have to say, we've been talking about the Sentinels, the complexity, the changes between Spartan and Precision, but there have been ripple effects from some other changes that happened in the scene as well. One of those being Collect being dropped from Native Gaming. It sent everyone everywhere, and Cloud9 suddenly looks completely different. Suspector and Sab joining Cloud9's Tusk and Septify now, and they've been going on a damn good run since that's happened. Now going against a red hot Bittersweet who 3-0'd Complexity into this flag game. This is gonna be a very telling matchup of what kind of legs this Cloud9 roster has if they can get past Bittersweet.
And that's what we'll have to see here. We have Suspector taking the
I didn't even
spot
realize
here
this new
on
Cloud9
green.
team
Wait,
as well.
What's going on here? And I want to say a Bulldog side. Yeah, that's where the Bulldog spawns now. Instead of Sword, we have Mortally hopping up with a sniper, checking those top bases. And he spots somebody. We got Spectify hopping on that lift right now. It's kind of like a trap there, right? When you hop on that lift,
You can
just
always
stay
get
there.
trapped. You gotta go from the bottom instead of the top, right? You come down
Yeah.
from the top. It's like you get stuck in that lift. And you're like, oh no, this is so bad. But look at this flag run from Bittersweet. They take it towards the Sword side of the map where this Bulldog spawns. And with this flag going down low, this is not your normal flag run, but rather I think the evolution of what's to come on this this map. It doesn't work this time around, but you can see how powerful it can be. One thing I would have loved to see is Mortally maybe get a little bit more aggressive with that sniper, take over the tower if he was given the chance, and let his teams wrap past him so that sniper could have been a little bit more active. Instead,
Hey, what's
he
good,
stays alive,
Squirtle?
eventually sends someone
going,
down
brother?
to their death. Septify, we'll see you later.
How you doing today?
8 seconds on the respawn screen after that big fall.
Sorry, I'm just
down
eating
into
some
the pit.
Chipotle over here.
Rockets coming up in just a few seconds. This could be the counterattack that
Don't worry
this
about me, bro. I'll be
Bittersweet
back in
team
a
was
second.
looking for. They have plenty of control. It's just about getting these rockets away, and Mortally seems to be on top of that.
Envor Big living here on this shotgun side. The fight for overshield is happening right now. Tusk with an easy sniper shot right there from him. He's carrying this Bulldog. Okay, he's getting flashy now. Bulldog and Sniper here. I think he's hopping on that flag and running it out. We've got a little counter flag happening right now.
Right, a little attack from both sides. Tusk trying his best to get away. I think patience could have been a virtue that he stood by there. Just get the flag out into the open. You have a sniper to work with. Really use that as that focal point of attack and let that sniper put in work. Instead, he goes down early, and this is going to create a situation which this flag is not going to go any further unless some craziness happens on both sides. You see teams just flooding to get their way in, but eventually that flag is gonna go back home for Bittersweet, and now they have plenty of control. A sniper in the back, a sword. This is everything you could possibly want.
Would you consider this a really nice spot to hold the sniper on? The pit is such a tried and true map and game type. It's a classic game, right? But there's been some changes in this map in Halo Infinite.
Well, what I'll say about this position,
my
right,
grass
I
gonna
think
get
it's the most
Chick-fil-A?
natural
Oh, hell
position
yeah, bro.
for the sniper to go. Now, is it the best
And that's
spot
gonna hit
for
different
sniper?
too, bro.
I'm not quite sure, because most of the time you're trying to get that flag out towards
Especially
long
after
haul
mowing the
side,
grass, that
and
shit's
you
gonna
can
hit
use
different,
that
bro.
sniper to more effectively.
Especially, I
hammer
mean, is
down
it a
that
hot day?
pit lane. So oftentimes in sword you get pushed back, but you have that survivability.
Especially if it's a hot
over
day,
on
bro.
sword, because you have these escape routes. I'm not gonna
That shit's
say it's
gonna
like
bang.
100%. This is the play you go with sniper, but it's never a bad option to go over to sword. But look at this, another flag out on its way, and this time there's plenty of space for them to work with. Tusk with the sniper shooting down the lanes. Piggy's the last player alive, and well, his house about to be blown down. Septify lasers him with the AR, and Tusk will get the
saying,
first
Smooth
score
Criminal.
in for his team. Perfect plays all around from
Oh, shit, never
Cloud9,
mind.
set up to execution. A clean
Ohio
4
weather.
down. And this means they also have an opportunity to take all this space back off
it's
their
cold, bruh.
respawn, play for these rockets once again, and try to double dip on this action. If Sav's able
well,
to
still.
get away with those rockets, unfortunately not going to be able to do so. I think we could have really seen some big moments for Cloud9, but it might not be over yet.
That was all 4 down twice for that last flag cap down there for Bittersweet, and helping them get that overshield and rocket launcher on the side of Cloud9. It looks like they're setting up to just keep them on that respawn screen.
Yeah, this is so much pressure from Cloud9 to get this flag back. Unfortunately, they went 2 down, so now it's going to be really scrappy and hard for these guys to get this flag back. But
Do I dip the burrito in the
Septify
queso?
might just
No.
be
I'll show y'all the strat,
shut down
actually.
from Mortally, but did he buy enough time? No. Cloud9 going to
This
be
is my
giving
strat, right?
up this flag, and Bittersweet not letting an opportunity go to
Very
waste.
simple.
Look how fast they were with
That was
getting
very
this
simple
flag out. It's
existence.
already to the halfway mark.
I got the green chili
The score
salsa.
is 1-0
I got the
in favor of
burrito.
Cloud9,
I
but
just
that
be
flag is flying through across the map, and there it is. The score
On every
is
little
tied
bite,
1-1.
I just be
Bittersweet and Cloud9
Pouring some
tied
shit on
this
there.
game
Sometimes the
in CTF
queso,
the pit.
most of the times it's the salsa.
Mortally taking some heavy damages
And that
from
shit bangs.
Spectre.
That shit gas.
And
Thank you for coming to my
this
TED
is
Talk.
where Cloud9 could really feast, is if they're able to penetrate both lanes at the same time. You see Sab is working over on that sword side, so Spectre wasn't able to take any space on that long haul, but you really want to coordinate your pushes. Right now, Cloud9, they're disrupting, but they're disrupting
shit
one
go
at
crazy.
a time. And when you do that, it causes players to go 3-4 down and gives opportunities for Bittersweet. You notice on the other side, right? How does Bittersweet push? All these guys pushing through their lane onto Cloud9's base at the same time. They're able to overwhelm these Cloud9 players with their numbers.
It looks like the tide has turned here for Cloud9. They're the ones on the defense side here. Piggy going down. I think their offense is
What am I hearing in the background?
ending here.
Yeah,
We're starting over.
Yeah, it doesn't happen so often, right? It's like you get that
What am I
initial
hearing,
push,
bro?
you think everything's going right, you're able to get all the way to that base, but at the end of the day, kills reign supreme. When you're on that final phase of execution, you have to be able to wipe the team once again, and that's the hardest part of the push. But here we go. They get a second chance at it, and ooh, it trades out from both sides. It's gonna come down to the sniper shot. The breaking almost got him from that tiny angle. Not quite gonna be able to get that kill, but it might have just been enough for the second flag to come on board.
That's facts, bro.
Bittersweet. This thing so close to home, but Cloud9 trying to hold on. Septify might just be able to get this return.
Should we become food critics? Should we become like a food reviewer?
This flag looked all but guaranteed to come back.
Or maybe we should just say fucking open the whole ass restaurant.
One apiece.
Incredible rocket there from Septify.
You guys eating in my restaurant, bro?
In that flag, holding on to that top
The
BR.
CX restaurant?
Do they know that he's
Restaurant of
right
Culture?
Oh, wow.
No,
Great
they don't.
shots. And he's going to be able to get this pull as well. I would have liked to see him once again try to throw it out, bait it, right? Let your team come back up and work with you to get the slays, but Suspector doing everything that he can to try to slow Bittersweet back down from taking a lot of this space. It will be returned, but they get great opportunity.
That's what I'm saying. You already know. You got to now.
From them.
Yeah, Mortally just tried to push in and overextend over that that enemy base, but goes down with it. Envor also this is just, I feel like this is flag pull after flag pull. It's just counter flag pulls all the time.
So far, flag returns have been.
That's right, bro.
And
I'm not just coming for one Michelin star, bro.
Common in this game.
I'm coming for multiple, bro.
These teams are really just
multiple-time
Michelin
star champion, multi-Michelin star champion, multi-star Michelin general.
To think about, okay, like, is it appropriate for me to pull, or should I just try to live in this back?
I'm 5-star general,
no
no Michelin.
Push up to me,
there it is,
and then make the play. What we've seen a lot of is they get to that base, they pull it out, then they go 3 or 4 down. And it creates this very back and forth
or 3-star general no
game
that
is. I think is hard to come out on top of.
We got Suspector with the sniper here on
that would make
tower.
more sense.
That was a great shot. I mean, just saw like the tiniest bit of head when he was able to take that shot.
Tiniest bit of head.
Does plenty for
Can
his
I get
team.
the tiniest bit of head, please?
I have a problem with, right, is Suspector is not really moving up on this map.
Yeah, chat. You guys ever asked for like the tiniest bit of head before?
Mm-hmm.
Back with this sniper, and Bittersweet hasn't really given him an angle to work with.
I think we'll see Halo 3 Anniversary in 2025. I do not.
Side of the map.
This is interesting.
I think that
Taking
ship has
shot,
sailed.
Standing on that green side, but we got Sab going for that flag pull, pushing it on Sniper's side here. He goes down, 2 dead for Bittersweet right now. That's gonna end their push here.
Just a smidge of brain.
The game seems to have slowed down tools. What do you think is going on in the minds of these
just
players
a
right
tad
now?
of head.
I think they're just trying to
just on
not
green
reveal their
on
head
screen.
because Suspector's been just
No, okay, so
Sniping.
real answer,
one at a
Tealside.
time,
If we
and
were
look at
going to
this,
see
they
Halo
got
3
the sword
Anniversary,
side
it would have
run
to be.
to work out. The spawns are happening across the map.
I would
This
think
is when the
it would
sword
be
side run is effective, when you're
2027,
able to get it past that 50
because that would be the 2020 or that would be the 20th
real
anniversary as
overextension
Tusk
play
rockets
that's
himself.
easy
I
to
think.
make. You just take that flag down through the cuts like they're able to do. The players on
Yeah,
the
I think
high
what would
side
make the
just
most
have
sense
no
is
angle when
if
they're
Halo 3
pushing on the
Anniversary
way
was going to
back.
come out, we'd probably get it in
And
2027
so
on the
often,
20th
once you get
anniversary of Halo
past that
3.
50% mark, when
And
you're running sword side,
assuming
that
there's
flag
already
will
another
come
mainline
home.
Halo
It
game
gives a
that's out,
2-1
and
lead
that
for
Halo 3
Cloud9,
Anniversary isn't going to be our
honestly,
new main Halo
really
game.
impressed with how they
I think
set
it might
that
be
up,
like a
real
campaign only
adaptation
thing.
on the fly that where they
Sort of like
they
Combat
work
Evolved
it
Anniversary.
towards that sword side and find some great success.
Yeah, the score being 2-1 with only 55 seconds left on the clock. Something I've noticed is in this game here today is that they've been controlling that bulldog and that
There's
that
no-
room
there's
the
no
entire
knowledge
time there
or anything. I'm
I
just
think
talking
a lot of
shit, by the
people
way.
get to say that
Quite
the fight
literally
is
just
for,
talking out of my ass.
rocket launcher and overshield, but bulldog seems to have been very important for this game today.
Yeah, it's so often you're able to sort of bounce those corners and
Also,
take
that being
down
said, that is a good
first
point,
player.
though,
So
out of
often,
Squirtle.
A lot of these pushes come down to that first pick,
And
that's where
Tealside,
that
you are
shot can
correct.
really come in handy.
It is an
when
easy
you're
cash
pushing
grab.
around these corners that have that
I'm over
huge
here worried about
advantage,
it wouldn't
and
make
this
the
has
most
been
sense till
textbook
2027.
for
But that being
Bittersweet.
said, there's
Look
been
how they were so
many
calm when they're
remakes.
pushing into that base.
Oh,
They
damn,
waited
good
all push
nades.
at the same time, but Tusk, last player
Yeah, that being
alive,
said,
well,
yeah,
he's getting hell of a value for
Oblivion,
it. Was able to take down
KOTOR.
one with the nades, but obviously slowed them down. it enough to let his teammates come up off of
Remakes
spawn,
are,
get back towards his flag.
remakes are a big
and
thing right
It's going to
now.
be a bittersweet ending. Because
And that is
there's
true. There are,
nothing they
yeah,
can
there
do.
are
That
supposed to be
flag
multiple
is
Halo
too far
projects in the
out of
works. So.
reach. Game number 3
Because
goes
I think
to Cloud9,
a lot of the
and it's
news
a
is that
fantastic play by Tusk.
343 has been kind of
Last player on the
outsourcing
map who makes the
different
big
Halo
play.
projects to different
20
studios, right?
kills
Like
and
there's
only 15
different studios
deaths.
aside from
Fantastic
343
work.
that are working
you
on a bunch of
don't
stuff.
see plays like that all day.
Incredible
I believe
game
that's
from
the case.
Cloud9. It was a very fun watch. We have Bittersweet now down 1 on this series. Cloud9 just needs one more game to win this best of 5.
Wait, where's SSG in the
This
losers
is,
bracket?
This has been the Cloud9
maybe they just
that
haven't
I've
updated
been,
yet.
wanting to see. I was very excited when I saw this roster come up. I was like, okay, like changes happen. You got to try to make the best of it. And honestly, it feels like all the players that kind of split off from Cloud9, I feel like both the teams got better, right? We just saw Cloud9 win their game. Now going on with the other team, this is still deciding. The two players, Rami and Diagram, who are also on Cloud9, split up to go Collect and King Mick. Well, they're gonna lose in game 1, but they're taking FaZe the distance. They're making it hard, a 3-2 game. I'm very excited for both these rosters. I think this is gonna be like these two teams that are gonna be vying for top 8 finishes at LAN, and they're probably gonna have to run into each other when they show up to London.
Definitely a tough matchup for still deciding. I mean, like you said, it's an interesting squad, but they are also facing off against the world champion FaZe Clan, which surprisingly enough, they're in the lower bracket right now because of Sentinels. Here they are on lower bracket. Now they have to fight through, and I still cannot believe that Space Station Gaming is also going to find themselves on lower bracket. This is going to be a chaotic.
So
day
is
today,
SSG in the bottom
No,
side
I
of
think,
the
I think there's plenty of
Olymp
Halo
quarters?
action that's going to be
They said they were gonna play FaZe.
entertaining for everyone at home. I'm glad that we've been able to watch every match, right, guys? We had 5 streams today, Alpha through Echo, and
Also, who
you can
knows?
see all of the matches have been great. That native Cloud9 went to game 5. If you guys didn't see FaZe versus Proton game 1, it was fantastic. Go check that out. That flag game goes all the way down to the last couple seconds, and now we're seeing already a closely contested series over here on the elimination bracket. Not to mention, like, we still have a banger winners bracket
Teal side,
match
that would
to
go
be
so
determined
crazy.
as well.
And here we are back with FaZe and still deciding on a Street
Halo MMO
Slayer, starting
would be
off with
dope as fuck.
Renegade.
You see Camo gonna be up in at least 10 seconds, but look at the position.
That's the thing is, like,
of both
this isn't
these
an original
teams and
take. Like,
how
people
they're
have been
trying
saying
to
this for years.
Work out the perimeters around
I think especially
the camouflage.
more so
Once you
recently.
Control tires and ATMs,
But
you can then start to
Halo
push
as a
down
property lends
into
itself
the
to so
camo.
many
The
different
shroud screen's
genres
what makes the
and
difference.
things
It
so
gives
well.
Just another cover
It, like,
for FaZe
it's mind-blowing
to
that there's not a
get
million
away,
Halo things in
with
production.
that camouflage, but I believe Collect
Animated
might have just
shows,
done some brilliant
animated
work. Last
movies,
player alive, he was able to find a couple kills,
TV series,
and then slow
a
down
movie at
FaZe
some
just
point.
for the time being.
Spin-off games,
That was
shit in
3
different
dead for
genres,
still
bro.
Deciding. Just spawning back.
Obviously,
on the
we
back
got
of
2 Halo
A.
Wars games, but
Snakebite holding that
how there's not a
game.
battle royale or an MMO or
Oh, look at this thing.
Something
I
at
would
this
love to
point.
see him get really aggressive right here, right? You want to be that tip of the
Kinda
spear when
crazy
you have that stalker rifle
that
in your
Halo's been,
hands.
like,
Get
as
behind
limited
the team, try to get those
as it has
easy
been
3 shots
in
in.
terms
but
of releases
still
anyway.
deciding, doing a fantastic job of pushing around on the other side.
there were 2
but
mobile games.
That's why you have the stalker rifle in Snakebite's hands, right? The second someone peeks up, it's so fast to melt players.
I wasn't
with
that
it.
excited about Spartan
They
Assault.
just go instantly down, 3 shots, last to the head gets the job done.
I don't know if you noticed, but we had 3 down for FaZe just a moment ago, and the score is still 11-8. Still deciding, trying to stay and keep up with that score there. They're only 4 down at this time.
Halo
Bro,
Infinite,
Team's trying
bruh.
to stay alive here in that driveway. But Rami, look at Rami go. Here in the little red room. I think he's trying to sneak behind a FaZe player here. They do not know he's there. He's just trying to be annoying here. He's just trying to be behind their backs, and he's doing a great job at it.
Yeah, he's so good at this, right? You're getting behind. Eventually, the spawn comes in.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Look at all
obviously
this
they weren't
damage that he's been
performing,
able to do,
Penny,
basically by
but also,
himself,
like,
gets 2 big kills for his team.
Because I think Native got, what, top 8?
Prevents FaZe from just easily
in this
grabbing
tournament
that
as
camouflage.
well.
Instead, Diagram going to be the player that's
Like,
able to
Native
pop that onto his
cannot
body.
seem to get it
They've
figured
made
out
up that
this
deficit
period,
from earlier,
no matter who they're
now
playing with.
tied at 16 apiece with camouflage to roll with. This is everything you possibly could have wanted for Still Deciding.
The score is tied 16-16. Camo on the hands of a Diagram. And look at this aggressive way that he's pushing through mid. Well, quietly aggressive. Trying to sneak behind the players.
You need to be quick about it, though. You can't waste too much time. Your teammates are basically buying you time to get behind everyone. He was able to get the first, and I feel like the timing's just a little bit off from Still Deciding, right? Diagram makes that big play to go right through the middle. The second he gets behind everyone, that's when Still Deciding need to come up and
we need to do all
finish
that.
off that collapse. It doesn't come in early enough, and although FaZe go 1 down, they're able to quickly recover. They find the camouflage player, they get a couple of kills to roll in their direction, and they regain this lead.
3 down from FaZe Clan. Back on the respawn team. Frosty just trying to stay alive to get his teammates the best spawns he could possibly get.
Wow, I mean, quick work with that soccer rifle. 3 shots in, and you can see how dicey it gets when those power weapons come up on the map. Both teams very much aware of when that spawn was going to happen, and that's one thing you'll notice whenever you watch this FaZe team is that they're very quick to pick up the weapon right when it comes off of that weapon rack. Their coach in that back pocket, when they deplete a weapon, every time they tell the coach it's like soccer rifle on respawn. He puts that minute on the clock, and once it's about 10-15 seconds away, you'll oftentimes notice FaZe start to rotate their way towards that soccer rifle. They know how important it is, and honestly, I don't blame them. When you have players like Renegade, like Snakebite, and Frosty, Royal 2, like 4 of the best shooters in the game, like you want to make sure they have that weapon in their hands at all points in time. See, it's getting a little dicey for that camouflage over by the benches. I believe it might just be Rami that gets away with it, but we'll have to maybe see if we can get our eyes over that camouflage eventually. It might have just gotten burned as well, as it's just so much in the open.
That's what I was trying to see as well. We had it on the hands of FaZe Clan. I think it must have been burned because we don't see it popped on any of these players.
Yeah, I think
2 down for Still Deciding
burns.
is gone.
Shots down through the middle. Royal 2. And I love that play, right? You got to connect with your teammate that's over on that perimeter. It instantly gets an angle to at least help Frosty. Frosty doesn't stay alive, but at least you don't let the player that kills him get away. And when you have a lead, that's what's important, right? The traded out kills. So always try to find your partner, make sure that you're able to take down whatever action is happening on their side. And don't take a lot of these isolated fights, but collect. Oh boy, this is what
I got a Lambo Urus.
Oh,
No,
that is huge. It all starts from
Not
collect,
yet.
making a big play, staying alive,
Not from
getting
Halo,
that kill.
bro.
It opens up the map for Diagram to have a little bit more freedom. He's able to clean up a lot of those kills for the triple kill, and right when we get towards this end game, Still Deciding or getting themselves right into
one day,
this
though.
game. They've taken
One
a
day.
lead. Camouflage is up in 20
To the moon,
seconds.
bro. Trust.
What you want to look at is that
Trust.
that shroud screen that's in the back pocket is Still Deciding. If they're able to get themselves set up and placed with that shroud screen, I think they'll have success. Instead, I think that's a big mistake. How look, you saw him push up all that way. He's the one that has that shroud screen, and instead, shroud screen's only going to be able to keep that player alive. Ooh, okay, never mind. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Camo got burned. Camo got burned. Ooh.
Smooth Criminal, I think it's Still Deciding.
2 down from Still
I think it's
Deciding.
Still
The score is
Deciding, like, the org they're gonna play for.
46-45 in favor of FaZe. This is
Because they just formed
close
this
right
team,
now,
so I don't
but
think they're
it's such an
signed
active
to
game
an
right now.
organization
2
yet.
down for Still Deciding and 2 down for FaZe as well. This is a neck-to-neck game, 48-47. Frosty.
They were Proton. So who's
last
But
time
who's
we saw-
Proton now?
last time we
Because
saw these
Proton
teams in this
doesn't Proton have a new
situation
team?
was FaZe versus Sentinels,
Is this the new
45,
team?
49.
Didn't they just announce earlier today?
No, it's happening again. Still deciding
my God.
found 2. These players
Oh my God, wait.
are in trouble. Over at B stairs, King Nick gets the kill. Oh no, it's reminiscent. It happens again. They get
Why
that
did he
lead
say
in
it
the
like
late
that?
game, but at the very end phase, not able to hold on. I think Street Slayer might be on the scrim list for next week. That one has not been going good for them. A couple
That's been a thing before,
close
Smooth Criminal.
finishes that go the other team's direction in a tied series.
It's basically just a placeholder name because it doesn't matter.
Is there something in the air?
It's not like
Is
an
there
actual team
something
name.
in the water? Because I just keep
If
seeing
they went-
teams
if they went
that are
to-
top 1, top 2, top 3 losing.
If they went to an
games that I
event,
did
they would
not
have like an
expect
actual
them
team
to
name.
be
Even if they didn't have
losing.
an
Here
org
we're
by that
hopping on to
point.
Bittersweet versus Cloud9. 3 go down from Bittersweet.
Yeah, it's just kind of like an online
running
tournament
through
thing.
that sneaky, helping his team push it towards D.
Saw Bittersweet have that little trip cap when we came on board. They had a good lead, but Cloud9 instantly
Oh no, Proton
vaporized it by
signed
getting themselves into these trip cap situations
Manny and Druck in
themselves.
them.
And I'm honestly loving how aggressive Cloud9 has been as well. They're getting right into these bases. They're not letting players get away.
Okay, so
Morley
yeah,
trying
these
his
brothers were
best
Proton
to
until
stay
3
alive,
hours
but
ago.
you can constantly see pressure
And now I guess they're
being
Cloud9.
applied by Cloud9. They're getting beat. Yeah, we're gonna rotate. We're gonna put pressure on A. Septify finds that other kill. Biggie, you're not gonna be able to stay
And
alive.
business
We're gonna
is
push you
Proton.
from both
Copy.
sides. We're gonna instantly take over B. So Bittersweet, although they get that 2 cap right, it's instantly taken over. We're seeing Cloud9 be very aggressive on spawners throughout this game. This is the kind of momentum that you need from Cloud9 if they're going to go far in today's tournament.
Aggressive indeed. That was 4 down for Bittersweet. They're just fighting for their chance at a possible cap, but their only cap right now, A, was just being taken down by Cloud9. And look at this Mortally, just trying to hold on to that A site. I think they're making a push for B.
B is able to be secured. Mortally hitting some big snipes, but the problem is he was the first player to go down. Once you take that down, that sniper player gives you
sorry, I was
a
unmuted.
little
Sorry if
bit
you could
more
hear my Julian.
freedom to move
My
on
fault.
the map. Yeah, especially when you know that you're not just gonna go around a corner and get tagged up to one shot. Cloud9
My
instantly
fault.
tries to take a little bit more space. Breaking Shot's the only player that can kind of stop this. He gets great damage, but not gonna be enough to transfer to keep the transfer of B over to Cloud9. And it just feels as if right now Cloud9 is just that one step faster. They're slaying just that little bit harder, and I think you're going to start to see this game rapidly get out of hand for Bittersweet with the way that Cloud9 is trapping these players at sea. Look how aggressive they're being, trying to maintain this triple capture. And, send him backflipping Suspector with a big shot, and he knows they're at A right away. He might be able to curb slide himself into a cheeky little angle with this sniper. Better not check that once again on board. I just have a feeling you go into Suspector's reticle, this last bullet gonna take you down. Oh my God.
Jesus.
They've just been keeping Bittersweet on the respawn screen the entire time. Tools, guess what?
Ooh, we got a bigger matchup coming up, don't we?
We got the winners.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Finals.
Winners finals.
We got Shopify Rebellion versus
Lock
Sentinels.
in.
Everybody, the
All right, I'm hitting the
winners
Pine parking lot.
finals
Let's go.
is starting right now. Recharge on Strongholds.
All right, Eli, here we go. An exciting winter final matchup between
Wait,
the
this
two
music
teams
crazy.
in the offseason that we felt
Shit
like
fire.
had the best chance to break into the top 3. Now, one of them is looking to win it. Which way is this one going to go?
It's so hard to say, man. Like you said, these are 2 teams that a lot of people did not expect to be in the winners finals. I mean, you expect an SSG versus FaZe. You expect Optic to be somehow in the mix. They didn't even play this week, by the way. But regardless, when a tournament has SSG and FaZe in it, you usually think they're the ones in the finals, but not today. Sentinels and Rebellion have earned their spots here. Sentinels upsetting FaZe and Shopify upsetting SSG. So winner of this secures himself top 2. And so far, looks like Rebellion playing with the momentum they just came off of.
Chaos. Carnage. That's what's been on our screen all day, and it continues here with Rebellion winning the opening break and taking the early lead here on Stronghold's Recharge, 22-0.
Rebellion
Looks like they're
thrives
working
in the
into
chaos.
C to potentially earn the trip cap. But
They were
just as I say
born
that,
in it.
Sentinels break through into A.
Molded
But
by it.
if Rebellion are able to defensively clear A, this could be a hell of a start for them.
This is one of those game types that can get out of hand in a hurry. Sentinels want to find a way out of the spawn blender. Shopify good enough to keep them in it for a long time, and that just means they will be falling further and further behind in the scoreline. Look at this, aggressively pushing into A, forcing the rest of Sentinels to spawn on the other side of the map, immediately turning to shoot the spawners. And long haul is not where you want to spawn if you're in a trip cap on this game type. Look at this, they just leave A unfinished because they don't care. They have other things to do. They're gonna go kill the spawners. And right now, Rebellion
Fantastic start from
firmly in
Rebellion.
control, but finally Sentinels able to capture B.
Now, in Strongholds, it's never over until it's over. We've seen some wild 249 to 49 comebacks, I want to say.
we
It's
have.
probably the craziest we've seen. So it is
Proton
possible,
versus
but you have to
Sentinels
wonder,
at
Eli,
Arlington.
how far can Sentinels let this get away before they start losing out on the time and space they need to come back? Rebellion with a great start, 114 to nothing. But there we go. Sentinels get back on the board, and I think they get right back on the board where it's still a close game. I know the score doesn't reflect it, but again, this is Strongholds. It's still anyone's match.
Sentinels can now flip the whole situation and put Rebellion in the spawn trap. This could be massive. Soul Snipe as the last player alive caps B. That's actually huge. Not only that, but able to finish a kill as well. But Falcated says, hey, hold this real quick. Gives
that
him the
BR looks
sneaky
crazy.
grenade
What
to
the
the
hell?
visor. It's going to shut that play down, but that play was still massive for Rebellion. That's going to save them a lot of points and also make it easier to take control of another zone.
Depressed regains the scoring positioning to put Rebellion right back in the driver's seat. A and B in their favor, and C has been that unfortunate spawn point for Sentinels, but with nobody at C for Sentinels, Rebellion say, we'll take it. Cycle with the early push off. Love that. He allows Soul Snipe to finish C while Cycle pushes through into tower, takes down one, but shortly trades out after. Now Precision on the cross, gets some shots across map, trades out with Soul Snipe here, and that trade out is going to be a massive win condition, or a trade win condition. For
Win condition, you said the
Rebellion as
thing, everybody
four
take
go
a
down for
shot.
Sentinels, and now Rebellion with a lot of the map to work with, looking to fire up another trip cap.
Yeah, looks like they opted to just let Sentinels have seed. No sense in overextending in that moment. They waited till they were 4 up before making this push. I like that decision. Ultimately, Soul Snipe, though, going to be caught kind of with his hands in the cookie jar. Sentinels going to shut him down. But Sentinels still the ones playing from a deficit. This lead is only growing. But if they can capture B, they'll be back in scoring position and can potentially start coming back.
Now, this is interesting to me, Eli, because commonly on Recharge Strongholds, you'll take A and B and just let the opposing team spawn all day at the back of C. It's really a trap spawn position, but it feels like Rebellion have been really pushing for C and pushing for that trip cap. Is that what's allowed Sentinels to get back in this one? Or here you see Mental again on the C side. It seems like A, B, and C are their strategy.
I mean, anybody that's watched my content, they know that I preach AB, 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 AB all day. C is the worst part of the map to spawn, but I tell you what, at this level, things are a little different, right? These guys are so fast, they understand the spawn system so well, they're in tune with the respawn timers so that they are comfortable pushing into C, letting a player or two spawn at A, but then being fast enough to turn around and collapse back on them. So what looks like maybe a mistake in Tools plat lobbies is not always a mistake at the pro level.
Dude, what the fucking stray, bro?
Mikowski, sorry guys.
I'm sorry. Tools has been talking
What the
crap
fucking
all day
stray?
as the Vegas Knights take a 2-0 lead on my Dallas Stars. So
I
I was
see.
just waiting
I
for
see.
someone to throw a stray at Tools. Let him feel the hurt I've felt as a Stars fan for the past 24 to 48 hours. 160 to 69 now as Sentinels have gotten back in this one. A lot of red on your screen. A and B in their favor for now, but you can see Rebellion trickling down on both. They capture A. B still potentially trickling over. C as well. What kind of map control is this where Rebellion are able to have feet in all the hills?
That's exactly what I mean. These guys are confident to hold space by themselves. Maybe just a duo pushing, maybe just one on one side of the map. And if you have occupation in all parts of the map, there's usually very limited spawn points to give the other team. So these teams are like, while it feels like it's silly to be off on your own, you're also forcing the other team to spawn on their own because of all the split spawns that are happening around the map. So if you just win that 1v1 fight with the one spawning player near you, you actually maintain a huge advantage for your team overall.
Sentinels have been able to keep it close, keep it within 100, which sounds like a mouthful coming out, but again, this is Strongholds. That 100-second lead could evaporate quickly if Sentinels are able to regain their form. And maybe do a little bit of what Rebellion are doing. That's more of a counter to their game. And I don't know if that is Sentinel's game. I think more often than not, Sentinels will play for that AB, 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 like you were saying. But right now, they're not able to control it. Just as I said, excuse me, yes, they are. A and B in favor of Sentinels, but not for long. This one's been so mixy. It feels like, again, Eli, someone for Rebellion has always been at one of the 3 spawn points between A, B, and C. And it's not like they're not playing together. They're able to play not close together, but they're still watching the same angle, shooting at the same thing. That's especially impressive when you consider the fact that, again, they haven't really been playing quote-unquote together as it relates to the space between them.
Exactly right. I mean, what makes Rebellion so hard to play against is how fast these guys are. Look at Suppress. He does not care about your health, about his health. He doesn't care about any of it. He's just gonna fly into your face and try to no-scope you. And that amount of pressure, like, Sentinels are like, okay, buddy, like, they got to deal with him first, and now they've got to find a way out. But all the while, Rebellion are scoring, and it's what makes Rebellion so hard to play against. They are so fast. They are everywhere on the map at the same time.
I mean,
it
this
feels
is looking
like,
pretty chalked.
I remember looking at some of their scrim results, and they were 250-0ing a top team. I won't say who it was because that's just rude, but Cycle went 20-2 in the game that I looked at online. Like, are you kidding me? That's unbelievable numbers.
Yeah, Cycle's the comp for Precision.
No, he really
the
did spin
antidote,
criminal. I
if you
mean,
will.
these
And
brothers are
he's been
just
that so far. Precision
are
hasn't
just
found an
nasty
answer
at this
for
shit,
him,
I guess.
In that 1v1, Cycle is able to take him down. There's a little bit of a 1v2 even.
They're just
at that.
different at holds, I
Most
guess.
importantly, Cycle maintains the high ground positioning and the shock. And before I can even finish saying it, he's already got another shock rifle kill. Cycle and Rebellion looking to put the finishing touches on a ferocious Game 1 start here to your winter final.
I don't see a way for Sentinels to get out of this, especially if Cycle's able to take A. Trying to get some extra credit damage in while capping it. And yeah, once this flips, Sentinels has nowhere to go.
My God.
5 seconds left. They're going to try to force C. That's really their only hope out of this, but Cycle's here to shut it down immediately, and that should be GG's.
GG's indeed.
God.
And for me, Eli, I'm thinking about what I want to see from each squad as this series kicks off. Already Game 1 over, Rebellion take it. And what I wanted to see was Rebellion flex their muscles in the sense that they've been teaming for longer, right? This is still that early goings here for Sentinels. They're still trying to work in that new 4th Precision. Granted, like we said earlier, very, very similar player to Spartan. I think probably the best player you could have gotten if you were looking to still have that level of efficiency and slaying prowess that we see from a Spartan. But they're still working through some things, still working through maybe not so much the communication, but I think the execution and the timing. And we saw that in Game 1. Rebellion looked like the team that's been a team for longer, and the results spoke to it as well. 250-96, and we're already loading into Game 2.
This is such an interesting matchup to me because Sentinels, in my eyes, they can play fast, but they opt to play in a more controlled, I guess, like risk-averse way. That's like, it's very fundamentally sound. Whereas Shopify play fundamentally sound, but with a lot more risk and reward associated with the way they play. They play very fast. They do not care who they're playing against, as we saw against SSG. They were just flying around the map at all times, but they're fast and have insane firepower to rival that of Sentinels. And it just feels like they were playing more proactively. They maintained possession of the map more often than not, and that's why they're also such a good Slayer team, right? The fundamental aspect that has you win in Slayer is
look at the leak pass,
getting the most out of your advantage states, moving very fast when you get 3 dead.
I didn't get a chance
to see spawners before they've even spawned, you know, setting up those spawn traps time and time again. And I think Sentinels have that gear, but they've got to find it here and now. They cannot go down to Rebellion 2-0 and create the conditions where they have to win 3 straight. I feel like it's just going to be too difficult.
On point analysis from the legend Eli the Ninja, and I agree entirely. Soul Snipe, almost like what we saw earlier from Legend, always seemingly flanking the opposition. Now that's the risk you take. You get caught out on a flank, a little too far out, a little too wide, a little too delayed on the timing, as Soul Snipe does go down with camo. And that is where the collapse occurs. If you don't time that flank perfectly, it could all unravel quickly. So for Rebellion, they usually play for the flank. They play for that risk reward, and if they're on their, you know what, they're able to usually come out on top. Now, though, Sentinels countering a little bit here, having a good start in Game 2 as they take the team-wide lead.
So important that they've done this. They've also got occupation in both sides of the map. This is what I talk about, getting the most out of your advantage state. Don't let these spawners go anywhere, and they get another 4 dead.
Wow.
It was 9-5, now it's 13-5. And look at this,
Come
they're
Sentinels.
running at the spawners once again. This is exactly what you wanted to see out of Sentinels to start bouncing back here.
My God, Sentinel says, all right, you guys are going to win the strongholds in less than 5 minutes. We're going to speed run this Slayer as well. 5-15, a 10-kill lead, double digits already. And Rebellion haven't even gotten to double digits. 6-17 now as Lethal and Sentinels continue to mount a massive comeback. It's still a 1-0 lead, but the way they've played here in this Slayer so far, it looks like they've woken up.
Sentinel's so adaptive. I feel like after that game 1, there's probably a pep talk that said, they're playing fast. We got to play fast too. Let's just speed up and just shove it in their throats repeatedly. And that's what they're doing. They're just, every time they let them spawn, they're sprinting at them from multiple angles. And it's so, it doesn't even matter how good you are if you're getting shot from both sides every time you spawn up.
God, Precision able to work through a clamber that looked like was unintended. The 5 perfect shots, those are intended. Suppressed though, able to take him down, clean him up, looking for a potential collateral damage. Sticky, yes, he does trade out. Wow, impressive there from Suppressed. I feel like it took 5 to 10 minutes for that Sticky to finally explode, but he finds the trade. But my God, with how this lead has already gone in favor of Sentinels, Rebellion, they can't play for trades.
Exactly right. I mean, when you're this far behind, you really have to ensure that when you get the slays, you also stay alive. You have to start bridging the gap. 13 points is a lot in Slayer when you only have 50 on the board, especially on a map this small. It's so easy to trade out. You've got to play closer together and play these situations in a way that you are saving your teammate's life. Do not let the other guy's teammate finish your teammate after he gets the kill. You have to keep each other alive, and that's so difficult to do, right? Because you also have to maintain enough map presence to have firm control of the spawns. But look at this cycle. Now with the combination, it's the 2 best weapons on the map. Also has the repulsor just in case. And this is exactly what you want to see if you're a Rebellion fan.
Ooh,
they're down by fucking 12.
that goes down quickly, and felt like that could have been a potential comeback condition for them. Mental is able to regain
What are they
control of the
fucking
shotgun, but he
doing?
goes down shortly after. Eli, it is getting harder and harder to build a case for Rebellion to come back in this one. I feel like we just had a mirror match flip of what occurred in game 1. Sentinels is doing it now in game 2, looking equally as strong, dare I say maybe even better.
How often do I talk about how important the opening is? This game is
rather than full challenge right there.
And both these, I mean, both these
still
teams know how to play
but
very
I like
fast. They know how to get the most out of advantage state. So if they're equally skilled, it's going to be whoever wins the opening and can continue to roll with it that comes out on top. And that's what we've seen in both this game and next. I mean, Rebellion still have a chance to come back, but I think Sentinels are going to just know how to close this game out, and we're going to head to a game 3.
This is especially impressive when you consider Rebellion's 7-1 win streak, or excuse me, 7-1 record on Slayer at Arlington. And let's just talk about the most previous example of that, game 5 against SSG, where SSG were never really in it. Feels a lot like this now, but for Rebellion. So for Sentinels to look this strong against, I'd say again, the best TS squad in HCS, this is very impressive. Now, Soul Snipe does get a double and brings it back to within single digits, but is it too little too late?
I mean, for the comeback to be possible, they're actually playing this basically perfectly. I mean, they're setting up the conditions. They've got Sentinels completely trapped in the seasides with Suppressed getting this opening kill. You have to imagine the rest of Rebellion are going to flood through. Looks like they do have the angles. Watch, but it doesn't matter. Suppressed with a massive.
Okay, they're only down by 6 now.
All of a
Hang
sudden,
on.
it's an only 6-kill game, and
they were just down by
the
fucking
advantage
13
state is in favor of Rebellion. So look at this defensive stance from Precision. Expects Rebellion to be pushing up through that purple side. They're going to try to cut them off on their way. But Suppressed doing so much damage with this Stalker rifle are going to make it so difficult to play defense against. On the other side, if Precision
he ran out of ammo.
Kill, it's massive. But no, he also gets shut down by Mental.
Oh my god, is he going to chase him?
Suppressed is going to chase
this
player away.
It's the worst play I ever seen.
Was absolutely necessary there. You have to imagine if he stays alive, they could continue to roll there.
This is so important, though, for Rebellion to maintain a
Rebellion gets another
game,
2,
a
though.
one-team wipe game. That way you can still go up to 48-49 or so and still have a chance with one fell swoop at the end. We've seen Rebellion have a clean 4 down, so they could do it. They're close enough. 5 kills separate these two teams, but Rebellion has to get the next slay.
you'll recall just a few days ago, this was the map and
Whoa,
mode
somebody's
that
body just went
Sentinels
fucking
beat
flying.
FaZe in 50,
Oh, big
49
win.
epic
Oh, but he
fashion. They
trades.
look to close it out once again. They know how to talk to each other and manipulate their map space here, but it's still a 4-kill game. We've seen crazier comebacks. Sentinels still need 2 to close it out, and they're not in great position. They're still trapped in the subway side of the map and forced to kind of wait for Rebellion to come to them.
This is why I talk about Halo TS in terms of possessions, because this is the shining example of it right here. Rebellion are down 4. Sentinels only need 2. But with the positioning, you could argue they might even have a 51-49% edge. Might sound faded, but let's watch the results and see what happens. Lethal down to low HP.
They do get
Boo Boo
suppressed.
goes down 45-49.
Now they're gonna lose
Now
here.
Rebellion have to play
Wait!
47-49, and this is exactly what we were talking about. If Sentinels don't stay alive here, it's gonna be a one-slay game. Boo Boo Doo Boo with the potential to end it. Frag grenade goes out.
Oh my God,
bounces,
48-49.
but doesn't connect on suppressed.
They can't finish a fucking kill.
Game 1 kill needed for Sentinels, and if Boo Boo Doo Boo could have just gotten that slay, that would be over. But Rebellion
What the
have
fuck, dude?
life.
What the fuck?
How many one-shots just escaped?
Oh, but suppressed dies.
Finally.
Holy shit, that got so
Sentinels
sus at the end, bro.
breathing a sigh of
We are too.
relief. Oh my God.
That got
But Eli,
so
is that
fucking
not-
sus.
Again, I'm like a broken record. You can't win a match early, especially in Slayers. I feel like especially in Slayers. You can't win it in the early game, but you can certainly lose it. And that just felt like that example. How often do we see a team go down by 3 team wipes and they make it close in the end? Just imagine if it was a 2 team wipe disadvantage. That's still massive. It just goes to show, like you said, Eli, the start, the opening break, so important because that momentum goes downhill and it continues to build as the match goes on.
GG.
And
We got a hell of a
Sentinels
series
just
right
took
here.
way too big of a lead in the early going, and my goodness, what a game 2 though, and what a comeback from Rebellion. However, fell short.
It's at least a statement comeback for
Now,
Rebellion
please, for
going
fuck's
into
sake,
game
King
3,
of the Hill,
right?
no
Like,
oddball
we
game
made you
3.
guys sweat, even
Please,
though
no
you
oddball
had
game
a
3. Everybody
massive
cross your
lead.
fingers.
But it also shows that the
Fuck!
team that gets in control between these top teams will be the one that
Oh, well.
continues to roll for long stretches of time. Often, Sentinel's able to ice it up in the end, but live fire oddball. This is gonna be a long
least it's
one,
live
Hunter.
fire.
I can't
He said this
envision
is
one
gonna
of these
be a
teams
long
just
one.
running away with a 2-round victory. This is going to be hard fought every step of the way.
Nobody's
It's gonna
ever
feel like
won
the
an
fight
oddball
never
game
ends.
2-0, man. It's never happened.
It's going to be a crazy match coming up here.
This game 3 is going to be long. This series is going to be long. I think this one goes the distance, and man, I'd be kind of sweet to cast 2 back-to-back game 5s against such great, talented group of players here. Shopify Rebellion and Sentinels, 2 of the shining teams, again, outside of the big 3, looking to break through. And you talk about building the confidence kills at the end there for Rebellion, Eli. Talk about the confidence this could build leading into HCS London for one of these 2 teams to finally break through into that big 3. Feels like we've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, these are the 2 teams that we said so long ago that had the most potential to do so, and they're kind of proving it right now, albeit after a Sentinels team change, which both you and I agree was potentially one of the better decisions they could have made. And that's no slight at Sparty. Sparty, a phenomenal player, and he's finding success with complexity as well.
No,
but
it's not at all.
we've
It's
just been
about
talking
composition. It's about
Yes.
chemistry. It's about personalities and how they, well, butt heads and or shake hands. I mean, it's all, oh man, I feel like we could just have a whole conversation. I'm not going to break down into it because it'd be a whole long conversation as it relates to why, again, you can't have 4 Lucids on the same
Every time,
team.
Smooth Criminal.
I know Best Man,
Every
coach
time.
for Shopify Rebellion, told us in the podcast that he actually would take 4 Lucids, the only player he'd take 4 of. But outside of that, he would not, because of that personality conversation, that chemistry conversation that is so important in Halo. The intangibles, the unseeables, the things that you can't see but you can feel are all at play here in this series.
You're exactly right. And these teams both would like a notch win under their belt, but I tell you what, FaZe and SSG are lurking in that lower bracket, and they will almost undoubtedly come to try to face one of these teams once again. It is going to be an insane day of Halo. We're only getting started, guys. This is your winners bracket final. Sentinels and Shopify Rebellion. Looks like we might have a little bathroom break for Falcated, so I'll use this time to ask you, chat.
We're back.
How many of you guys are going to London? I feel like it's going to be an exciting one. This is
Not
going to be our
me,
first international
unfortunately.
major. And I
So,
kind of wish I was going. I'm sorry to tell you guys right now.
Unfortunate because I definitely could have gone to
but
London, but they announced the
excited to
dates
watch it. I'm
way too
excited to see
late,
some
bro.
of the
They're doing the
European
same thing with
talent
Atlanta,
maybe
but
rise up on home turf. Maybe that.
that's got to have
roster
something to do with the
would-
fact that
man.
Quadrant was hosting
Ooh,
London
pretty
and
cool.
FaZe is hosting
Huh?
Atlanta.
Woo! Tom, I can already see it. I can already see the chance for
Unseeable
Wooderman.
is a word,
My
I think.
God. And can we get foe and organization? I'm going to stop down in the NA
I think unseeable's actually a
finals
word.
essentially
Pretty
here
fair.
on a Thursday to
But-
show some love and support
No.
for
Could be
EU.
wrong.
Come on, let's get involved. Even
Yeah,
if
for
any
whatever reason,
organization
with
wants to get
the
some
majors
some,
that are being
some
hosted
props
by
and some
the different
new
orgs,
fans,
with exception
don't
of
sign
the
Foe,
SSG
man.
major
They got
in
the most
Salt Lake, which is
electric
already
up-and-coming
announced.
player in Woodham.
They
I
just
love watching
weren't
Woodham,
able to
and I
announce
love him,
it
and just
until
as
like a
as
month out from the
person
fucking
and as a
tournament.
player, can we get Foe some support, man? Can we?
Which, like, a
Free
lot of
ribbon?
people for
Can
Atlanta
we-
have already
can
said,
we
like, people have
get
been
Foe
complaining,
signed?
like, yo, there's no
Anyways, I
dates for
digress.
Atlanta.
Going into a
Like,
game 3 here, live fire, and this
I'm gonna
series
fucking
in front of
miss
us has been so good so far. A little lopsided. It
I'm
felt
going to
like
be able to
in
go
both
to
games 1
Atlanta
and 2,
because it's
but
only 4 hours
both
from me.
teams matched
but
each other's energy for a 1-1 tie. Oddball.
I feel
is
for all
going
the people
distance
that
here in game
aren't
3 as
able to go.
Falcated gets the opening slay.
And I wish I could have gone to London.
Opening sleigh, but where's the sniper rifle? I heard it ringing out. Oh, it's in the hands of the young gun Precision. It's
never
a
announced the
4
fucking
dead for
dates.
Rebellion. And this man is in the face of Soul Snipe as he spawns.
Almost like they
Soul
don't want
Snipe
anybody
gotta
to
be
come
like, are you
back.
kidding me? But look at the movement. Makes
was good
himself
milk
a
right
difficult
there.
kill, buys enough time for the squad
Huge.
to show up, and that's actually absolutely massive. Just goes to show how important your movement ability is in this game. If you become a more difficult kill, you buy so much time and space for your teammates.
Soul Snipe goes down there. He's 0-1 and 2, so people are probably already saying drop Soul Snipe in chat. I've seen that before. But it goes to show, Eli, like you said, it's about finding the time and space and delaying the inevitable death that stared Soul Snipe right in the eyes. He allowed his teammates the chance to get back there and got possession of the snipe shortly after, but the good Sentinels, and we're seeing it in front of our very eyes. Precision with the double kill, making a triple on cycle. Trade out keeps that metal from
Nice
going up on our
sequence from
screen, but
Precision
we
right
give it to him
there.
anyways.
Precision, so precise at all times. Got to play on very high sensitivity as well. I know I asked him at one point, but I cannot remember what he said, but you can just tell watching his screen, his target acquisition, switching from target to target. So impressive. He does get taken down here though, after missing a melee and unable to make up the difference with some good shots.
Nice win
but
by Boo Boo.
looks like for now, Sentinels have a very strong lead in round 1.
Impressive start here for Boo Boo Doo. Not lacking in the slaying department, but look at the oddball time. He's got all of it in this match so far. 50 uncontested seconds, and with just 1 death on his screen too. If you're playing TS, it'd be uncontested in that sense as well. Boo Boo Doo and Sentinels are bouncing back here, winning the previous match, a TS match, especially against the Rebellion squad that's done so well in Slayers. And Sentinels are finding the edge, the objective efficiency, but 2 go down on each side. A 2v2 battle goes down, but it looks like Rebellion are going to take that edge in the 2v2. The possession of the oddball, Mental looking to prevent the push through, and nice, the oddball bearer drops the oddball to throw out a grenade to help him. But Suppress goes down shortly after. Cycle now, a little mistimed, is going to be pushing in through after Mental and Suppress go down, and it's going to make it even more difficult for him to stay alive. You can see that difficulty he's dealing with on his screen. He's going to get cleaned up shortly, if not for Lethal not being able to look at him because of how much chaos is occurring in this match. And I'm just going to go out and say it, Eli, in this series, it feels like every gunfight, every battle is they're waiting on bated
Rebellion's
breath to
definitely
see
making it
who is gonna
chaotic,
come
but
out
they
on
haven't
top,
gotten any
and
fucking
here we go.
time.
It's more observer roulette, as every time we switch to a player's POV, they end up dropping like a fly.
And Sentinels is actually getting
That
a decent amount of
camo
time
was
here.
up for
Oh!
seconds because the fight just never finished, as we see some phenomenal
too.
commando shots. The skin looks
Wow, what a nade.
ridiculous,
Holy
by the
fuck.
way. The commando skins are pretty sick, but finally Rebellion with some signs of life here. I think Sentinels was able to finally secure that camo, the last one that spawned. It looks like Precision might have a sniper. Not sure if he's got any ammo left in it, but yeah, suddenly Rebellion getting a few slays. But with the pressure mounting, probably should have played the ball, but Lethal doesn't allow it. He's going to actually grab a second of time and then throw it off himself as he sneaks through the defense, finds the ball, and tosses it off the map.
Heads up play from the veteran, the self-described #1 Halo player of all time, Lethal. Another heads up play there. Cycle looking to take the head of his opponent. Misses though with the snipe. It looks like he got a little bit of body damage down, but Mental's not able to clean it up. Instead, Mental gets cleaned up, but Cycle's cleaning up this oddball and rotating it over the tower. But you got to worry about Sentinels. Has the flank, has the back of mud. And this one continues to be so back and forth, not only just in the terms of the map, but where players are positioning himself, everything going on. This one has been very chaotic and almost tough to keep up with.
Exactly right. There's just so much happening on all parts of the map. These teams are prioritizing space. They're going for rotations based on spawn points. There's so much happening and being calculated in these talented players' heads at any given point in time. And it doesn't feel like there's been a significant edge for one side or the other in the last several rounds of Slays. But it's Sentinels that still maintain, for now, a 50-point lead.
I'll be there.
Not sure if Boo Boo Duba got the back green spawn and quickly worked himself up to Nest, or if he got a
We were just talking about it a minute ago.
That allows Sentinels to push up a little bit faster. 5 seconds, albeit. But that's
not
a big
upset,
difference,
but like I'm
especially
definitely
in oddball where you're playing
bummed
for time.
that I'm not going to be
Boo Boo Duba gets cleaned
at
up.
London.
Great defensive posturing and positioning here.
I really wanted to go to
He's
that one.
losing support.
And I never like missing events.
Mental goes down to low shield.
Anyway.
It's going to be tough to stay alive here.
But yeah, I
Throws
should
out a
be
chase
at
grenade,
the
but
rest of them
nobody's
this year.
chasing.
I should be at Atlanta. I should be at Salt Lake, and I should be at the World Championship in
Falcon, and that's a big play. Could help even things out a little bit. And as I say that, though,
I should be good for the rest of them.
Sentinels looking to put the finishing touches on this one as Boo Boo Duba makes it away.
Yeah, I'm
with
excited for
another
Atlanta,
possession
man.
of that
It's gonna be
oddball.
great to go back
Lethal
to the
on flank.
ATL.
There's a heads-up positioning from the veteran.
ATL, ho.
Could have had a potential triple.
I'm gonna try to go to a
here.
Braves
He'll
game
take
and
Soul
shit
Snipe,
while I'm
though.
there.
Just 2 go down for Rebellion.
Try to see the
If
Bros
Lethal
while
can
I'm
stay
there.
alive, this could
Be a good time.
it. As Sentinels look to
Like,
put
a
the
lot of
finishing
my
touches
homies live
on
in
this
Atlanta,
round, but he
too.
goes down. That's going to give Rebellion a chance.
As I predicted, it's just fast back and forth. The fight's never really over between these two teams because they're so fast off their spawn points. They know exactly which parts of the map to contest. They both want the same parts of the map. There's so much chess being played here. It's just fast-paced, lightning-fast chess with lots of death and destruction along the way. But it's 3 dead for Rebellion. If Lethal can take out Mental, this could be what Sentinels need to finally close out this round.
There we go. Lethal, we previously said if he stays alive, it could be it. Now it feels like it might be. But again, there's Rebellion pushing through the garage door and sweeping through A. My goodness. This one has, I feel like I have to speak faster casting because the action's been that fast as well. I normally don't feel like that. So this has really been.
This is only round 1.
frenetic
Oddball. I hit oddball.
Rebellion and Sentinels. You can feel how bad both of these two teams want it, and
Rebellion's
neither
low-key
are
coming back too, and
relinquishing
there's
that
still a whole last
opportunity
minute on the
to
game
break
clock.
into that big 3. 56-79 with 1 minute left. Sentinels have the lead.
Sentinels just playing ever so more objective efficiently, but it's been Rebellion creeping in little by little. Mental thought he could creep a little bit further towards that lead, but the ball has been sitting here for so long that it resets as they've just been killing each other over and over around it, unable to actually grab it. And this has just been insane. The number of slays, I think,
Big game for Mental.
in one round of oddball should usually not be this high.
Right? It doesn't. It's
Like,
not
still
to
having
say
a good
that
game,
not to say that there's objective inefficiency on display. It's just that the slaying has just been feels like the focal point. 58 now and rolling. 79 down by 20 are Rebellion, but there's only 20
This
seconds
brother's
left
tweaking.
on the
He
clock.
just
They
can't
need to
find
play
anybody.
perfect Halo, and it's a mathematical equation at this point in oddball. You got to play 3v4 to control it, and I just don't think Rebellion have the numbers. They do not. Lethal and Sentinels will in fact ice up here in round 1, and it looks like they'll take it.
Saw that. They just said, yeah, let's just leave the ball here and go kill the rest of the team. Like, what else are they going to do?
It's round 1.
And that strategy is going to earn them a round 1 victory.
Long
Honestly,
ass round
Rebellion
1.
looked very good throughout that round as well. This could still go either way.
Absolutely, and gosh, one of the most chaotic series, and especially in my eyes, the most chaotic match we've seen all day. And let's keep in mind,
Only
Eli,
if I wear a banana
W
outfit?
production in chat, because we've got eyes on every single match, observers in every single match.
banana.
There's a command, I think, as well to watch every single match. So make sure you click that in the chat, because there is no stoppage in the action, no breaks, all gas. Continuing on now with Suppressed as he looks to push up and take on the top snipe tower with camo up soon, setting up for it. He's got the back of 2, and this is boding well here for Rebellion. The pinch could be on. You got Soul Snipe and Mental potentially cleaning up all of this damage for now.
Oh,
they'll just take
hang on,
camo.
I'm getting a phone call, y'all.
Precision, always such a hard kill. Finds an avenue out despite being one shot. Shows up at a perfect time to grab the sniper off his teammate's body. See if he can put it to work. Still has 3 shots in the clip. It's a series of curve slides to find himself bottom middle. A little bit of a weapon swap error, perhaps. Maybe pushing a little too many buttons there, but ultimately gets 1 kill before trading out. But that is now going to be in the hands of the camoed player Mental.
Mental lines up the no-scope, lands the body, and cleans up with the head. Gonna stay alive here. This is important. Possession of camo in his suit and the sniper in his hands, and he's gonna lose both in one fell swoop. Sentinels, though, with not much numbers to work with. 2 had previously been down, but with 2 currently down for Rebellion, they will, in fact, have the edge in the opening break win here in round 2. Gonna go up 2-1 in the series.
Got to hold off the pressure from Rebellion, though. It's always there, and it's always arriving faster than you think. These guys are so fast. I keep saying it, but it's so true. They've got to be the fastest team in the HCS when they are firing on all cylinders, and right now they appear to be doing so. What looked like could have been a long hold for Sentinels against a lot of other teams ends in a hurry as Rebellion push rapidly. They do get the play ball, does Sentinels, but Rebellion is here to try to contest that as well.
All right, sorry about that.
It really feels like Lethal's play has elevated ever since the team change. I'm just noticing him clutch up more often. He's also got more. He's also got better base stats. It feels like. Not that there's too much you can look into with that. 2-22 now as Sentinels have a 20-second lead. Even 3v3 across the board as Lethal hopping on board here with one of the goats. Takes down Cyclone. I don't know, Eli. How do you feel about that? I think we're definitely seeing some better gameplay here from Lethal recently. And my gosh, Sentinels, they could be looking at much more than just a big 3 conversation. I think you get Lethal back in his form when he was with that Frosty Snakebite roster, and they could win it.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like Lethal has been overlooked for like way too long. He's been playing great ever since he left FaZe. Ever since he got on the Sentinels roster in the first place, I think Lethal has kind of evolved as a player. Maybe that was like a wake-up call for him to kick it into gear and actually do what we knew he was capable of.
Right.
But I think he's been playing great for multiple seasons now, and I think that there is just kind of an effect though when you do get a new player on your team to like maybe try a little bit harder to like make it work, or like even though Lethal has nothing to prove, he still kind of like would like to prove to Precision why he's the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like there's kind of an element of that, I think.
I'll disagree with you in the sense that I think Lethal has everything to prove. I think for Lethal to jump into the #1 uncontested category over Ogre 2, he wins a championship, or especially a world championship, without those 3 GOATs that are probably now all across the top 5 and 10 of all-time Halo history. Lethal does that without those guys, and that's when I'm willing to consider and put him as my GOAT. I'm an OG old school Halo head, so I'll always have Ogre 2 there, but for me, at least, Eli, that's Lethal's path to #1 all-time. Right now, Rebellion's path to a comeback comes in the form of this back mud control, but Precision's flanking it, but they pick it up. Unbelievable. Soul Snipe goes down.
Interesting takes
with a double kill, and now Sentinels with a chance to regain control, but no, he gets cleaned up. Mental with a well.
I don't necessarily disagree with the last part of what he said.
All 4 go down for Rebellion. Despite that well-timed reset, though, because all 4 go down, that's going to give Sentinels an easy ball grab off the start.
Love the plays from Sentinels. They had each other's back throughout that play. Maintain many players alive as they get the ball, which means they can occupy more map space, predict spawns a bit easier, potentially hold Rebellion back for another cycle and accumulate more time as they do hit the 70-point mark. It's been once again a round where both teams slaying each other pretty effectively, but Sentinels just seemingly maybe better timing, maybe getting the 4 deads and 3 deads at times that are more opportune for extended ball holds. But Rebellion currently in control of the ball. Suppress going to try to keep Sentinels trapped in A.
Ball dropped.
I definitely think you're onto something there when you discuss the timing for Sentinels and maybe the lack of timing for Rebellion. Soul Snipe, we talked about again. He's one of the best flankers in HCS, but that doesn't go well. You see a little bit of the performance you see here in this one. Granted, Soul Snipe does have near a minute of ball time. He's having a good game, but not quite the game you need here, especially this deep in the tournament winter final, to come out on top. For now, Sentinels on top.
Oh my god, this is so milky.
With 1-0 lead already. Talk about Soul Snipe. Here he is, one of the most difficult and
You just got 17 seconds right there.
We've seen in as long as I can remember. He just would not go down. Finally does, but again, Eli, this is deja vu. Back-to-back encounters where Rebellion get the well-timed reset. You'd say, okay, that's part of the process, playing good oddball. But because 4 go down for Rebellion, Sentinels have these uncontested grabs off the reset, and with a lead of 30+ seconds, they're just going to continue to roll.
Such a cool spot that he used, though, right? Like, if you have a teammate nest and you're in that spot and you're difficult, like, you force, like, the reason Falcated just stayed where he was because that player was nest. He didn't want to get shot in the side of the head while he tried to kill Soul Snipe. Also, can we talk about the spike grenades doing literally nothing? I mean, I know they were overpowered before, but they're kind of nerfed into the ground and damn near worthless most of the time, but that's another conversation. You see him throw 2 spike grenades that do literally 0 damage on that player, but
if it doesn't stick or land perfectly perpendicular, I think you're right, Eli. It's like that new repulsor after the network update. Sometimes does nothing.
Yeah, it's got to be a perfectly placed grenade. I think that maybe got a little over nerfed. I mean, spike meta was a bit cringe, I'll be honest. Especially
it was a bit
bizarre,
cringe,
but I mean, make him worth picking up at least.
Agreed. Another hot take from Eli that I always agree with. 43 to 90 is Sentinels looking to put the finishing touches not only on this round, but on an ever important game 3, a diet game 5 here, tied 1-1. The winner of game 3, especially I think in an oddball that goes a little bit longer than usual, takes an 80% chance historically to win the series. So for now, Sentinels in the driver's seat.
Yeah, once again, they could choose to play time. They could also just get 3 or 4 dead and hold it for 10
crazy
seconds.
chow,
I
though.
think they're going to move the ball at the very least to make it more difficult for Rebellion to grab. And not only that are they moving it, but they're also adding more time to the clock. It does get shut down here. It's not impossible, but it's going to have to be perfect Halo from Rebellion to come back in this one.
Looks like your wish might be granted, Eli. We see Muggsy the GOAT
a lot of damage.
in chat. Looks like the spike grenade
Shout
is
out
snipe off in the
Lalo.
next patch. So that's some late breaking news to me. As we're in the mix, in the action, we're still getting some sweet updates from 343. Love
Shout
to
out
see that.
Lalo, bro.
Sandbox
That's
always
my GOAT.
balanced in.
That's my GOAT right there.
As Rebellion, gonna have to tweak the strategy. Has just not been able
All right,
to
bro. Rebellion
make it closer, make it
got
feel
the
threatening
ball.
for Sentinels, except for in this very moment. Granted, the time on the clock, it just feels again a little too late. Rebellion, like we saw in that previous one where Precision got the easy back smack on the overextending member of Rebellion. We're gonna see a lot more of that here, and you can see him send that oddball here. Sure, come take it, Cycle, as he is gonna take it. He has the camo.
Wait.
And with 4 seconds left, I'm holding my breath. Can they do it?
Ain't
Sentinels
no
are
way,
being meticulous
right?
With this push, they wanted to hit both left and right, but the player that went right gets taken out easily. That opens the lane for Rebellion to push into. They're just going to take that space. The
Oh my
precision
God.
left behind, and now the players that were trying to flank the other direction are more easily countered.
Oh my God!
And this looks like it's going to happen, Hunter.
Oh
They just
my
need 2
God!
seconds, and they ice up to win round 2. What in the world?
Improbable. Petty larceny as Rebellion are
What
able
the
to
fuck?
steal it. Oh my God, I was starting to think about game 4.
What was that
Instead,
shit?
We're heading to an even longer game 3 oddball. This series is delivering.
Oh, it's
How many
fucking
points were they
rigged.
down 50?
Dude, it was ridiculous.
Sentinels
There's
was
4
about to
seconds
get the
left, and they were
first
still down by
2-0
30.
in the history of Oddball.
But they just played
And
it
the game
perfectly.
said,
Like I
"Fuck you."
Sentinels, they send precision
I
sandbags.
don't believe this.
So that he can hit on that right side, but when he dies early, the players that are taking the long
There's
route
never
are on
been
the
an
other
oddball
side,
that's
are
not
now
gone
wasting
3
their
rounds,
time.
bro.
They just rotate it towards where they killed precision.
This shit is rigged.
And then they just turn around and wait for the rest of the
For
Sentinels
money or
push,
for
so
ratings, bro. I
have to
just seen it
wonder if
live.
Sentinels maybe
I'm not
rushed
gonna
that
remain
early,
silent
or
anymore.
Precision could have taken a better route, but
Just saw it
ultimately
live,
leads
sorry.
to Rebellion winning round 2.
What the fuck?
Precision's got the sniper in round 3. Can he stay alive with it? So far, so good.
60 seconds. When again, Sentinels is playing for bait. They said, here, take it, Cycle, and he did, and he stole it. My God, that's another one for Eli to break down on his YouTube channel, because that was incredible. I still can't make sense, even after you broke it down so eloquently in real time, Eli. That was ridiculous. 7 to 15, though, off the start, as Sentinels have regained the lead. But my God, they got to feel a little bit of that anxiety in their tummy because of the push from Rebellion. I'm sure Sentinels thought they had it. Everybody in chat thought they had it. But instead, we have a round 3 suppressed, looking to stay alive with use of
Aisha
that
bin
sniper
found
pulsar
Halo.
combination. And how huge is that? Maintaining possession of 1 shot. Doesn't put it to good use. Instead, he's going to go down.
Imagine.
Dooba Dooba, though, with none of that snipe to work with because the resource has been depleted. Sentinels, the oddball once again, and a double up lead.
Ball drop.
Do this mental keeping tabs on Soul Snipe. Wants to check in on his buddy, make sure he's good. If he needed help winning a fight, he was ready for it. But now that they show up together, they're both going to push through. Lethal gets traded out, and now Sentinels forced to play the ball, but they win the fight anyways, which means they should be able to grab the new ball. Cycle, though, is going to try to contest it himself.
Impressive regain. especially impressive previously from Rebellion, right?
Oh!
This
Oh!
regain here in this little micro
What
moment for
the
Sentinels
shit?
is even more impressive when you consider the fact that they shook off one
Did
of
he
the most
just throw a nade at him to
insane
make him
oddball
one
comebacks
shot?
we've ever seen in HCS competition online.
Not throw a
or
nade,
on
but like force
land.
push a nade?
Press now. The small door looking to set up for this next camo.
Second time today that I've thought about I got your Pistola because I feel like he did make the most insane on-ball
Shout out
comeback.
Pistola,
If you'll
man.
recall when he was on Optic, that play on Recharge. But anyways, definitely one of the most insane ones for sure. And now Sentinels
Shout out
look to
Pistola,
be
man.
in complete control of the situation. Look at this, Soul Snipe just staying alive.
It's a great play from
Kind
Soul
of
Sniper here, too.
understanding the situation. This player's going to be looking for him, waits for his shields before he starts to engage. And for that play,
Rebellion's
they're
gonna come
actually
back again,
awarded some
watch.
on-ball time. Will they be in position to grab this?
No, Rebellion's
sniper?
gonna come back,
Google's
bro.
gonna
Rebellion's
grab
dead
it,
ass
but
gonna win
they're
this
gonna
map,
be able to
watch.
shut him down very quickly
Not even trolling.
and potentially put this to further work.
That's the guy you want with camo if you're Rebellion. We talked about it earlier. One of my favorite flankers in the HCS. I don't know if we have a top 5 leaderboard for flankers yet. That's getting a little too nitty gritty, even for the likes of the biggest Halo nerds, like probably everybody watching. But Soul Snipe,
Oh my
already
God.
good enough without the camo. You give it to him. You see plays like we just saw there. Does ultimately go down, but not before Rebellion get a few more seconds of time.
Oh my
but
God.
It's not enough again
Oh my
to make
God.
Sentinels feel threatening. Now I wonder, Eli, do they change up their strategy? This is very similar to how it felt the last game, and you started having a little bit of
What
that
the
play not to
fuck? What are we
lose from
doing?
Sentinels. And what do you know? They lost. I think maybe we'll see a little bit
What do
more
you know? They
proactive
lost.
gameplay from them.
Crazy.
But for now, Mental and Rebellion have the ball.
Speaking of proactive, while you were saying that, Boo Boo Doo Boo just launches himself into the fight, kills the sniper, tries to get a stick on another. Could have been a miracle play, but still open enough space for the rest of Sentinels to push comfortably. But now Rebellion, 2 kills in the feed. It's
Rebellion's
going
getting
back
a lot
and
of kills
forth. These
here.
slays. We've got 3 40 bombs on the side of Sentinels. We got 1 on the side of Rebellion. It's been definitely
Rebellion's getting
Sentinels
kills,
in control
man.
for a majority of this game, but the times that Rebellion do get control, they've made the most out of it. Right now, suppressed with a back
Oh, what the
smack.
fuck?
Lethal gets shut down as well, and Cycle's going to comfortably hold this ball. He's going to decide to rotate it toward his spawning teammates, accurately predicting that the push from Sentinels is probably coming in through the dummy side.
Yeah, Precision, Lethal, and Falcated all with 40 bombs, and then Boo Boo Doo Boo's got the 40 bomb equivalent in the ball control category. 164 seconds of time, and
That's not
just
gonna
before
play.
Falcated plays that oddball and resets it. Cycle takes the back of his cranium. Now looking to maintain possession of it on the green side. It's all
Ew.
green. Rebellion green on that side. They got the positioning on Nest. That's what I was waiting for. Rebellion have the setup. I could very well see them regaining the lead right here.
Soul Snipe just baiting the entry points here. Knows there's a player lurking in garage.
Oh my God, that's
Finds Boo Boo
huge.
Doo Boo, 1 shot. Must have had a communication there. Somehow stays alive, 1 shot after outputting an insane amount of damage. Plays like that are exactly what Rebellion needs.
Oh my
for
God,
them
he
to
gets
come
them
back into
both,
this.
and Soul
Precision
Snipe
trades out his
lives.
life, but if Soul Snipe's the last guy in
Rebellion
the map,
takes
he's
the
gonna just grab
lead.
ball.
This series is bonkers. We're gonna have 3 players on each side. 3 out of 4 members on each team will ultimately finish, I assume, with 40 plus kills. And it's not to say that they haven't been playing for oddball
What the
control. This
fuck?
match is nuts. Boo Boo Doo Boo.
They're
We're
just
gonna
getting so
continue
much time,
forward and
though.
Continue.
Sen
in
has
his
to
effort
go.
get Rebellion back, or excuse me, Sentinels back.
He
in
just
this
got
one. They were
30
previously in the
motherfucking
lead.
seconds.
Soulside with another little tricky angle, playing the very edge of the map, able to stay alive a little bit longer. And those couple extra seconds that he's been able to manufacture each time have been massive. 20-second lead for Rebellion.
Precision looking for the spawn kill. Barely misses the shot, though. That was a big shot to hit. If he takes down Cycle, this
Oh,
whole play
no.
looks completely different, but just barely misses it. Boo Boo forced
They
to
forced the
play
play ball
now.
already.
And when
3 dead
Shopify
for
have
Sen.
a 10-point lead, minute and a half on the clock, this next fight is going to be so important. Which team will come out on top? So far, Soul Snipe, the first one to go down.
Oh, and I remember the previous instance of this where balls were reset. Rebellion
Oh, no,
had 4
bro.
down, and Sentinels easily took it.
Sen has to
Now
go.
We're seeing a mirror switch of that. Rebellion get the easy grab off the reset, and if
They do
not
drop
for
the
this
ball.
final push here from Sentinels and Lethal, this could be it for Rebellion. But Lethal has something else to say about it.
Sen does get that ball out of
It's
there, I
only
think.
off 2 players here. Valkyrie gets a
Yeah, they
kill
do.
somewhere off screen. Suppress takes him down. Lethal's just going to hold him in place here while that player is Sandbags, I think, but Lethal with a huge win on Soul Snipe. Suppress gets taken down as well. Oddball still sitting precariously at the sandbags. Finally gets picked up. Psycho
big
was
grab.
the last player alive for Rebellion, and he's all the way behind the setup. He gets a beat down. He's
Hang on,
also
bro.
bought some time for the spawners of Rebellion. This is why this has been so fast paced. The last player alive is always
Thanos
getting a
has to
kill
hold.
before they die, which means the spawners feel a lot safer to push up, and that's exactly why Rebellion's already here.
Suppress dies.
91-83.
Cycles
Just
on
53
camo.
seconds left in regulation.
Two dead for Sentinels
Rebellion
as well.
looking to put the finishing touches
Rebellion
on
grabs
1
ball.
HP.
Mental has
One
the
of most
ball.
Incredible oddball comebacks of all time, and they're gonna get it. Boo boo doo. Too short on his push. Does not come through in the end, and Rebellion steal. Capital STEAL, steal game 3, and quite possibly
What the
series.
hell?
They have the edge going into Solitude, King of the Hill.
What's going on?
Wow. Rebellion going up 2-1 is huge for them, because you got to think just compositionally, you got to imagine that Sin
Oh,
is
and it's
very good
FaZe
at King of the
SSG
Hill,
on the other
but who's
motherfucking
really
side.
good at Slayer, it's Rebellion. But before we hop back into that, we're going to hop over to what could very well be a grand finals in any other tournament. We've got FaZe versus Space Station. Right now, this is going to be game 1. So far, neither team on the board.
Yeah, we heard you guys liked Halo, so we put more
Good luck.
Halo inside your
Godspeed,
Halo
teal
so you
side.
guys could watch more Halo. FaZe versus SSG now in the elimination quarterfinals. Don't adjust your dial. That's actually the truth. Actually the
Woo!
fact of the matter.
Yeah!
We're hopping on board with Renegade, and he's
Oh.
potentially lining up an overkill, and he looked like Eli,
my
to me at least,
God.
he was a little between the Y button there and not able to get comfortable with it. Instead, Legend has the snipe, and before he can even finish that statement, he's already putting it to good use, getting some damage out. My God, regardless of which series we go to, Eli, the action has been so fast-paced.
Yeah, I think someone just tuning in would think, did they mess up the graphic? Is this not the winners finals? Well, that other match was
Right.
the elimination quarters, right? But no, this is correct.
Oh.
Elimination quarter between two of the best teams in the world so far. FaZe looking to have a slight slay advantage, mostly coming from Renegade, but neither team able to do it. And Eco just being a thorn in Frosty's side here. And Frosty said, you know what, you just do your thing over there, Eco. We're just going to take your flag and walk the other direction. Like, come on, man.
Renegade. No, we're going to go up against his arch nemesis, Bound. Bound could make a play for it here.
I'd love to
Gets
see
the spray
FaZe get
on
a lick
Renegade
back.
because of that pull. Ooh, but Renegade times it perfectly to allow Bound to get those shots into his back, but stay alive. Bound takes down Frosty and now continues on his path to take down Renegade. But did Renegade take it too far? No, Bound with his quick push through the map is able to get right back in it. And look at this. Legend has a flag out. This could be a goal line stand for SSG. It is.
Wow, Stellar actually the one running the flag now, but we talk about Legends flag runs. Everyone on this team is super fast, man. They're gonna get these flags all the way home. But yeah, we talked about that run. That was what did Foe in.
This motherfucker said,
CTF
watch the nades.
Proton at the time, different Proton roster than we have today. But regardless, on the board first is SSG. FaZe with their back against the wall, but there's still plenty of time left.
Those
in
are
this
pretty
game.
god tier emotes,
Ketchup
Kenny.
or
I can't
mustard
lie.
on your burgers, Eli.
We're big
you know
Royal
what?
2 fans in this house as
I'm more of a
well.
mustard guy. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so you just admitted to everyone that you're biased for SSG. Okay, we finally got that out of Eli the Ninja. We're now hopping on board here with Frosty. He's got the snipe, but so too does Stellar, the Season 2 MVP. We could see a hell of a duel here.
Yeah, I was gonna say both, or like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing mayo, ketchup, and mustard
Give me mayo.
on a burger. You know, like just put them all on there. F it, dude.
Hot take, food opinion, mayo's the best condiment for French fries, but we got all the hot action we can take in the form of this POV Bound. With the double no-scope previously. 5 perfect shots while falling. Keeps SSG not only alive, Eli, but it was Bound who got those shots onto Renegade, got the reset, spurred the run from Stellar, and now he's potentially pushing Space Station for another pull. It's been Bound's gameplay recently that has SSG on top at the halfway mark, 1-0.
You have sent chat into a frenzy with your statement about mayo. I think you'll fit in right at home if you were to go to London, because I'm pretty sure
That's where I
in
picked it
Europe-
up.
Yeah, that's
I
where
went to London, they gave me mayo, and I was like, what the hell is this? But I'm always willing to try anything. I tried it, and it was fantastic. Another fantastic potential run here from FaZe, but like we saw previously, Bound and SSG were able to stop it at the goal line. This one, the 50-yard line, can snake bite, push it through.
Stellar's gonna have something to say about it. holding off on the opposite side. Great shots downrange.
Stellar's
But he's the
last
last
one.
player alive, and he's going to have to make a hero play. I don't think it's going to happen.
Should be a
Flag
cap.
should get returned. Bound's going to try to get some shots across the map. Perhaps no. He's going to say, all right, they got that. Time to just play for some map space, and I like this play from SSG. Despite losing the cap, they're still trying to play for that map position.
And here we go.
All right, normally we wouldn't switch off of
But it's winners
FaZe
finals.
versus SSG, but I think this one warrants it. 2-1 is the series lead here for Rebellion after they
Whoa!
Forcing. My God, we almost stopped overkill there from Lethal. All 4 do go down though for Rebellion. Opening break win for Sentinels. And they're gonna
Sorry if I broke your ears. That's my bad. It was a flurry of
That's what I
passion.
talked about, right? The
I just get excited
composition
whenever
here.
Lixtal's on the
I mean,
screen.
Rebellion clearly, to make it this far in the tournament, obviously must be a very good King of the Hill team. We just saw them defeat SSG in King of the Hill, so we know that. But I just see as a composition, Sentinels may be favoring King as one of their best game types. It's very meticulous. It's very much about controlling space, the fundamentals. But can Rebellion just run them over with sheer force of willpower? So far, it's been pretty even across the board.
You're really going to want to win this winter final. I mean, that's stated. Everybody wants to win a winter final, but especially so, Eli, when you consider that SSG versus FaZe series. One of those 2 teams I feel like is going to play the loser of this series, and just don't think you want to be there. You want to be in the grand finals with that win in your back pocket. You're going to force FaZe or SSG, or who knows, any of these other teams, let's not count anybody out, to reset the bracket. So this just, especially after that little sneak peek we got into that FaZe versus SSG series, feels especially consequential, virtually tied here on the opening break.
Look at this. Falcated finds a no shields player. Lethal gets taken down on the other side, though. Once again, these kills are always trading back and forth between these teams, but no, 3 dead for Sentinels. Falcated with this longer route is the last player alive. Gets
Supreme
a great
milk.
trade out death there, but Suppress is already taking space on this tram side, and I think he's doing this to potentially favor the rotation for the next hill. If during the next couple sequences it's Rebellion spawning tram, whether they get this hill or not, they have a much better chance to get control of the next hill.
Soul Snipe positioning for the next camo, but instead Falcated picks it up, and with that slay on Soul Snipe, he's going to be able to secure it. Cycle for now securing the top snipe position, and with Sentinels in it, looks to peek down and get a little angle on it, but oh, he's got pressure. It's probably the camo, I imagine, in his face. Great presence of awareness, and they might just get the back smack now on Cycle if he's not careful. Cycle trying to find where that player just went. We're going to keep it picture-in-picture to give you guys an update on that one. Is SSG
2-1 over FaZe.
2:26 left on the clock. Up by 1. Now back in the winter.
That's good coverage by LVT right there. That's good coverage.
2 takes down 1. Now 2 in the form of Lethal and the help from his teammates. As 2 go down for Sentinels. But they go up 1-0 in this match and already have time on the next hill.
Oh.
This is Eli. I cannot remember a more fast-paced and frenetic day of Halo. This is freaking awesome.
We called it at the start of the season, right? These teams are so close in ability and talent. The meta is mostly solved or understood. There's not a whole lot of new strategy, so if everybody kind of knows the correct plays, it becomes just a chess match of outplaying each other or just hitting more shots. And frankly, Soul Snipe's got some shots to hit here with the shock rifle. This is one of their keys to getting into this hill. Finally, they're going to have some semblance of control, but Sentinels will have at least 2 opportunities to try to break in.
Really curious where Soul Snipe takes this snipe. He takes the high ground and takes the face of Boo Boo Doo, and then drops back, goes to LR, and this is where Sentinels might have a hard time keeping up with Soul Snipe. I love this reposition. Falcated, I don't think he expected it. We didn't, as Soul Snipe, I guess we did, takes the headshot again. 2 go down for Sentinels, and they're looking to make that push through Cafe. Soul Snipe can now set up the centering on that side of the map, but they push through with a little bit more pace in their step, and because of that, Soul Snipe isn't able to line up the centering. The fast-paced action continues as Rebellion look to tie things up at 1.
Almost a dude. This was a textbook retake from Shopify, and they steal it in a situation that Sentinels should have been in firm control of. They're also trying to shut down Boo Boo, who has the camo here. Boo Boo at least does a good job to deny that resource to Rebellion, but when he gets taken down early, that means Rebellion's able to get control of the map as well. Falcated somehow finds a double kill, though, at a time that his team needs it most from bad positioning, by the way. Not easy to fight out of bottom lift. And just like that, it looks like Sentinels should have
hang on, y'all. I'm gonna hit the Pine Park real quick.
Want, which is that snipe side, but no. Falcated sees the last player.
Yeah,
Still needs to be answered for. That Soul Snipe takes him down. One of Sentinel's teammates can go to that snipe side instead. Wow. Oh, those stickies go right through that player.
I've hardly had a chance to take a breath, Eli, but this has been a great series and a great day of Halo. And oh, by the way, we're only halfway through. We're gonna bring on Why Not an Active after this for the remaining half of the tournament. If you told me we're at the 90 percentile, I'd say it feels like it, but we're not. I didn't see who in the picture won that last match. I assume it was
who won that?
SSG.
I looked away.
After that, yes, confirmation from production. Louis V. Titan, the GOAT. SSG, take it. And look, I believe, go up 1-0 against FaZe in that elimination quarterfinal.
Big first map at SSG.
Top 6.
That was... Can we just shout out production, man? The cap, when he did the first picture-in-picture, it was perfectly timed as SSG planted it in and made the all amazing sound of a flag capture, and then perfectly comes back as the screen is fading with the score on the screen. I mean,
damn,
could you
crazy
ask for
win
better
out of
production,
Mental right
guys?
there.
I mean, Brandon's the GOAT.
I love LBT, man. It is a true joy to be here with you guys. A true privilege to be a part of this. This is as community-backed and supported as any esport I can recall. As we love you guys and we feel the love. As Suppressed tries to feel out his shots across map, gets an assist. Now,
Wow.
Nice shots. And that's especially huge, Eli, to not only get that slay where it looked like he was dead to rights, but maintain possession of the hill. No less, go up 2-1 for Rebellion. Massive play there from Rebellion as they're able to ice up. And ooh, this could be the series if
Oh!
no scope double kill, and it looks like Rebellion are starting to roll.
Cycle with the clutches play there, but that previous play from Suppressed in the hill, taking down Precision, who is struggling to get feet in this game, I feel like that was just even further maybe casting some doubt in the mind of Precision right here. I mean, he's just not having a good game, and then Suppressed, who you feel like you have killed, somehow turns and reversals you. I mean, that's just gonna,
With the shot.
I feel like could have been the difference maker here, as Cycle is doing maximum damage output, killing spree,
Flow
getting
state.
assists along the way, complete flow state. Shout out to Active. He's probably gonna say it 4 times on the cast later minimum. But
You know, we
Cycle
cast so much
looking-
Halo, Eli. We're gonna repeat ourselves, right? Like, you know, like Tools is his catchphrase is phenomenal. I love that. Love
Yeah,
that from
he's
Rebellion.
playing
If you're,
with- never mind.
yeah, you're gonna say phenomenal is favorite catchphrase, but not his gameplay. Well, where were you going with that?
Oh no, I was saying he's one of his other catchphrases playing with. Never mind. But
Oh
anyways,
yeah, that catchphrase. Yeah, there's that one as well. Probably everyone's favorite. As Rebellion here, wow, what's been a super highly contested series so far. This feels like a little bit of separation starting to build, but look at that, 50 to 60% on the board here for
Nice
Sentinels.
win.
But Suppressed. It was previously
Oh
Cycle
my
breaking
God.
boards, now it's Suppressed, cracking their soul in half.
Oh my God, Suppressed is absolutely unlocked right now. He is not missing a shot. Please, Observer, after this game, can we get a look at his hit percentage? By the way, he put a couple bullets into that cinder block during the peak shot, but I know his hit percentage is still probably the highest. I mean, this guy is so precise. Look at that, shooting 2 targets and then also escaping with his life with a sliver of health. Re-engaging here, understanding the situation. If he can push these players back, Cycle could potentially hold him off, but more importantly, his teammate gets the hill time behind him. Suppressed absolutely playing insane right now.
Cycle was previously hitting flow state. Suppressed is now. And my gosh, Rebellion, when they start to roll like this, they look like not only a big 3 team, but they look like a team that could win a tournament this year. And whew,
It's
that
just
would be
big
so
Rebellion.
exciting. A little biased in
Damn.
the sense that we love Nick Bestman on the coaching side for Rebellion as they take it 4-1. An unbelievable series
Damn.
performance in the winter final against 2 upstart hot start teams between Rebellion and Sentinels. Rebellion take the edge for now and send Sentinels down to the lower bracket.
I do just want to say that months and months ago, I said that I would not be surprised if Shopify won a tournament this year.
No doubt.
And yeah, this is online, but they're looking pretty good to win this one. They win the winner's bracket. They're going to have to face off a very tough team in the grand final, no matter who makes it there. But I mean, they're kind of
Hey,
proving
what's good, Shadow?
that when these guys get momentum,
Thank you.
they are a nearly unstoppable force. But
I didn't even know it was the affiliate
wow.
anniversary.
So What
Thank
an
you, thank you,
insane
thank you.
day of casting for myself and Mr. Mikowski here. That's not his real name, but we'll call him that anyways. But man, this was so fun. This tournament is absolutely unreal. I can't wait to see what else we see for the rest of the day with our next set of casters.
I feel like every time we cast, it's our new favorite day of Halo, but this one really felt like something different, at least for the online competition. My God, Eli, between the two of us, like 30,000 hours, maybe 40, 50 years of competitive Halo experience between the two of us. I've never felt like the action was so fast that it was a little hard to keep up with. I usually feel like because of that time, it's a little bit in slow motion for us. This one was fast paced and frenetic as we will cede way to two legends in their own right. We got Why Not and Active coming up. Eli, we're actually going to be interviewing a Halo World Championship for the podcast after this, so make sure you guys check us out on socials. We got the Tide the Leader podcast, which is looking to bring more narrative and more history storytelling to the Halo scene. I know you guys love that, so make sure to check us out there. Eli, final words. I'll let you take us out.
Let's just get on with it, man. Let's get Tony and Active in here, and let's watch the rest of this tournament. I cannot wait.
Wow, Shopify Rebellion find themselves on the grand finals here today, Tools. Did you expect that the day was gonna go like this? I don't know if any of us did, huh?
I think honestly still shocked. Mikowski's not his name. What? Why you call yourself that?
Wait, is it not?
No, that's just breaking my brain over here. But no, this has been crazy. This is the match that I
SSG's
think many
pissing on
would
FaZe.
have
Damn.
expected to see in grand finals instead happening over here in the elimination quarter finals. Space Station versus FaZe, and well, the loser of this match is done, out, finished, nothing more to happen. So a big match for both of these teams. And
This
so
brother
far,
goofy.
you can see Space Station rocking their yellow and rocking a massive lead in this game thus far.
Hopping on here with Bound. Maybe not so hopping. Maybe he's down. Bound is down. Tools. And Stellar is down too. Legend. One of the players, huh?
I was gonna say a little curse of the observer. You know, what happens.
Was
sometimes.
it me? This is my first caster curse. Can we talk about Legend a little bit? I feel like Legend is one of those players that people have been saying
Let him
that it
cook.
might be one of those, I want to say up and coming, but
I'll
not
let him run.
really. He's now in Space Station Gaming, and he might be one of the best players in the Halo scene right now.
I don't even want to say one of the best. I think it's almost the best at this point, right? It's like I think he's finally going to get rid of that up and coming moniker. Like he's here, he's him. He's won a LAN, right? And so far, when you look at his stat line, you can see why Space Station has just had so much improvement since they've added him. 11 kills, 9 assists, and just
I mean, they
5
spitting, bro.
deaths. That's
Legend
an
is fucking
unreal
different.
stat line to have going into this Slayer game. It truly
Bro,
is, he can do no wrong.
I mean,
even those nades know
dude,
not to take him down.
he's- look at Legend's
surviving
fucking stat
everything
line.
He possibly can. He's causing influence on the map.
SSG
at all points
has
in time. He
42
plays
kills,
extremely fast. You
and
pair
Legend
that
has
up with
participated in
Bound,
22
and
of
you got
them.
like the fastest peanut butter and jelly sandwich to ever exist on the planet. They're flying at you, and it's just deliciousness all the way through. This is a fantastic roster that's been assembled that looks primed to win multiple championships this year.
I was trying to see if, I don't know, I felt
Look,
like
he's just
Space
shooting
Station
everything,
Gaming
bro.
was trapping FaZe Clan back
They
there
are
in
running
that,
FaZe
that
over, man.
sniper spawn. Snakebite picking up that sniper and that shock rifle. Renegade, look at him being all sneaky. He has his camo. I think he's trying to break in through SSG's setup.
He's just trying to find one kill because he knows that stake is
One
on
kill.
the menu right now, and he's like, okay. Get myself a kill, get ourselves out of this stake. Oh,
Instant
don't do it. Oh no! Call an ambulance! Renegade! He's down! Legend just obliterated the man over at Lift, and I gotta say it, he's unreal. The Frenchman can do no wrong. He's the best player in the game. I will take no
Holy
Legend
fucking
slander
shit.
from this day forward.
No Legend slander. You heard it here, guys. Space Station Gaming takes
Holy
this
fucking-
series 50 to
Oh my God.
33. This Slayer is over, and Legend made sure of that. Here we take
That
a
was
look
horrible.
at this lower bracket.
What
That's
the
what we're
fuck
watching
was
right now.
that?
Space Station Gaming and FaZe Clan is on the lower bracket. Whoever loses this gets eliminated from
God.
the series today. We have also Cloud9 versus Reversal Profi with a 1-0.
SSG
on
just
the
bitch
other
slapped them.
end. Again, I did not
Legend
expect
just
to find
threw his
these
dick
two
on the
teams
table.
on the lower bracket.
The fuck was that?
We have an incredible day here on the HCS Open series. I wonder how this next game coming up will be. Let's take a look at these stats. Who did the most damage? I want to look at Legend stats. Give me a look at Legend stats.
4,800 in a Slayer is unbelievable. That's so much damage on the side of Legend, and
Renegade had 4.
They just do it different. The Frenchman.
Let me see the stats.
Turning into
Renegade
an
only had
Ohio
4.
native, just doing what he can. 17 kills for his team. Fantastic work from him.
The next game is
PC
ready
check.
to go, and it's time to introduce our next set of casters. Tony and Active, take it away.
Let's go. The homies.
One team is gonna make it into the top 4. Another gets knocked out in top 6, and we're talking about teams that we considered 2 of the top 3 teams in the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, your HCS London Open Series. I'm One Up Be Reckless, aka One Up Be Casting. I got my man Active with me. This is the first time on the broadcast. I've been watching all tournament long, and ooh, it's been crazy.
What a insane day, and like you said, you wouldn't expect these two down in the lower bracket, but I'm just, that's the way it is. Competition is insane. This is year 3 of Halo Infinite. This is what we expected to see year 3 in a game. We heard Clutch talking about it at Arlington. I think it's just gonna get better as this season goes on, but I'm looking for FaZe to step up a bit here. I'm not really used to seeing them kind of play with this low
I don't know. It kind of
energy.
feels like it might be
All we
over.
need to see is that flip being switched like we
I certainly
always
don't
see
think
that
FaZe is
can
gonna
do,
roll
and if
over,
we
but
see that, we might see a reverse
SSG is
sweep
just moving
incoming.
right now.
Yeah, man, I kind of talked about it a few times already, but I feel like FaZe are still one of the best teams in the world. But the level of dominance that we saw from the later half of Season 2 and we expected to see early in this
Okay.
season is just
a
not
nice little
there,
two-man action
at
with
least
Renegade and Road
now,
2 right
but
there.
Hold on. I mean, hey, if there's any time to start being
a
dominant,
nice little pick and
maybe
pop.
it's here in Game 3 for the potential reverse sweep for your tournament lives.
Yeah, this is going to be a dominating game here out of FaZe to get that confidence back, put them
That's an
back in
unfortunate
this
trade.
series. They definitely want to go
Didn't
out
wanna
this
trade
early,
there. Down
especially in
gets
the
2.
elimination quarterfinals. And it starts with that 3 down for the side of SSG.
SSG
but
breaks.
Now FaZe Clan
It should
find
probably be a cap.
themselves 3 down, and SSG once again in control. Having this tower side is pivotal. Bound gets that kill and makes sure to confirm that tower side control.
Bound with the no
And now they're up 1-0. They have
absolutely
rotation.
shutting
And they
down
have
the
numbers.
opposition
That's going to
with
be
that
initial
three
for
down go
SSG.
phase, and
Snakebite
SSG are
falls.
able to
That's
steal
3
away
dead
their
for
first
FaZe.
kill and
It's going to
have
be a lot of
lead
time
setup
for
going into the
SSG
next
on this new
kill.
hill.
Just a thorn in the side of Frosty at the moment, who has to dedicate
Oh
so
my
many
God,
time,
bro.
so much
SSG
time and
is
resources
moving.
just to take him down.
Yeah, I just love the fact that once again SSG
Good flank
not
by
only
Renegade.
early rotate,
Instantly
just getting
traded.
that top tower
Renegade
was
gets-
bound,
or
and
Legend gets
look how
2.
they're able to continue that momentum through that tower control.
3
They've
dead for
got
FaZe
3 down
again.
from FaZe once again. They're 25% of this next hill, and FaZe just can't find an opening. They can't find a break. It just comes down to this damage output from all the players. Look at Bound putting another couple of shots
Short
in,
repulse
getting the killing
from
spree.
Bound.
Not just
Beautiful.
with the double. Bound is on a tear. That's
Good nade
not
from
good
Loyal
if
too,
you're
but he's
FaZe.
traded instantly.
A full squad wipe in favor
Camos
of
up.
Space Station Gaming.
There's gonna
and
be another
with
cap from
that, you
SSG,
gotta
bro.
think they're the favorites
FaZe is
at
gonna
least
play
to
for this
take
camo.
This hill, FaZe gonna focus their attention on grabbing hold of that camouflage. It's one last push, maybe, just maybe, Renegade can make
They're gonna
something
give it.
happen. Actually, they're gonna punt it. They're gonna allow Space Station Gaming to go 2-0. This is a setup toward the A side of the map. Hopefully it pays off, because FaZe find themselves down 0-2 in a must-win hill situation.
Yeah, I mean, good job by FaZe to get immediately towards A and then use that camo as kind of like a wall to prevent Space Station from entering in. But again, FaZe end up 2 down. They finally get a couple kills on the board, but guess who ends up in the hill once again? It's Stellar and SSG with control.
Yeah, that camera on that setup was the wall. The problem is that Space Station Gaming is a wrecking ball, and they don't care who's in their sight. They run right through the defenses of FaZe and make it look easy as multiple are going down, including the Demon. Raw 2 answers back, but the nades from Bound taking FaZe to
Jesus.
Bound Town. 3 down, go FaZe. Make it 4. SSG are dominating.
He said online Halo
I said
cheats.
this when they made the change to Legend, a player who in EU was one of the best players out there, right? I knew that when he came onto this roster, he
What
would
the
only
fuck is
grow.
going on?
And I said it. I said SSG are taking multiple titles this year. They're showing their dominance here. They've always been a quiet roster. They're always a roster that puts in the work, doesn't really get in the drama, doesn't really say a word, just puts their head down, gets to work, and that's exactly what we've seen here. Halfway through this third hill, FaZe tried their best to scrap forward, but SSG
They do
are on
break
the
for the
prowl once
moment.
again.
The combination of
He might
Legend
dies,
and Bound, or Bound, as I've been calling them, is just too much right now. They are too much.
Insta break
they
from
are
SSG.
Too good in FaZe. Down
Eco got
0-2
3,
right
it
now
don't
in the
even
series,
fucking
0-2
matter.
in this game. They have been struggling. Left and right, and including center. FaZe have
Crazy
not found
Chow.
an answer to Space Station Gaming. They
I don't know.
They did in Arlington.
I missed that.
And as of right now, so far, I haven't done
That's
it.
3-0 for
leading up into
SSG.
London.
Dick on the
3-0
table.
in favor of Space Station Gaming, just one capture away from pulling off the sweep.
When's the last time
This
we
is good-
saw a
this is a
3-0
good time
in
from
3
FaZe,
minutes and
though.
21 seconds
They
remaining?
did have
Tony, this is
rotation
a
for
very
fucking
quick
once.
3-0 by Space Station. They're sitting nice
Ammo
and
coming
pretty.
up, too.
Camo's coming up here. Snakebite gets the first kill, but Frosty ends up falling as well. So you see the potential pressure that was on that tower side is lost,
Okay.
and it's Bound once again.
But
Directly
two dead for
running
FaZe.
towards that top tower, getting that control. He gets a spawn on for
SSG
Legend on that
should
top
break
tower as
here.
well. And now they can just play from there. But again, World 2 in a 1v1 situation, make it a
Damn,
1v2
he still
or
gets
2v1,
that kill.
sorry, in the favor of FaZe. And it's finally FaZe who come out on top of that one.
Yeah, staring down the barrel of a 1v2. Legend still comes out, taking down one of those players, which lead into a 3 down for FaZe. So, I mean, that's still a damn good trade, especially considering Stellar was able to get a hold of Camouflage. And mind
still
you,
3
FaZe have
minutes.
been stopped short. They
Renegade
have
should
the
be off the
advantage so
map.
far in this hill, but players are going for swims. They can't even stay on the map, let alone stop Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, it's not even a case of overheating. You know, usually when you're real hot, you go for a swim. But in this case, it's SSG who are just completely dominating
not good
right
for
now.
FaZe.
Like I said, sitting very comfortable with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. But they're going to go for this final hill, and they're already halfway through that. Legend tries to stay alive with a snipe. He's going to end up falling. But the question for me is, what is World 2 going to do to save this game?
He's got to
It's
just
gonna
hold
take
forward.
a miracle at this point for FaZe to win this.
Well, you already slayed the Demon and Renegade. Now SSG have to deal with World T or World 2 to take down the King. And at that point, it may just be checkmate for FaZe.
Yeah, I think that's
Going
fucking
down.
Jeej.
A 2v2 situation, but
Oh my
SSG
God.
planted both feet in the hill. Legend hitting the Hail Mary, which leads into a double kill.
Oh my God.
He got away with that. Bound now going after his former duo and Renegade once again. 3 down goes Space Station Gaming. Some light
Okay,
being shown
hang
by
on.
FaZe, but look
Hang on.
at that progression bar. One break, one false move, and Space Station Gaming are ending it right here.
Yeah, and SSG are on top tower. I've talked about it 4 times in this game alone. SSG have done a great job keeping control of that. Now look at the pinch that
Tough
they have.
games
There's
for Frosty and
Bound
Renegade.
putting pressure from the top side. There's Stellar.
SSG breaks
once again
in.
from bottom
That's
mid on
game.
the pillar side, and all the while FaZe
That's
had a
game.
chance
Holy
to get that
fucking
hill.
piss
It's gonna get
slammage.
taken away because SSG
What the hell?
are gonna make that 3-0 sweep happen.
SSG
That was
with the
crazy.
win over FaZe, and not just a win, a dominant win at that Space Station Gaming. 3-0 FaZe, and it's crazy to me to see that they're even down here in the elimination bracket this early, fighting for their top 6 lives right there. Crazy to me that FaZe knocked out in top 6, but Space Station Gaming came into this tournament the favorites to win it, and right now they're showing that they may just be that. They may be even more dangerous in the elimination bracket than they were in the winners.
Yeah, the question for me is, I'm not in the mental of FaZe whatsoever, but the question for me is it hunger, right? You know, Legend being a new member on SSG may be a point to prove here. Obviously, they did really well in Arlington. They maybe look to continue that through. I'm not saying that FaZe aren't trying. I'm just saying, like, I know FaZe have that other level, but why are they struggling here? Is it because it's online and they've already qualified for London, that they're already in pools? Like, what is the issue? Because we're not seeing what we're normally used to seeing with FaZe. We're not seeing that whatsoever, and I think you would agree, Tony. What is the reason, though, is what's going on in my head? Why are they playing at this lower level? Like, what are they struggling with? Is it maybe scrims? You know, I've heard things in the past of scrims are not being taken seriously, and you know, they've had to chalk scrims because of that. Like, what is going on is my question. Or is it the other end of things where Space Station are just that much hungrier? They want to dominate this season. They want to showcase that they're the best team in the world.
I mean, it's a good question. You know, maybe FaZe don't have their foot on the pedal right now and are saving it for when it matters most on land. But you know, the flip side of it is you can do that when you're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And although they went into the season looking like they were the best team in the world, they're not. I hate to say it, and maybe I might piss some people off right now. FaZe are not the #1 team in the world in the HCS. They're just not anymore. I still think
Not currently at the moment.
They're just
They're
not
the
as
defending world
dominant as they
champions.
were toward the end of season 2. So maybe they have their foot off the gas, but
Yeah.
I would think that would make more sense if they were the #1 team in the world, and I don't think they are right now.
Yeah, 100% agree. It could be a whole bunch of different things, but you know, those team changes, they give you that extra energy, that extra want to win. And again, I said it right when I saw Legend join this SSG roster. I knew that he was going to be a big factor. I knew that you know, that change was going to be dominant for them. We'll see if that continues to be the case. But we're hopping on board with Reversi Perfy versus Cloud9. Reversi Perfy, Tony, up 2-1 in this series already.
Yeah, it's crazy to see like one side of the bracket you had FaZe versus SSG fighting for top 4, and on the other side, you know, you have a matchup that you would
FaZe has
look at and say, okay, well, this two teams.
I mean, two of the top 5 Halo players
fighting
of all
for
time.
their top 6, top 4 lives.
Arguably,
honestly, I think the fact that both of these teams have made it this
I don't know,
far,
yeah, because Royal 2
really good for Reversal Perfy, excuse me, and Cloud9.
Royal 2 you would probably have as
Cloud9
like, if
roster.
not
It's
top
gonna
5,
be
he's probably
a
like
really
top
fun matchup to
6
watch,
or
and
7.
sadly, one of them are knocked out of this tournament.
I tricked you there.
He's at least top 10 for sure.
Perfy, and you almost topped me.
Frosty might be close to breaking top 10.
Reversal Perfy, though.
Honestly, Renegade's got to
looking
be in
pretty
like the
dominant to
top
start this
15 or
game
top
already.
20 of all time at this
In
point.
terms of Haynes, that is 4-1. Suspect
That might even be underselling it a little bit.
looking for a way to defend the ball, and that push is going to come in from long haul. No spawns coming out
No,
on
you just
A
wait,
side,
bro.
so
There's
this
going
is
to be a
gonna
little
take
bit of
one
FaZe
little
disrespect,
pick, and they
but
can push through
FaZe is
and
definitely going to
that
get their
break.
get back at some
And the
point
pick
this
is in the
season.
hands of Haynes potentially with
They
that
might
shot
get
right.
slammed at this next
Not sure if
tournament,
it's a little
but
pick, it may
like I
just be a
said, they'll
big pick
get
if
their
they
get
the
back
kills they're
eventually.
looking for, and one does end up going down, and ball forced off
They're
the
winning
map,
something
so
this
he's
year.
really doing his job. Eventually leads to a 3 down for Cloud9.
I don't know who's gonna win
Reversal
Worlds
Perfy
or who's gonna win what
immediately
tournament,
attacking
but-
goal. They don't want Cloud9 spawning here.
Yeah, beautiful job by Cherish to
I think FaZe and
Try and
Optic
stop
probably
the
both get at least one this year.
glass side hold.
We'll see about
And that
Optic, but
opening
FaZe
here,
for sure.
3 down for
FaZe is
the side
gonna
of
get one.
Cloud9 will allow Reversal Perfy to get that control on the pipe side. A little bit mixy here, though. Yaxin trying to push through and create some pressure. They know the spawns are coming out on day, so this is a good play by him. They're pressuring. They're going to be able to pinch this push, but unfortunately, it's Cloud9 who've gotten in the pipes already.
It's always Jackson that brings the action. And a nade just about sticks that player over toward the top. Catwalk drops down for the people's elbow. Don't think that stick quite connected on Deceptify, who just rips a double kill out of nowhere, giving Cloud9 an advantage that Reversal Perfy may not be able to afford. It looks like Cloud9 going to be taking the lead.
Yaxin's a player who's really impressed me, you know, since I first saw him as a player in matchmaking long ago. It was almost a year ago now. He's just grown so much, and at that time, I honestly thought he was cheating because he was just so good. But I've seen him grow so much since then, and now on a phenomenal team here, Reversal Perfy. It's great to see him perform, and it's going to be awesome to see his future as time goes on.
I want everybody at home to realize that
almost
the
stuck
way
him.
that Active's mind works is if you're able to beat him in matchmaking, you have to be cheating. Like that is the way that his mind works. Like
That's right.
Active lives in a world where he's like, there's no way that somebody could beat me legit. He 47 to 31 lead. Cloud9 do have control. They do have a bit of an A-side setup, but it's not locked in. Reversal Perfy are pushing fast within gold, trying to disrupt the setup.
Yeah, I really like the player on top glass as well because it can kind of like soften the defense on that tower side. You see that rotation's potentially going to come through, and that tower, that glass side player potentially could have put damage into the player rotating in Suspector, but I think he ends up getting pressured there, so he's not going to be able to get any damage in. And this will be Cloud9 set up on the back of C. A great spot to be, but look again, it's Haynes who breaks it up. 9-5 to start this game, make that 10-6 or 10-6, I believe. So a great job by him. That's going to be 3 down for Cloud9, and a play ball happens.
Hey man, I love the push. I love the fact they're able to force the play ball, but you know it's reactionary. It's Cloud9 have the setup. Reversal Perfy are always playing catch up and trying to react to everything that Cloud9 are doing. At some point, Reversal Perfy needs to take control. They need to set the pace. They need to stop playing Cloud9's game and start playing their own. And going 3 down, a pivotal moment, is troublesome, but luckily the players off of spawn along with Haynes are continuing to press forward, continuing to get aggressive.
Haynes staying alive on bottom tower is important there, but again, it's that 69-31 lead. Really comfortable for the side of Cloud9. They can kind of play for those picks. They can play slow. No scrappiness really needed. Common winning a big 1v1 there, though, sets things up just a bit. Look at the drop-off. I love that. You can avoid so much damage by quickly dropping off of a ledge. You can drop off all the way till you get to that eye level, and you can jump back up, which is insane. It's a tactic you're going to see used more and more. It's figured out a while ago, but it got better in the previous patch. So just a great way to avoid damage and play your life and win those individual fights.
And finally, the fight starting to favor Reversal Perfy as a triple kill out of Yaxin. Ends up leading to a 4 down for Cloud9. That means that Reversal Perfy had afforded the luxury to grab a hold of that ball, bring it toward the A side, and take space. And now Cloud9 are really going to struggle in order to find that first kill. Really going to struggle in order to break the setup. And the moment Septify gets in towards A, they just out-rotate him. Reversal Perfy want this ball over toward the C side, and they masterfully rotate and play that. It is now a game that we have here as Reversal Perfy have closed the gap. Cloud9 end up going 2 down. If we see another rotation, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Reversal Perfy right now have the ball movement of the San Antonio Spurs in their prime right now. There's the Cloud9 are finding themselves a step behind at every given turn. Look at this.
It's actually beautiful, and honestly, the player for me in that situation was Yaxin. His ability to find individual players kind of caught out of position, his ability to like put that damage out and not take a lot of damage and be involved in all those fights, like he caught so many players off guard there, and it was just beautiful and allowed that rotation to happen. Although it is Reversal Perfy who overheats a bit. It's gonna be Cherished with that camo. He has to make a play here. 91 seconds and counting.
Camouflage in the hands of Cherished. He finds Suspector, a weak one, and ends up taking him down. Big kill come out of him, but now another one appears and forced to trade out his life. A momentary 1v1 for the gold side of the map. Cloud9 win this, and they could just win the game, but here come reinforcements. Here come Reversal Perfy through the long haul side, through the gold, just to get sent right back. Septify winning that one.
Yeah, great job by Septify, right? He's in a 1v1 to try and take Pipes control. He stays alive from that first engagement, wins the second 1v1. Now he's got Pipe control, and now he continues to do damage. A perfect across the map, an assist as well. They're just trying to get that ball. The most difficult spot to get that ball out of is in that battery side. And with 2 dead, it's still not safe. You still have 2 dead on your side. It's going to take a couple more slays to get control, but only 38 seconds remain.
91-65 lead. I thought Reversal Perfy played so well from the A side setup to rotate towards C and then to continue with it, and it still wasn't enough. Cloud9 still have the lead at the moment. 24 seconds on the clock. Cloud9 have just no reason to play for that ball right now. It is simply being used as bait. They are playing Slayer right now. Meanwhile, slaying out, which is exactly what they need. 10 seconds off of respawn, and I don't know if Reversal Perfy have the time to make it into batteries. It looks like Cloud9 taking round 1.
Yeah, Cloud9 are going to take round 1. A great job by them to hold that pipe side control and just let the ball be inside of batteries. Again, a very difficult spot to get that ball out, and without getting all 4 dead, it's just nearly impossible. And then you have to block that A spawn as well, or you're not getting your hands on that ball. So great job by Cloud9. They go up 1 round.
Tusk Quick to the tower side he goes, and Sab waiting for the right moment to strike. Was just a split second behind, could have kept his teammate alive there, but Reversal Perfy quick on that kill, and Sab quick to recognize that a player could have been behind him. Don't worry, Sab, it's your teammate, you're good.
Once again, the Hammo's in reversal, the camo, I'm sorry, in Reversal Perfy's hands. A double kill comes out of Cherish. 3 down for Cloud9, an opportunity to finally get some ball time here. They struggle a bit though. It's one player in the bottom of tower that's making it a bit difficult. Finally they get the kill onto him, but still no ball picked up. Again, slay after slay here. 2 down once again for each side. And finally the ball ends up inside of Pipes.
Switching gears towards Septivai, who's finds himself behind Reversal Perfy, but ends up being spotted. And a trade is not the worst thing in the world, but you know he wanted just a bit more with that flank, and it's a bit of a 2v2. I see 2 members of Reversal Perfy trying to find a clear angle towards gold. Love that angle as the Spectre comes out, and hold up, it's not a 2v2, it's a 3v2, but they lose 1 member quick, and I don't know if that was a blank melee or what, but the stick looking good. 4 down for Cloud9, Reversal Perfy on the ball.
Yeah, that was beautiful by Reversal Perfy. They send 3. Cloud9 sends 3 inside of Pipes, and Reversal Perfy able to win or at least trade out a fight that's not in their favor in terms of numbers. And because of that, they'll get a little bit more ball time here. 26 points and counting for them. But just a great job again, making sure to try and win that disadvantageous fight for them.
Everybody coming up with the T-Rex arms. There's not a single melee connecting here on Recharge right now. Just out of reach of that one. And Cloud9 once again getting the slays necessary for them to take space to get that lockdown activated. Septify. Bottom A, he's going to have Suspector along with them with this shock. Reversal Perfy, better be careful. It may just run into a snipe shot. Active Camouflage has just hit the battlefield here, and in the 3v3, next slay, it might be what you need to shut down the Camouflage, which is exactly what Suspector does. Reversal Perfy may have the ball, but Cloud9, they're on the move.
Yeah, there again, it's great positioning by Suspector, putting himself in a position to stop that camo from being picked up, or at least get the kill so that that camo is burnt. And, you know, with all that damage done and 2 down for Reversal Perfy, you would expect Cloud9 to get this ball, but Suspector does have that shock, so he doesn't want to get it, and the pressure's still coming in from Reversal Perfy. They're not letting off the gas pedal. They're not allowing Cloud9 to get any sort of setup here.
43-14 leads, still in favor of Reversal Perfy, playing a lot more objective efficient here in round number 2 than we saw in that round 1. Cherished trying to curb slide his way. Look, he's trying to make it all the way to Tower 1, but as long as he's still alive, as long as he still has 1 shot in this shot, he is still a threat on the map. Connects onto that one.
Thankfully, it's an
and
oddball,
make it
so I
a
didn't miss
second.
anything.
Looking like Killua with the shock rifle. Yeah, Cherish doing solid here. 20, 13, and 18. A little bit of ball time as well. And I like how the ball time is evenly spread out through both teams. You can see everyone's
his
kind
body
of
went
participating.
flying.
Haynes is started popping off in this game, so can understand the low ball time out of him. But a great push here. 3 down for Reversal Perfy. The ball is played though. So even though there's 3 down, Reversal Perfy with that player on the top of glass might get the pipe spawn as well. So this could be still a stop from them and not allow Cloud9 to get in. But look how fast the Spectre is pushing.
And he has his teammate with him. Look at
this. Was he looking right at it?
Easy. Nothing about that was easy. Not a single thing about that was easy. 4 down for Cloud9.
Oh my god, yeah, I mean that's what I think Reversal Perfy has done really well in this game, is just be able to win those fights that are low percentage, right? In a situation where you should go down, you shouldn't get a trade, Reversal Perfy has done a really good job of making sure to win that. The ball gets thrown at a couple of Cloud9 players, so that means it's not played off of the top of Catwalk.
Yo, his DMR
still
looks sick.
71-14 lead
like
is Reversal Perfy.
Yeah, that was a really funny ragdoll.
So
I'm not
this
gonna lie.
round number 2, and the one
His body
question I
went
do have for
flying.
Reversal Perfy is, where was this
Spinning
energy
all over
in
the place.
round number 1? I mean,
pretty funny.
We knew that you had the slays to compete with Cloud9, but it really was the objective that was lacking in this round. They are looking so quick. They have adjusted so well, and that adaptation is really the reason why Reversal Perfy have such a dominant round 2. You already had the slays in round number 1. You just had to figure out how to play objective at the same time.
I feel like they're controlling the pace of the game a lot better here in round number 2. You can see that Cloud9's consistently pushing without a numbers advantage. They're pushing kind of staggeredly. And it's Reversal Perfy who are taking advantage of that on every single turn and always getting these trades. A great job, though, by Cloud9 in that situation to get 3 down. And look how fast they're rotating towards that ball. This will allow them to get that elevator type setup. And it's going to be a C spawn for Reversal Perfy. They're going to have to push through long and C side.
So far, it's been a bit of a blowout here in favor of Reversal Perfy, but Cloud9 do find their way to grab a hold of this ball. And Cherish might have got his back blown out right there. Beautiful shots and beautiful flank and collapse coming in. And a Cloud9 to take down Reversal Perfy. And now Cloud9 right back on that ball. A minute over the clock, or just a little bit over a minute on the clock. And Cloud9 have the opportunity to take back the lead.
Yeah, I really like this hold by them. They've got that entire A side set up. There is a player on that long haul side, and Septify's kind of aware.
I don't know what he was talking about.
A little bit aware, but not aware enough because he got back smacked. Still, his death is going to turn into a 4 dead for Reversal Perfy, so it ends up working out in their favor.
Moving swiftly forward.
Elevator, and the camo is in the hands of Cloud9. So although Cloud9 spent this entire round,
Only always talking
down,
about somebody's back getting blown out or back
get
shots or something, bro.
Setup is locked in for Cloud9. They found them. They were behind. What was it, 74-17? What a massive comeback coming in from Cloud9 at the moment. And now it feels like it's Reversal Perfy, whose backs are against the wall, who have to make something happen with the 3 down for Reversal Perfy. It looks like Cloud9 will be taking the lead here or taking it back. Reversal Perfy still have time, though. The game is not over yet. 44 seconds left in regulation. I'm sure time could become a factor, but Cherish needs a kill. And you have 2 players in front of you. Suspector off screen, able to get the kill. Tusk rush right in, and now another advantage favoring Cloud9 here. Suspector gets himself yet another, finds a 1-shot, and multiple are falling.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tusk ended up getting, he got that kill on the catwalk, but the ball dropped towards the bottom side of the map. Suspector is gonna, Septify is gonna end up picking it up, so that's good for the side of Cloud9, but because it's on the bottom side of the map and there's no way to play it, it's just really difficult to get this ball and get control. And now it's Reversal Perfy who have the ball in their hands. They're gonna take it towards back C, and they have the Shroud to work with as well.
All of that work that Cloud9 just put in, was it for nothing? Is Reversal Perfy still going to end up with the win? As Common goes down to 1 shot, navigating through the shadows right now. A 2-second game for it. Down go Cloud9, and they're able to inch their way after that one. What?
And we go to round 3.
What, 74-17 at one point? Cloud9 clawed their way back into it. But Reversal Perfy, hold on. It is a swing round number 1. Mind you, Reversal Perfy still 1 game away from winning the series.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that round like that, right? If you're Reversal Perfy, it would have really sent you in terms of tilt going into that game 5. So a great job by Reversal Perfy to come back in that round to make sure to close it out with that ginormous lead. And because of that, they have a chance here to potentially still close out this series. Cloud9, they'll have something to say about it.
Early lead for Cloud9. Green gun is good enough for the trade, a 3v2 scenario, and Reversal Perfy still find himself on the other half of the map right now. There is 1 player that tries to leak through the defense and ends up being caught out over toward blue pipes. Tower side. Oh,
we didn't see him.
Tuss has no idea. Oh, I thought it was a 1v1. It was in fact a 1v2. Common tries to play through that. Septify now the only player back there or even on the map forced to play the ball.
Huh? That's a Tony play right there. What just happened?
How dare you? What does that mean? What does that mean?
What the fuck was that?
His controller got stuck. I don't know. Doesn't that happen to controller players sometimes?
Oh, he's back. Not a crash. He's back. He's just got himself a kill. I thought we had a little technical difficulties, but we good, baby. 35 to 8 runs, still in favor of Cloud9, but it is Reversal Perfy that have the ball.
Reversal Perfy. I was a little worried, but Haynes comes back, like you said. Cloud9 though, they've got that elevator side control they're so fond of. There's no player on that glass side though. Sab's a little bit late to get there. You see he's on the bat ledge. So Cherish gets his way through Catwalk, has an opening, to push this, and Haynes is right behind him. So here comes the push. This is an important one.
48-11. Cloud9 still the ones in the driver's seat, but his 3v3 scenario next slate is important, and it looks like Cherish and Yaxon going to be the ones to hit the black screen. Septified chasing down multiple members off of his yard, and I'm not sure if that was camouflage or Shroud. I do know there's some equipment down on bottom mid.
Again, it's Cloud9. Look how long Suspector is able to stay alive here. They have 3 down for reversal Perfy. The ball gets rotated towards the pipe side, and that's to prevent this pipe spawn. Because Tusk was really far in glass, Suspector went towards the pipe side, made sure not to give them the spawns on the pipe, and now they have that ball inside of pipes with a massive lead here, 63 points to 11.
You have Tusk over towards Bat Ledge, waiting for anybody to take a short route. Little did he know that there was going to be 3 members to take a shorter route, forcing him off of the Bat Ledge side, and now it looks like Cloud9 really want to play this ball. Reversal Perfy with a perfectly, or a perfy, I don't know, timed flank and timed attack. End up getting Cloud9 off of the Whirlpool side, and now it's Reversal Perfy looking to put some good points on the board. But like you said before, it is really well in favor of Cloud9.
This rotation's interesting. They had that A-side control, but they had players that spawned on the C side, so maybe that's why that rotation came out. But it's more about Suspector being ready for that, right? He's already on this back C side, cleans up another kill. Suspector's playing phenomenal here. I mean, his positioning, everything about how he's playing right now is perfect. Even with that ball drop and bait, he's going to get a little bit of time here, and it'll be about 80 seconds. But guess who's got the pipe side spawn? It's going to be Cloud9 once
guess
again.
who's got the pipe
So
side
many times
spawn?
we see players be sitting ducks.
Why the
with
fuck you
ball,
say it
but
like that?
The best players in the world are always active, whether it's rotating, whether it's dropping and shooting. They understand what's happening on the map. They break it down, and they're able to adapt. And gotta love what you're seeing out of Suspector and all of Cloud9 right now. Maybe not the best round 2 performance in the first half, but they came back quite a bit, and now we're seeing that same level of dominance, that same energy being held here. The final seconds may just be coming in. It looks like he wants to trade out that ball so he can make use of the shock. Does Tusk? This is the final push for Reversal Perfy, and they end up going 3 down as quickly as they came up on the map, as quickly as they're being sent to the black screen.
That is exactly the way
This
you
is looking
win
like
this
a game
right
5,
here,
gentlemen.
is with dominance, right? A flawless defensive hold there by Cloud9 on the pipe side. They will win the round, and they will
Marathon
bring us
motherfucking
to a game
game
number
4.
5.
Say that one more time for me. Where are we going?
We're going, Tony. We're going to a game 5.
Love me some game 5 action, and we already saw some earlier in your top 12 here on a championship Thursday. It may be a work day, but as of right now, our players are getting to work. Another game 5 on the way to find out who's gonna make it to the top 4, to find out who is going to be joining Space Station Gaming in that elimination bracket semifinals. Only one team can make it out of the top 6.
Really impressed by Space Station, though. Waiting. I mean, it's going to be Space Station versus whoever wins this series here. And Space Station looked dominant. And I don't know, whoever wins this series is going to have a large task ahead of them. Anything is possible, though. We're in year 3 of Infinite here. Some of these teams can surprise us. And potentially whoever wins this, give us a good match versus Space Station.
Sab, you were something else. Sab, you were ridiculous. 39 kills, 22 assists. I don't care that Zab dies 35 times. That's his job in that scenario. Like, he's being the entry frag player. He's putting down the damage. Like, let your players like Suspector play their life. But Sab, you keep doing what you're doing, because I'm loving every last bit. I always say, when you combine the kills and assists of a player, that's when you see the level of impact that your entry fragger's having. It's not just the kills, it's the assists, because as your job is to make sure that that enemy team goes down first to make it a 4v3, or goes down to make it a 4v2. If you have to die while doing it, it is okay, because that is Sab's role on the team.
Yeah, I think it's a big conversation that a lot of people in the community need to learn, is that it's not all about that KD. It's not all about, you know, high kills, least deaths. Sometimes you have to get in a situation, like you said, where you're that entry fragger and you put the damage into 3 players, but you end up falling. and sometimes that's good. You know, you put that damage in, you end up dying, but they get your team gets a full wipe on the enemy team. So you got to really pay attention to, you know, again, we talk about it a lot. You talk about it a lot. I think every caster talks about it a lot. You know, the stats that don't show up on the stat sheet, the things that, you know, are very important to the game, very important to a victory in a game and in a series that just don't show up.
And I want to highlight one more thing that you said. It's the stats that don't show up on the stat sheet. So if I'm going negative
right now,
11 in your lobbies, mind your business. All right?
Oh, that's right.
I'm doing things that you don't even see. Okay? Shut up.
Never mind.
Let me do me. Race reset soon, anyways. Shut up. Cloud9 reversal perfect. Still
that's
going
crazy.
to that game 5 to find out who makes it and who gets the chance to go up against Space Station Gaming. We saw earlier, the Sentinels and Shopify Rebellion in your winners bracket finals, and that to me, it just shows for the people that say that HCS is not competitive and, you know, it's boring. We already know who's making the top 3. We already know who's going to win tournaments. Like, we saw a tournament featuring both SSG and FaZe, and neither one of them were in the winners bracket finals. FaZe are not even in the tournament going into the top 4. So it just shows me how competitive and how fun the league is right now. And maybe some of the casual players haven't seen it just yet, but you're gonna start seeing it soon. And for those of y'all paying attention, like, you know, if you know type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm ready to see that team kind of break through and win a tournament. You know, maybe a Sentinels or maybe a Rebellion kind of win an event on LAN, and that's what I love, right? You know, you always have those. Of course, we have the big 3. You always have those teams that are just nasty, and you know they're gonna always be in that top 3. But just seeing a little bit of a shift in that, right? I'm always about the underdog and maybe seeing an underdog team like a previous BTH kind of thing where they just come out of nowhere. They just be so entertaining, and I think year 3 in Halo Infinite is the perfect time for a team to kind of make that happen.
And when I want to say, when I think of BTH, I think of Maniac West. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. Yeah. But West is always he's always picking on me on the desk, and I'm so tired. When you say BTH,
get him back, Tony.
Yeah, when you say BTH, we talking about Maniac, right? I'm just making sure. We're not talking about West. Oh, Maniac's in the chat right now. That's hilarious, actually.
That's awesome.
But I'll give you a little fun fact. I love the team name Believe the Hype so much that my first game battles team that I created, I actually named them Trust the Verbers. It's pretty much just another way of saying Believe the Hype. It was a dope name. It was a dope name.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just cool. It's cool to see that competition, and it comes down to, I think a lot of it comes down to, and I'm not saying this about FaZe at all. I think FaZe are gonna always be hungry, always hungry as a team, but it just comes down to that hunger, right? Like
how long does it take these motherfuckers to piss in between games?
Putting in that bot review and you're caring enough about your games, whether it be
get this
online
game 5
or
going, man,
or whatever. You can make those upsets happen because it's one team that will, you know, underestimate you, let's say, in a series, and they underestimate you one game. They're like, okay, all right, we need to start trying now. And then you carry that momentum into another game. And that's how the upsets happen. That's how it happens. So I think we can see that at any moment here because we're so far into the life of Halo Infinite.
Shut up,
again,
Bees.
I'm really excited. And again, I got to give you props. I've given you props
Shut
multiple
up,
times. I did it on Arlington.
No one likes
Arlington on the main stage. Rebellion was a great pick. I mean, you said they were going to be amazing,
shit.
and I didn't trust you. I didn't. And
actually,
they're looking
you know who doesn't like you is
right
Lunchbox
now. And
he's
really
heard the rumors.
to
He's
see
not
how this
impressed.
Sentinels change happens as well. But we're going into a game 5 here, Tony. Do you have any predictions for this one? I'm curious.
You know, it's really tough being in my position. You know, just always being right. You know, just exuding excellence at every given turn. You know, it's a pain. Honestly, you know, people think it's a blessing. It's really a curse. And
music going crazy.
Right
what the
once
fuck?
again, because I promise you, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm making a prediction right here. One of these two teams will be making it into the top 4 to play against Space Station Gaming. One of these two teams will get to 50 kills before the other, or have the lead when time winds down, and will be making it to the top 4. And I'll give you one more prediction. One of these two teams will be knocked out in top 6.
I am graced by your presence, Tony. I'm really just lucky that I get to be your duo, and gosh, man, incredible predictions there. For me, I'm going to have to say it's going to be Cloud9 who end up winning this game 5. I think that they're on this momentum streak, and I think, you know, with the dominance in that last game, I think they're going to carry that into this one. But Reversal Perfy have a chance to make me wrong once again.
Starting off early with a 2-0.
Lock in.
Not only are you leading the scoreboard, but you should have the advantage of playing towards that camouflage. Suspector may have the quantum translocator, but he's over on the wrong side of the map at the moment. I'm going to assume that Reversal Perfy got away with camo. Meanwhile, Suspector trying to find out what's going to be his next point of attack.
Yeah, the great thing about this QT is it kind of counters the camo, right? If you end up spotting camo, he shoots at you while you have the QT. You can get out of there. You can have information on the camo on top of that. So just really big. We'll see how he's able to utilize that. Jackson does fall. I'm not sure if he was the camo player or not, but that's the first one to fall. No, it's Haynes with the camo. He's still alive. Sab's looking for him. Boom! A great shot by Sab. Septify gets the kill as well. We're tied up at 5.
Boom! Goes the dynamite. And Tusk gets away with the sniper, tied up at 5 apiece right now, and Reversal Perfy spawning all the way on the opposite side of the map, just barely missing that headshot. Does Tusk, but the body shot does connect. Coming off the screen, taking down Sab. Multiple falling here for Cloud9. Reversal Perfy about to make their move.
So Spectre's got to get this kill here. He's got a 2v1 situation.
Oh
My gosh, he gets the 2. That's a beautiful 2v1 out of him.
Oh!
To fall for his team.
Double kill.
But this gives opportunity.
What
Cloud9 to get some
the
control,
fuck?
but it's Haynes once again with another double. Like a lot of damage as well on the player on screens. A nice little lead here for Reversal Perfy. We'll see if they can maintain this.
Once he gets his shields back, looks like he wants to make a well-coordinated push, and it's going to work out well. Never leave your teammate behind. Always have your teammates back, and Haynes, great supportive teammate there. Up by 4 kills right now. Reversal Perfy. Jackson winning his individual pivotal on the tower side. Now, as of right now, everything seemingly going the way of Reversal Perfy. In fact, Jackson using that movement and using my favorite gun in the game, that AR puts in work. Says Jackson.
That was a great sound effect there, Tony. You can.
This guy's a moron.
Your sound effects are incredible. I don't know, man. Like, you're just great. You're great. And so is the AR in that situation. And so is Jackson in that situation. Holding down that top tower. Again, talking about how important it is. Making sure to stay alive there. A 1-kill lead here for Reversal Perfy and a chance for Septify. He's got to wait for his team here, but look, he's waiting for that damage. It's that 100% kill. That's so important. Jackson plays his life really well, but jumps out just to make sure to capitalize and get the kill onto camo.
Capitalize.
Camo down, and a 1-kill lead still for Reversal.
Yeah, just a 1-kill difference right now. Both teams have gone on these large swings, but ends up being neck and neck right now.
You just see him get stuck.
We see Suspector
That
go
POV,
down.
that was so funny.
Tuss sends that grenade right back. That's going to be a stick. And Cherish with the double to clean him up and looks for more. Wants the triple. Sab down to 1 shot. Sends the 4th player back. Almost gets himself an overkill, but look at all of the damage and chaos he's able to create. Now Sab now comes in and trying to make some opportunity off of the chaos that's happening here toward the A side. And when the dust settles, it's back to a 1-kill game.
Yeah, it was Reversal Perfy there once again, who get that positioning and hold it well, right? They're using those poles like you say all the time. They're dancing around the poles like they know what they're doing or something. They did that really well, and again, that minimizes the damage that they take and allows them to come out on top of these fights. And they're up by 1 kill here. And now they're moving as a wolf pack, which is another interesting way to go about this, especially in a Slayer. And they get a 2-kill lead because of it.
It was a momentary 3 down for Cloud9. Tusk, the final player alive, the straggler,
that was
looking to make a play, take down at least 1 before he joins his teammates onto the squad spawns. Nades down here for Jackson, as now you see Reversal Perfy really start to take space surrounding Cloud9, limiting the options. The flying Ryzen back toward the green side, but Reversal Perfy seem like they're still on your tail. And where did this player go? There we go. Finally, they go down. Your Haynes like, well, hold on. We have so much control here. Where's the portal guy?
Yeah, I was a little bit worried because Reversal Perfy put so much damage in, and I was, I was expecting them to get even more of a lead off of that, and they do now, but it took them a little bit. And now you see Haynes creating that space. Camo is coming up here. It'll be 2 down for Cloud9, so an opportunity for another camo for Reversal Perfy.
That looks savage on
I
his
believe
POV.
Cloud9 actually got the last one, so if Reversal Perfy can use his camo and get value out of it, we potentially see an even bigger lead, and we'll potentially see me wrong once again in a prediction.
It's game 5 here to find out who advances to that top 4. And right now, Reversal Perfect really have afforded the luxury to play the game slow if they want to, allow Cloud9 to try to make a mistake, allow the game to come to them. And when you're playing like that, when you're playing the front runner, it's easy, or at least easier, to squad wipe your opponent. Septified now spawning over toward the A side. Luckily his teammates are spawning with them, because that could have been dangerous. That could have been really bad, from bad to worse. It's Cloud9 fighting off of the A side spawn.
I love to see Common playing this well. 15 and 11 for him. I remember, you know, playing with him in Halo 3, or against him in Halo 3, I should say. And it's good to see him kind of finding his stride. I feel like he's improved as a player tremendously as the time has gone on. 38 to 33 still. A nice little lead here for Reversal Perfy. Look how closely they are together in terms of positioning. A wolf packing, holding that C side, not allowing Cloud9 to come in. And like you said, they can play as slow as they want in this situation, as Haynes is going to do on that nest box.
Looks like Septified knows that he's back here, though, so Haynes, I think he wants to make a crazy play, but as long as Septified and Cloud9 know he's there, they can play accordingly. A 5-kill advantage still in favor of Reversal Perfy, which, by the way, is a tongue twister, at least for me. Back to Septified, sad towards green, and the game just slows down. Neither one of these teams really wants to make a mistake, but it's still Reversal Perfy that are in the driver's seat.
5 minutes remaining.
I love this. Just to slow down the pace of the game. It's Cloud9 who don't want to make any mistakes. That's Reversal Perfy knowing, like you said, that they're in the driver's seat. Campbell's coming up, and I like this by Sab, right? You're creating space, but slowly, because if you get caught out, if you give any information that you're here, it's a problem. Says Spectre though with a sniper. This is the opening. This might be camo. If Cloud9 can get this camo, we have a game on our hands. 38 to 35. Make that 39 to 35 now. A trade comes out. Spectre gets the camo in his hands.
And now Spectre must be screaming at his teammates, slow the game down. He wants to get value out of this sniper and camo combination. Meanwhile, Reversal Perfy, I would imagine they want to just drain the time down. They don't want this to become a factor, but it will be.
Oh, that's such a big kill.
Not getting the value exactly he was looking for, and Cherished,
I think he tried to pick up this.
Was he gonna throw the snipe off and just missed it? Did he just jump off the fucking map?
Throw it off, but he didn't get it.
What the fuck was that?
Tower. Gosh, I love this game so much. 41 to 38. Reversal Perfy's still in the lead, but Cloud9 starting to inch their way back.
What do they say? Pressure can create diamonds or burst pipes. Well,
all right, let's see how this shit plays out.
Not a busted pipe, but a leaky one there.
What the fuck? I'm so checked. I'm not even gonna lie.
And we're back to a 2-kill game. Cloud9.
That was so stupid.
Back into it. Cherished right back on the screen, looking to get some revenge off of that life. Love the movement. Love the focus on staying alive. And now that he has his shields back, he wants to be relevant on the map. He wants to make something happen. 3 shots into the melee. It's gonna connect. It's gonna be a 2-kill advantage, but the rest of Cloud9 are pushing right towards back tower.
Yeah, I mean, we're joking about that kill, but we really got to talk about that one death from Cherish, right? Him jumping off the map there without sniper gave Cloud9 the tower control. I think I've said that 7 times this cast. It's just so important on live fire, but they gave him the tower control, and that sniper did some damage in terms of body shots. So just a huge blunder there. And it's allowed Cloud9 to come back in this game. It's now 45 to 44, Tony, in a game 5. One of these teams is not going forward.
Tusk with the sniper. Look to me almost like sniped his teammate, but
I thought so.
Brings it toward the back A. I love Cloud9's position right now. You may be down by 1 kill, but that sniper, it can really change games. Any one of these players that poke their head could cost them. And Tusk with that sniper, he's good. He's damn good.
And that's why throwing it off was so pivotal. But it still has a couple bullets in it, I believe, in the hands of Tusk, like you said. QT's coming up in a little bit.
46.
Seconds, I believe. And Sniper
so many nade kills?
Sorry, Camo as well is coming up at the same exact time. We're at a tie game right now. He has 4 bullets left. He doesn't use them. I love that. Pulls out the bandit.
Oh,
knows the players
shit.
are weak. Goes for the camo as well. Tusk is playing.
Oh my god, but he's about to run into all of them.
47 to 48.
Oh my god, he lives.
Understand the situation perfectly.
48,
Doesn't
47,
have
48,
to chase
48.
that player down. Instead, keep your eyes on the prize. And this time, it was camouflage. It's tied up at 48 apiece. And now this time, it's Tusk with sniper and camo. A deadly combination. If I'm Reversal Perfy, I don't know what to do.
They're playing scared too. You can kind of see. I just feel like you can kind of tell.
Wait, go to camo guy. Who has
Situation,
camo?
they're playing
Is
slow.
it Tusk?
The pace of the game obviously is completely slowed
Never mind.
down. 1 minute and 18 seconds
No camo.
left. This game is really up to this man on your screen right here. It's Tusk. He's got the QT on the top tower, which I love that position.
So he's just gonna push
try
up.
and get a pick, and then he's gonna QT back. This pick
Yeah.
is huge for this game.
He's here.
1 minute.
Nobody spotted him just yet.
60 seconds on the game clock.
Wow.
He's made it from screens, and now he just, oh, there we go, pings are down. That's a nade. That's gonna start things. Letting everybody know exactly where he's at. Force the portal back, no damage whatsoever, and a bit of a reset here. But again, you
try.
still have 2 shots and a sniper. Cloud9, they're still in the driver's seat. They still have control.
I love that QT was placed on the top of tower. It's actually so high IQ. It's insane, but not able to hit any body shots at all. 2 bullets.
I like that play though.
I'm not sure if any team's going to make a push here.
All right,
If we end up in a,
does somebody
we're
go
gonna
for the win
maybe end
here,
up in an overtime
or do they
situation,
hold
and
for
that's
OT? 20
essentially
seconds
what's
game
being
clock.
played for, I believe, right now. Usually see that bottom center push. Wolfpack go
Just
through,
extends the
but
time, right?
I don't think that's going to be a factor here, which means Sniper's going to be up very shortly because we will go into that overtime. Tusk can't, I mean, Tusk is not able to find any sort of opening here, any sort of angle, and they don't. This is huge. Whoever gets this next sniper is in a big spot, but again, you can bait it, Tony. That's the scary part. It can be baited.
And as long as you have a sniper in your hands, you're definitely going to use that sniper. As
Oh my god.
As Haynes is sniped right
Woo!
out of Sundays. And Cherish down to 1 shot, forced to back down. Sam
Wow.
willing to trade
Cloud9.
his life out, because that's the win. Cloud9 go to the top 4.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. I was right. That was a scary one. Almost had
What a
another
game.
notch on the wrong belt, but we got it done. Cloud9 come on through, and it was Tusk
What a
who
game.
sniped someone out of their undies
Sponsored
to win
by
the game.
Haynes.
Gotta love it.
It's gonna
Elimination finals, Tony.
It's gonna
We're
be
almost there.
Space Station Gaming going up against the organization that they formerly played under.
Yeah, it really was
But
from
was it
Criminal.
really that long ago?
It really
where, like
was.
Stellar and Eco and then even I think Bound for a bit played under that Cloud9 banner, and now they go up against each other in the top 4 to find out who makes it to that top 3, that elimination bracket finals. But we look at the stats of the game as a whole.
Sorry about that.
Was there any standout
Accidentally
play? Was
opened
there
the
any
tab again.
standout play? Like what can we learn from that?
It was Tusk for me. Obviously, that QT on the back of tower was good. He didn't hit the body shot, but again, he was able to get that last shot for the kill onto that one player that opened up the map a bit. I got a little scared because it was a big tussle inside of Cuts, but they got it done at the end of the day. Tusk is the player for me. Obviously, it's also going to be Sab. 14, 12, 10 assists out of him. I know you like those stats, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Well, I mean, you know how we already feel about the situation. Let's find out how Tools and Ali feel about it. Let's send it over to the desk.
Welcome back, everybody. How do we feel about this, Tools? How do we feel about it? I feel like I have to watch a replay of that last snipe shot again. C9 advances to top 4.
I feel that this Cloud9 team's a lot better than I think a lot of people are giving them credit for. Obviously, I think their bracket isn't as hard as like other teams' brackets were, but they've had some impressive performances throughout it. In particular, looking at the way that they started off today, right? Cloud9 versus Native, they went to a game 5. They They clutch up. They ice up in that game 5. Cloud9 versus Reversal Perfy, they go to a game 5. They clutch up. They're able to win another game 5. And those are the indications of a team that's growing and making improvements time over time, is when you can go down to the distance and consistently clutch up and get yourself further and further into this tournament. Obviously, I think that
all right, brothers, I believe I'm going to call it there. I believe I'm going to go ahead and hop off. But I appreciate y'all chilling. There are a few matches left of the tournament, so if y'all want to peep the rest of the tournament, there's another few people still live co-streaming it. But I'm going to get off. I'm going to throw the raid to Red Gear. I think he's just running some Infinite games. But yeah, I appreciate y'all chilling today. I appreciate the vibes, and I appreciate y'all rocking with us for the tournament today. It's been a lot of fun. We should be live again tomorrow. I believe I have an HCS play date. So I should be back tomorrow for, I think, a squad battle play date with Oath and some other friends. So, but yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go take care of some stuff. But again, appreciate y'all chilling, and y'all go hang out with Red Gear and show him some love. And yeah, much love. Appreciate anybody who dropped a follow or a sub or anything today. And yeah, y'all have a dope rest of your evening. All right, much love, y'all. I will catch y'all right back here